Hey there, thanks for joining. Here's some finger guns just for you. Pew pew! Check us out over at twitch.tv/Nerds of the West to get in on all this finger gun action. Pew pew pew!
There we go. What's up, everyone? Welcome into the Nerds of the West stream. All of us are very excited for the episode. But before we begin, Reese, I believe you have some sort of...
yes. I want to thank It's Your Boy Ted for the follow. Thank you very much. Get some finger guns in chat and all that good stuff.
All right.
How are you all doing?
Yeah, doing well.
Yeah,
How's everyone else doing?
Oh,
Would we like to introduce ourselves before we jump into things?
sure.
I'm Chris. I will be your resident DM for this episode of Nerds of the Quest. On my left I have...
I am Bree. I'm playing Mauricio, the sneaky rogue. I'm a sneaky boy.
You're a sneaky boy?
Sneaker boy.
Sneaky boy?
Sneaker boy.
Sure.
Sneaker boy?
No worries. I am Braxis, the human skald, aka the human barbarian. No, bardbarian.
Barbarian.
Barbarian.
Bardbarian.
Barbarian.
I was like, I said it correctly.
No. Team Bob.
Bardbarian.
Barbarian.
Up to
Team Bob.
Jesus Christ.
And last but not least, we have...
He's the
Wait.
Team Barb.
It's actually Team Barb.
Making Tom work early.
You.
There we go. Got a
Got
visual.
So you can just dangle that from
This is
somewhere.
for
Yeah,
you
I got
because
it.
you're the Team Barb.
Yes, Tim. Pathfinder First Edition is the... Sorry, before I go ahead. Lastly, we have...
I am Beck, and I will be playing Gary.
Gary! Meow! Oh, I love it. All right.
Oh, so you're just playing your cat?
Yes.
Okay. Right.
Well...
Oh, what race are you though, Beck?
I am a catfolk cleric.
Hey!
So,
I like
tabaxi?
it. I like it.
Are you a tabaxi?
The term is catfolk in
Okay,
first
fair.
ed.
Dice
Okay,
Cam
well, there
needs
we go.
battery, apparently, according to Lachlan.
Who needs
Rip.
battery?
He's
Dice Cam.
directing us from his...
From the grave, Lachlan has died.
Everything is breaking already. Like,
Oh
I'm like,
no! That's
Well,
why we
that's
have
overhead.
the lovely Tom behind the camera, who is frantically trying to get things all figured out.
Am I able to turn this down?
Only a little bit.
We still need that thematic
Do you
music,
want your
apparently.
earphones?
Also, no, because the speakers are cooked.
Yeah,
We need new
that's
speakers.
absolutely true.
Hey guys, if you feel so inclined, feel free to give us subscriptions.
Help us buy
Subs
things.
help us buy
Purchase
new
merch.
speakers.
Yep.
Also purchase merch. You can't
Chris
see me
is
right
wearing
now.
some of our beautiful merch right now.
He
Actually.
is.
The link for the merch is either down below or you can type !merch and it should bring up the link. I
Look,
don't
let
know
me
if-
try. I'm gonna try.
It works on some streams, but not on
Should
others.
work.
Yeah, this is the official stream,
yeah,
so
yeah.
it
It works.
absolutely
So
should
that'll
work.
take you to the merch.
Look,
Which
not
streams
everything's
doesn't it
broken,
work?
just
Mine.
most things.
Did you set it up?
No.
That
is
might be
it
why it doesn't work.
So,
I got you a present.
That's the sound of my characters exploding. All right.
12 biddies for speakers. Thank you.
thank you
Thank
for the
you.
biddies.
That one's so cool.
My heart is not gonna
It's
recover.
fine. It lives on the floor
Well,
now.
it's gone.
No,
It's
she's in the
the upside down.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. I've seen Stranger Things.
I have
I know
two.
what's
My
happening.
brain
I should
is-
actually get some writing implements, I guess.
While everyone is getting writing implements and/or snacks and/or toilet
The
breaks,
snacks are down
etc.
Fruity
A couple of housekeeping things. We are playing Pathfinder First Edition because it is the system I am most comfortable with, and I figured that as long as I can keep track of all the mechanics, my players can just have fun. Speaking of fun, this session is going to be a lot more fun than your typical role-playing session. We're playing a one-shot, which means all of the characters will be defunct after this episode, unless, you know, we want to bring it back for a later episode.
Well, I mean, I'll be keeping my character.
Of course.
Hey, Gary needs a
What
character.
I'm trying to say is that I am a dungeon master who prefers theatrics, story moments, you know, pizzazz, over
old
things like
razzle-dazzle.
mechanics. So if at any point we're stuck on a rule or we can't figure something out, whether or not a character should be able to do 2 backflips off their horse before they shoot the crossbow, I'm just going to say, right, here's the ruling, let's move on, we have to get the story moving. So that's the style I wish to DM in.
Also, because you have to be in charge, because nobody else here really knows what's going on.
Yes.
Wait, let's see. 5e?
I started on
D&D
Pathfinder.
5, yeah, but at the moment.
5e
5e?
and Call of Cthulhu. So,
2e? Pathfinder?
Yeah.
Fifth at homebrew.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we're all like...
Yeah. So
Also,
We're
we're
gonna
all,
make
we're all
many
ADHD
mistakes.
kids with click-clack rocks, so
click that math.
how many do I roll?
Yeah, pretty much. They shouldn't call me GM.
call me out
They
like
should
that.
instead call me babysitter because that's more appropriately what I will be doing. So
I'm
without
offended
further
by
ado,
that.
are we all ready to jump into the campaign?
I believe we... Well, I am.
Yeah.
I don't want to speak
Don't
on
wanna
the
speak for
behalf
anyone
of
else.
everyone else.
I would like to double backflip into this campaign.
Don't go back.
Do you do that with your crossbow equipped or unequipped?
Yeah.
Are you on the horse
Are you
or
on-
off the horse?
Do you scream out a battle cry fit for Gary?
Most brutal metal scream of 2012?
Yeah.
Nah.
Yep. All right. Well, without further ado, I'll set you guys up. Since actually my players know not very much about what's going to be unfolding, so
Wait,
let me
here's
set the
what I
scene
know.
for you.
Oh no, you do it.
Essentially nothing, I see.
Spoilers!
Wait, I have 2 lines.
All of my marvelous players, who include Braxis, Mauricio, and Gary,
What a bloody legend.
Gary.
have arrived at
Thank
the incredibly quiet and quaint mountain town of Ashmouth, atop the mountains. Do we want to give finger guns to
Sorry,
whomever that was?
thank you, Governor Mort, for gifting a subscription to Chev NZ.
Thank you so much, Governor
Governor Mort. Also, welcome.
Welcome.
Also,
Appreciate
Chev
it.
NZ. Welcome.
Welcome. If you like what you see, you can change our beautiful lights by typing an exclamation point plus the color of your choice, or followed by a hexadecimal code.
Yes.
I recommend exclamation point combat for parts of the campaign coming up. We find ourselves in the quaint mountain town of Ashmouth. All of you have arrived from far and away to attend this village's annual tradition, a ceremony of sorts. All you know about the ceremony is that it's been going on for no less than a century, and it's a commemorative ceremony to remember a hero of the village's past, a folklore legend of sorts. And the name of this challenge is Dice Falls. No, it's not Dice Falls.
We should get a dice fall counter going.
The name of the challenge is Rescue the Relic. And it piqued all of your interests. You're all out for fame and glory. And after a pretty swifty night at the Tav, do you like my terminology there? Swifty, because I love Rick and Morty so much. After a swifty night at the tavern, we set the scene now in the upstairs bedroom where all of you have either passed out on the couch or on the floor, face down on the pillows, and you're all sleeping soundly when all of a sudden there is a knock at the door. The innkeep, Mary Wormsworth, pokes her head through the door. She's a lovely old lady. You saw her last night serving drinks and everything. Sorry to disturb you, adventurers, but you might want to be awake soon. I hear that Mayor McAllister is going to be holding the ceremony's opening speech. So you'd better have some breakfast before the big day ahead of you.
Yep.
I like it. You explode.
Look, Braxis has had a few too many bevies the night before.
Yeah.
So well, I'll be out momentarily.
Well, you look fantastic, Braxis.
Jeez.
I shall be serving bacon and eggs in no less than 10 minutes, so please make yourselves appropriate and come down when you're ready.
It says here that I'm immune to sleep. Does that mean I don't sleep?
I mean,
Here I am.
Because I just want to be
No,
sitting in the corner.
What that means is that you're not immune to sleep. It means if anything would try to put you to sleep magically, you are immune to such effects.
also
Bree's character's just like,
Kai, if you're watching, can you
I
feel
needed
my
to
pain?
clarify that.
technically, elves don't
Sleep.
They
That's
have
why
a
I wanted to
different-
question.
So,
What a bloody
They power
legend.
down like a
Finger guns.
robot. Got it. Thank you so much.
fucking theatre
Theatre
star.
stud.
Hey, right for
Good
14
friend.
months.
Good friend Stephen, thank you so much.
Stephen, good to have you.
We got a hype train as well. Holy shit.
All right.
Already.
Starting off the stream on a hype.
I was just making myself presentable. I didn't know if anyone saw it.
I'm going to
like
unclench the dagger that I grabbed very quickly and then go, yes.
So, standing up from a face-down position on the floorboards, we have Mauricio. Would you like to give a description of your character for the viewers at home?
I mean,
You explode as well.
Just my butthole.
Jesus. Whip.
I am a half-elf, covered in...
Thank you for the biddies. The
Biddies,
Wraith,
biddies.
WA.
Hype train,
Oh,
hype
thank
train,
you.
hype
Thank you
train.
so much.
Well,
No,
Hold on. Holy shit, we've actually gotten a few. We've got a few hundreds. We've got a few biddies. Oh, guys, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Hey.
The hype is happening.
The hype is happening.
Hype train.
No,
is
I am a half-elf. Chris handed me my character sheet this morning, so I have done no planning. No. I am a rogue, so we're thinking like some dark armor,
Yeah.
some stabby boys.
Some stabby boys, some knifeys.
Yeah.
Some.
Knifey stabby boys.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're in various
Not only
places.
are you a very stabby boy, but you are the only player who has made the effort to dress up and make the role-playing begin
I'm
even
sorry,
before...
are you completely
All right,
ignoring my
okay.
barbarian shirt
we'll
that
get
I'm
to-
wearing?
We'll get to your t-shirt in just a moment.
Some
So,
active thought
for
in
that reason, if you or I can remember, the next time you roll any dice, I want you to +1 to that dice. Reese, would you like to describe your character who is now rolling over from an edge of the couch,
Yep.
neck in an awkward position?
So, a very hungover Braxis.
Thank you, Herds, by the way.
What a bloody
Hungover
legend.
Reese.
His finger guns.
No, I'm actually not hungover. Oh, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you for the biddies, guys. Thank you for
We're
the
getting so
subs.
distracted because we're like, biddies?
Lachlan
Biddies?
subscribes.
Biddies?
5
Oh,
months.
what a bloody
He's on
legend.
1 month
His finger
streak.
guns.
Also, Bent Metal 69. Thank you for the follow.
This is
D&D
D&D
not
not
laughing.
laughing.
Smoothie boy. Alright, so
Sorry,
Braxis.
the line's blur for me.
Braxis, 6'2", sort of like a lean but muscly guy. Not super like muscly, but just good body structure.
Yeah.
So double you in every way.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, what I'm not at, right?
I'm not
Thick, long black hair, strip of leather around his
Really not
forehead.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
It's now where you take off your cap.
Yeah.
Be like, not what I
Long, luxurious
His
locks.
black hair. Think of like a young Sylvester Stallone, right?
I like it.
But like pre-pumped muscle, right? Like first blood
Pre-pumped
Sylvester Stallone, where he's like lean, pretty lean. Yeah.
Got it, okay. I like it, I like it.
Sylvester Stallone.
But 500 biddies from you to show me what you got.
Oh, wow. I must have completely missed that. Thank you so much, more.
2 seconds ago.
Sorry, my
Show
beat.
me what you got.
Show me what you got.
Reese is role playing as Stephen.
Yeah. That
Yeah,
is
yeah.
definitely.
I'm
that is
surprised you didn't
correct.
call yourself Steven, to be honest.
And he's got a bit of a 5 o'clock shadow as well.
So Braxis, or rather Reese, I should say,
Strapped in leather armor.
I have caught word that you have also brought your role-playing game to the table, or
Yes.
should I say from your larynx.
Yes.
Would you like to spoil it now, or do you want to...
No, because I'll explain. So I am playing a Skald, which is known as a cross between a barbarian and a bard. So as a Skald, I have a musical ability. Braxis's musical ability, or his instrument of choice, is actually his throat, and he specializes in throat singing. So, you know, a lot of...
I love it. You've really done your research for this campaign.
I listen to a lot of Mongolian throats singing.
Got
Hello.
it. Wicked.
So yeah.
For that reason, thank you for bringing your role-playing game to my session. So, for the first round of your first throat singing session this campaign, your morale bonus will be improved by 1. Lastly, we have Beck, who is playing...
Gary.
Gary!
I spelled it so that it wasn't just Gary.
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 Is that the
I'm-
traditional catfolk way of saying Gary?
Yeah, sure. Why
Yeah.
not?
Catfolk, secretly French.
Why?
Gary?
I don't think, like, France or French is a thing in the world of the fantasy game. But
True.
perhaps it is. I could be ignorant of that.
Anyway, so I'm basically just like your standard gray tabby cat, but I wear hide armor. I also carry a quarterstaff with me. I'm not using a sword or shield or anything like that. It's all about being quick and maneuverable and easy to move around. I am a cleric, and my deity is part of the Luck Pantheon,
Yes.
I believe. So
Do you have a deity written down or no?
I did not come
All
up
right.
with a name, no.
Come up with a name now, quick. What's the name of your luck deity?
Shamrock.
Caleb?
Yep. I was gonna say Tom.
I said Shamrock.
Shamrock.
Shamrock. I like it. If you
Ken
wanted,
Shamrock.
it's not super important just because this is one shot, but if you wanted a proper deity, I would recommend Caden Kalian. It's the god of like ale and parties, and I guess luck would have something to do with that. But Shamrock is just as good. Anyway.
I'm very down with the Pathfinder
Yeah, with the lore.
backstory and lore. It's
Love
all
it.
great.
It's actually pretty cool. I actually... Sorry.
You dig it?
Quick thing. Prefer Pathfinder lore to D&D lore.
It is
Anyway.
more interesting.
You have brought to my campaign not just the pizzazz of Reese's throat singing and the dress-ups of Bree's amazing theatrical makeup, but you've actually brought a proper T-shirt which says...
The Barbarian. So, hang on.
And it's got a picture of that guy from Mad Max Fury Road on
So Mad Max Fury Road is on it, but on the back it says he's barred to the bone.
Bar to the bone! I like it.
No, hold on, you gotta say it like... Burn to the bone.
Yeah, not everyone's new Brexit.
Are you sure? Are you sure you don't want this shirt?
No, I'm good.
The old switcheroo.
I'm fine with the PlayStation.
So, for
You
making
would just have to like
the
wear it
effort,
under here.
and getting dressed for the occasion, the next time you would channel positive energy to heal your friends, each of them will be healed by an extra 1 hit point.
Thank you.
Well, thank you all for coming.
No worries.
I
It's
imagine-
been a good session.
Yeah, all right, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time. No.
We shall move on with the story. So everyone rolls over from whichever face-down position they were laying in and shakenly gets to their feet. And I imagine you all head downstairs for some bacon and eggs, Mary Wormsworth's special. And as you do, you trudge down the stairs, almost stumbling as you go. You're treated to the sight of an empty tavern, save for one smashing pane of glass. Thank you here to start for that. Save for one group of adventurers whom you know to be... where have I got it written? Claymont Collectors.
They got a cool name. We don't have a cool name.
You actually,
we get a cool name.
haven't met these fellows yet, but you heard word at the Tav last night through some drunken talk that your opposition for this challenge will also be gunning in the race for Rescue the Relic, and it consists of Claymont Pursley, a very arrogant soul, along with his 2 cronies, Henry and Hugo.
You are.
Mary Wormsworth sets herself up behind the bar. She seems to be sort of... she's got a little setup with a little stove and everything, and she's cooking up some bacon and eggs for you. You can see that Claymont's collectors have already dug into their meal, and
Bacon and eggies.
they all shoot you a look as you come down the stairs
am I trying to
and
do?
take up your positions at the table.
Food.
All right. Mauricio cannot wait for her bacon and eggs.
I completely ignore them. I'm like very hungover, and I don't care. I'm not in the mood.
Yeah.
Get food in me.
Fair enough. All right.
I'm with Mauricio. I'm like
Food more important.
food.
The Claymont Kai. Yes, I tend to reuse characters and things. So we sit down. Mary Wormsworth brings over some bacon and eggs and offers you each a bevy, a warm bevy this time, not a cold bevy. Perhaps hot chocolate or something as similar.
Yeah.
Mulled mead for the boys.
Bit of mulled mead for Brexis.
He's not
Praxis,
allowed to have
rather.
any dairy because it increases mucus in his throat and then he
Yeah.
can't sing properly.
I'm
That's a
also
good
lactose
point.
intolerant.
Yeah,
That's-
gotcha.
Yeah.
Why do you hate people that lactose?
They're just freaks.
Mary takes off her boots and she's got no toes. She's like, I didn't know you were like this.
Mary, please,
I
leave the
thought
bacon and
we
eggs.
bonded last night.
Damn you! Throws the eggs out the window, which has been conveniently smashed. You all dig into your meals while Tom is changing the batteries over on the
Buddy,
camera.
what's happening?
The Stream Deck's broken, the batteries are dying, I have to do everything by hand. It's just, what a time.
Hello.
Click clack rocks.
Math rocks. Go.
You truly are
A cat.
a cat. You truly are.
My cat has been living on my desk since the day he walked into my
Oh,
house, and so all I know is that he would look at that and he'd go,
Yeet. Yep. Dude,
Don't really do
cats
it.
be cats.
No.
Cats be cats, bro.
King of kings.
As you're all eating and filling yourselves full of bacon and eggs and throwing pencils
Sorry.
across the bar.
Sorry.
I'm learning things about Stephen's feet that I don't want to.
I'm
Well,
really glad I
let's-
didn't open chat.
One of
Steven's a turtle person.
what?
He's 2 of his
So-
toes are webbed on each foot.
I'm eating food.
I'm just eating food. I don't need to know about
Is there
those.
such a thing as web toes intolerant? Because that would be more appropriate for Reese's character at this point. All of a sudden, you hear from behind you a sneering, jeering remark from one of Claymont Pursley's henchmen, shall we say. Sort of a mumbly, muffledy kind of. And it's before too long that actually a piece of bacon is thrown at the back of Braxis's head. It gives him a thorough slap on the black hair.
Free bacon.
Thank you.
I just sort of like. Do you boys have a problem?
You're saying this to the one who threw it, or to just the
To the group.
To the
Because
group.
the
Does he
group's
know
all,
who
all
threw
cheering,
it?
right?
Because he was set the wrong way, right?
The slender, grey-haired gentleman, whom is definitely Claymont. He has that kind of arrogant kind of look about him. Gets up from his chair and turns around. Well. Are these the adventurers that will be our competition in today's challenge? I'd say it's in the bag. Really? I don't suppose you even have a team name. You look so disorganized.
Wow, that's a very, very judgmental thing that you're going to come at me with. Accusation.
I don't consider myself so much of a judgmental type as a realist. I must admit, you don't look anything capable of beating us in the challenge. Nothing to say?
And what makes you so special, prissy boy?
My. See, I participated in this challenge before. I know all the ins and outs. You stand no chance against me and my boys.
It looks like you've never stood foot in mud.
Oh, please, I don't need to. When my boys are doing all the hard work for me, I can reap the rewards without a
So
scratch.
really you do nothing.
Well, I wouldn't say that, miss. But
I'm
until now...
hearing nothing.
Settle down. It looks as though you won't even make it in time for the opening speech. Mayor McAllister is giving it as we speak, and you lot seem to be digging in.
You're also here.
Yeah, you are also here. You
And
were just about to
wasting
hit 'em.
perfectly good food, no less.
I mean, but, like, alas, us lowly adventurers cannot compare to the likes of you. What makes you so different to us? What is your plan for today?
Well, first off, we'll be having a head start. Secondly, we'll be allowing you to do all the hard work for us and take advantage of the fact that you look so disorganized, you simply won't stand a chance at finding anything that we can. Nevertheless, good luck to you in today's events, and cheerio.
Is there chairs or are they like
Yeah, there's
long
chairs
things?
and tables and things, anything you would expect to find on the inside of a
I'm
tavern.
gonna run up and be like, knock over his chair and run out the door.
Okay.
Sure.
What is your intention, to intimidate him, or...?
Chaos.
All right.
That is nothing but chaos.
Roll me an intimidate check, please.
I get a +1.
Is this what you're going to use your plus
don't
one?
know.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
Oh, I don't fucking even know what that is.
Remarkable. It's a 6.
It's a 6. Yeah.
Your
And then
dice
do you
don't have
have-
lines to distinguish
do you
what
have
number they are.
intimidate?
I've got a dot.
You don't have intimidate, so it's just.
It's
6.
just a straight 6 plus 1 plus... What's your...
Charisma?
Charisma.
10.
Oh, yeah, plus 0 modifier. So 7. You rolled 7.
I did.
Not quite enough.
Hey, remember
Yeah,
your
that's
rolling
fine.
the tray that I set up?
It's so far away.
You got long arms.
You give him the old raspberry. You knock over his chair and go darting out the door. And Claymont Pursley just kind of watches you go. Well,
Now he thinks he's simple. So
I think I've seen enough.
See, you may have a plan, but we have the element of chaos.
Well, I don't doubt that. Anyways, I'll be seeing you a little later. Good luck.
Bye.
Goodbye. He turns coat to leave, and his 2 sort of cronies, like kind of Beavis and Butthead kind of gentlemen, turn around and leave with him.
What a prick.
Don't worry, luck's on my side.
You turn like to the camera.
I just look out the window. I'm just like,
We should probably get going. I mean, he did bring up a point.
I've already finished eating. I didn't stop while he was going.
I mean,
so.
I can eat on the way.
Just kidding. You hurriedly force down your breakfast, drink a bit of warm mead, and each of you gets up to mostly follow where the hell Mirasil went. And you eventually find her. She was just kind of hiding around the side of the tavern, waiting for the events of the chaos to unfold.
You sure got him.
I was being sneaky.
Well played.
Yeah.
And each of you makes your way to the centre of the village of Ashmouth, where Mayor Edith McAllister is currently giving a speech paying homage to the folklore legend of the town. And each of you arrives just in time to sort of catch the last of what she's explaining before she turns her attention to your presence. You can see that Claymont and his goons are already standing sort of up toward the front of the crowd and sort of being presented to all the townsfolk as entrance into the... Yeah.
I have a question. Do we know the particular folklore hero that is being, honoured?
I hope so.
You know the folklore's, the hero's name is Spencer, Spencer the Bold. How you going, Kai? And that's about all you know. You've caught wind that Spencer the Bold is a folk legend which they honour every year on an anniversary with this kind of challenge that they hold. There it is. Ice Rider 15 kids. Oh my god, Christmas no beanie.
Muy caliente.
It is rather hot in this room, actually.
It is a bit warm.
It is
Because
warm.
the fan broke this morning. Was it the fan? Was it the light bulb in the fan? We don't know, but we're not gonna try and turn that
either
shit
way,
back
I
on.
think it was going to be warm.
Yeah.
I feel
Cool.
fine.
So Spencer the Bold.
Spencer the Bold. Everyone got that?
Yeah.
All right. It's not going to come up.
Everyone big short.
I really wish you didn't ask who the folk legend was.
Yeah, making something up on the fly, as all DMs do. Mayor McAllister turns her attention to you lot at the back, still sort of choking down bacon and eggs. Just finishing up now and drinking the last of your warm mead before throwing the tankard to the side.
Chucked mine in the bush.
Our other entrance. Please, step forwards. I was just regaling the tale of Spencer the Bold to the town, and it seems that our respect of this folk hero has... well, let's move on. Anyways, I'm going to need a team name from the second to go up against Claymont's collectors. Please, if you will, what is your team name?
We are the double back flippers.
The double backflippers? I mean, I was going to say Nerds of the Quest, but...
Nerds of the Quest? Double backflippers. Nerds of the Quest.
A strange name, the double backflippers. Are you sure you want to enter as such a wild...
Hey, you know what? Yes,
Yeah.
we are the double backflippers, and we are proud of it.
Well,
Sorry,
quite-
we are the double backflippers, and we are proud of it.
All right, well, to each their own. Anyways, step forward so that I may give you details as to the challenge of the day's events. You step forward to the front of the crowd, and each of you gives a sideways glance to Claymont and his thugs.
Mine's more of a... Sorry. Listen, mates.
I got it. Mayor McAllister pipes up once more. Each of you will be given the day to make your way to the mine shaft up in the mountains. The way will be signposted for you. I'm sure if you aren't really the dumbest of the brood, you'll be able to make it there, let alone do the challenge that's inside. The organisers of the event will be hanging around, though you are not to interact with any of them under any circumstances. Furthermore, the challenge will be conducted inside the mine shaft, only in the cautioned areas. Please, no wandering off. Do I make myself clear?
No wandering. Got it.
Thank you.
Don't stray from the shaft.
Always
Got it.
Anyway. Lastly, good luck
Give
to
the
each of you.
shaft all of your attention.
Your victory condition will be to beat the other team to a relic known as the Lion's Eye Diamond.
Beat them to a
How you
pulp.
going, Reese? Lion's Eye Diamond? Do you like that one?
Lion's Eye
Good,
Diamond.
wicked. I love it. Okay. The Lion's Eye Diamond is an honorary traditional relic that must be procured from this challenge, and the winner will be the team who brings it back to me first. There can only be one team that is the winner. And, furthermore, you are ready to leave whenever you wish. So I would suggest getting a move on. I should like it to be before sundown by the time you return. Anyway,
Makes sense.
good luck to you. And everyone, a round of applause for our entrance. And everyone sort of pipes up with a bit of a cheer and a clap, all of the townsfolk. You look over and see Claymont Pursley sort of bowing to everyone very smugly.
We're just clapping ourselves.
Yeah. Oh boy!
Oh boy!
So
is it just us and Claymont's dudes?
Collectors, yeah.
Collectors?
You're the two teams.
We're the
that
two
are-
teams,
yeah.
right. Cool.
We could kill them.
I mean... murder
You know-
is... unprovoked murder.
Unprovoked murder is
Provoked
no
murder
bueno.
is different, and we will deal with it.
Self-defense.
Yes.
Self-defense
Thanks for the
is where it's
applause.
at.
Provoked murder, right? Self-defense is provoked murder. That's... If they provoke us to kill them, then we have no
we're
choice.
allowed to.
So... Hands are tied, boys.
You look over and see that Claymont's collectors have already started on their journey out of the town towards the direction of a very, very tall and sort of striking mountain off in the distance. You know that to be the direction of a defunct mine shaft which used to provide the town with minerals and all sorts. And, of course, there are signposts throughout the town saying entrance this way and all those kinds of descriptions. You know exactly where you're going. I'll leave it to you to decide whether you want to leave now. Do you want to have some more bacon and eggs before you go?
Let's go.
I think
Let's
we
go.
should probably.
We should go. You can eat when you come back. You're not gonna waste away.
I have rations in my bag right now.
You know what?
It's a one day, buddy.
You all bring up a good point. Let's go.
Give it 5 minutes before they go full murder hobo.
All right, someone redeemed hydrate. I imagine that means we'll get a nice warm bevy. Actually, since hydrate has been redeemed, Tom, please would you fetch me a V from the beach?
I got the blue ones. Just
Oh yeah!
Thank you for the hydrate, Tish.
You gotta drink the whole
appreciate
thing.
it.
You have to. 500 chap points were redeemed. Down it goes.
No, just swallow it.
I could. I'm not going to.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I won't push you. Chug, bro. You make your way toward the path that leads to the mountains, and the walk is a long one. You can pretty much see Claymont's collectors up in the distance. They sort of had maybe a 5-minute head start while you were gathering yourselves. But for now, the trek is sort of steep. You're heading up into sort of a mountain area, signposts along the way so you don't get lost. And eventually you make your way to the entrance of this mine shaft. It looks pretty standard. Although it has long been abandoned, all of the wooden struts are still in place. There's a wooden catwalk around the exterior of the mountain. It's a catwalk just for you. See, I did my research. Furthermore, the entrance itself is quite a standard sort of archway. Obviously, it's been sort of dug and it leads into the depths of the mountains. A few crates here and there and old sort of mining materials which have long been abandoned. There's a hut that would have once housed the, what would it be, the warden?
Foreman.
Oh, like the ranger?
foreman.
Yeah.
The foreman.
Or
Yep.
Of the prison mine.
The prison mine, which is
The
definitely
warden.
less prison than mine.
Warden.
Anyway,
Warman.
you are meted with the gaping entrance to the mountainous cavern, and don't fucking deal. I'll take your +1 away.
She started it.
She's already used it.
There's cats in these mines.
There will be soon. I'll leave it to you. Oh, fucking hell. Shoot them in the back.
Yep.
If you would like to move in and continue the adventure,
I'm here to get a lion's eye diamond.
I mean, we're not.
Can I rename it? I'm just gonna start calling it like
the
Cat's
cat's
eye.
eye diamond.
Sure.
Because the lion is a cat.
That's true. I was thinking more like Gerald or something, but
Considering your name's
You
Gary
wanna
and you want to call it
the
Gerald.
Diamond Gerald? I mean, I'm
You
down.
are the cattiest person that I've ever catted. That's. I don't even know what that means. Shall we go in this mine? We're not going to get this diamond if we're sitting out here doing nothing.
let's do this.
He's
And
right
we
to
go.
Do you
Thank you, random voice from the sky.
do you want rations? I have rations.
I have rations.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
We just ate breakfast.
Yeah, but
But he's a big
It's
boy.
been a long
He's a growing
walk.
boy, all right? It's been 20 minutes.
You're still growing?
Yeah, at the age of 42, I'm still growing.
Are you growing out?
I'm growing...
Up and out.
How's that look for chat?
Works.
I've kind of blue-tacked it so it won't slip and
Is
slide.
that the inn?
No,
That is
this is the entranceway. So let me explain some things.
No, that's what I meant. I didn't say that properly. Is that the entrance?
Yes.
As in, is that the inn?
Is that
I
the
thought
inn?
you meant the
Is that the
tavern.
how to get in?
It's like, you know, we were joking when we said we'd go back for more breakfast, right? I shall use this blue bead to represent the room you are currently in.
Cool.
The map is too small to be doing any grid lines or anything. It's basically just a representation for chat. You guys need to know your bearings, etc.
Bad that I just want to steal it.
Yes.
I'm like shiny.
You move your way into the mine shaft. All right, top down, here we go. We have the entranceway that you came in. I'll put that there to denote. Further that is just the tunnel to the exit. No problems there. You enter into the cavern, and all around are sort of like torches poised on the wall, which are lit. There's a brazier or two over in the corner for light as well, so it's quite nicely illuminated. But what you see before you is obvious signs of an explosion of kinds. Sort of in the middle of the room here, we have scorch marks on the floor and sort of planks of wood which are strewn about next to the stairwell downwards. The stairwell... Sorry?
Is there like just explosions? There's no like body parts or any of that shit?
Not that you can see, no. The stairwell downwards, you can see, is sort of like a rudimentary kind of just... Someone has obviously dug into the floor and they've later put in sort of like wooden steps, which are a little too steep to go down forwards. You'd have to sort of turn around and almost climb down it like a ladder. Over toward the western side of the room here, what you have is a wooden railing which sort of like partitions where the cabin walls stop, and looking out over it is an enormous natural cavern, which is... it seems bottomless. It's very, very dark in there since the light from this room doesn't particularly travel too well down into it. Further up the edge of the western side of the wall here, we have a large door which looks very out of place in this area. Most of what you see is planks of wood, wooden railings. There's actually a wooden catwalk up above. I'll explain in just a moment. But this door looks to be made of either iron or steel or something very big and heavy. And on the front of which are a number of keyholes, which is peculiar. You almost imagine that this might just be part of the test, the challenge. Further up to the northern side of the room over here, you've got just basically a whole bunch of defunct mining tools, a table with a chair, and some old sort of moistened papers, years old, and a couple of crates full of some old mining supplies. Lastly, over at this corner here, the southeast, I believe it is an entranceway that leads into a winding corridor, which you cannot see at the moment. I described there was catwalk. I'll get some blue tack because the fan won't blow it away. A wooden catwalk,
Are we playing Love
which
Letter,
has...
are we?
We are not playing Love Letter.
I'm pretty sure it says we're playing Love Letter.
It's fine. Move on.
All right, shit, who's the princess?
Chris, are you the princess?
Damn it. Here we have a catwalk, which is raised approximately 20 foot off the floor. It looks as though at one point there was a connecting ladder down to the ground floor here, but it evidently does not exist anymore because the damage to the structure just up above is quite severe. Whatever the explosion was that took place basically exploded the ladder up to the catwalk, and now it's 20 foot out of reach.
Was the explosion recent? Like,
Lick it.
because if it was,
Can we smell smoke? On
Walk
the wind?
over, yeah, Braxis, you walk over to the smouldering remains.
Yep.
It doesn't take a whole lot of intuition to determine that, yes, it seems to be a recent explosion. You pick up some of the powder of whatever is left of the wooden stair, and make me just a straight knowledge dungeoneering, shall we
Sure.
say, if you have it. It's a trained skill. So.
I do have it.
Oh, do you?
Yes. That is a
Good roll.
11.
Catwalks, structures inside of a mine shaft, you would imagine that they were put there to serve a purpose of people walking on, so you would hope that they would be safe. The structural integrity of what was the ladder would have been pretty good, so the ferocity of the explosion that took it out must have been quite quite heavy.
Sure.
You know quite a bit about mining, what it takes. Actually, your father was a miner himself, and described to you as a young boy that often what are used in mine shafts to blow away some of the hardened rock are blast chambers, things of that description, TNT.
I mean, I used to be a miner myself. Then I turned 18.
I was waiting for it. It's like, should I open my V and spill it on him? But no, it's all right.
So, cool. Yeah. So I would assume the catwalk's very sturdy, but may have been rocked by the explosion.
We could throw somebody up there and see if it collapses.
I mean, I was thinking we've got the. Well, look, do we want to worry with the catwalk now? We can assume that old mates are up there, Clayton and the boys.
The lads.
Or do we want to explore a different part of the mine?
Well, considering we're going to have to collect quite a few keys to get into that big steel door, it might be worth going downstairs before trying to go upstairs.
How many keyholes are in the big steel door?
There are 4 keyholes.
4 keyholes?
In the big steel door.
Cool.
I'm down with walking into the depths.
It's also assuming that this catwalk leads to somewhere here and here, right? So there may be other ways to get out on the catwalk. So instead of wasting time trying to figure out whether we can get up on the catwalk, let's have a look around. We've got this room to go into here. We've got the stairs to go down. So where would we like to go?
God.
Do we want to go in the next room, or do we want to?
Yep.
Or do we want to go downstairs?
Let's just go into the next room and see where it goes.
Yeah, next room is
next
fine.
room. Okay, so we're gonna move into the next room.
Okay. Good. You make your way to the corridor, which worms around. You sort of turn to a left and then to a right. And eventually you come into a section of a natural cavern. This is not so much mined perfectly symmetrical, or there's no catwalks. It seems to just be like a natural kind of cave that the miners might have been exploring before. And the interior of this cavern is quite rocky. Stalactites and stalagmites hang from the ceiling and the floor, respectively. And there are also quite a number of natural kind of like sheets of rock, almost making this room a labyrinth of kind. So I actually have the piece for it here, but first I would like you guys to move into the room. Before you, there is a section to the right and one to the left, partitioned by a huge sort of natural chunk of rock which connects the floor to the ceiling. Which would you like to choose? Left.
Left.
Are you going first, Mauricio? You move first, toward the left.
Sure, but
should check for
sneakily.
traps.
It's also worth knowing that it's very, very dark in here since there aren't any...
I'm being
Ooh,
cautious.
actually,
Yeah.
Chris,
I'm sneaking in.
the dungeon master does bring up a good point. Who has dark vision?
I have low light vision.
Low light vision?
Low light vision doesn't function the
a
same
great
way.
No, that's why I'm confused. I'm like, what the heck is low light vision?
Yeah.
Low
It is
light
quite
vision's
dark,
more
yeah.
like at night you can see well.
Yeah.
Not
Because
into
of-
pitch black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is very, very dark in this
Because
room.
I have torches.
Woo!
We should probably
There
see.
are also torches in this room. So that's...
The issue here is you put the torches on so you can see, and then everything can see you.
But can you see?
No,
Then...
just feel the walls.
Just
buddy.
open your eyes,
Just
bro.
Feel the
Yeah,
walls.
because I have a sneaking suspicion that if things are in here, chances are they could probably see a lot better than what we can. at this point in time.
touche. Light the lights.
Yeah, so I will take one of the torches that I have in my backpack.
Okay.
You can go first then.
There's an eruption of light. Immediately, the flickering of the flames creates this weird dancing shadow effect on all the surfaces. And for a moment, it seems like 100,000 terrible, terrifying bats and rats and spiders and horrible insects are all crawling all over the walls. But eventually, the fear subsides as you realize that you are alone in this natural cavern. You see the partition of rock more clearly now.
I have low light vision.
It seems like there is sort of like an end to each of these sort of pathways. Very unstable terrain as well. With every step, you have to be careful not to roll an ankle or top over. And Merciel, you step forwards to the...
No, I pushed him forward.
Yeah, I guess I'm forward.
Yeah, okay.
Cheers.
Another window breaks. Ah!
Who's breaking these windows in this mine?
Thank you, dear, to start again. Number 14. Best sound effect. Don't at me. Braxis, you move forward with the torch, and as you move forwards, your friends, actually, the darkness sort of envelops around you once more, so I'll leave it to you if you want to follow closely or stay a little further back.
Moran didn't recognize me?
He's talking shit.
What?
Because you haven't been here in
I'm following
a while.
closely behind Reese.
Got it. You
Back
move,
up.
You move your cat butt all the way up to behind Braxis, and Braxis valiantly steps forward. Would you roll me a perception check,
A
please?
perception check? Jesus. I sure can.
Alright, Reese.
That is a 16.
You're shrewdly looking around,
Shit, perception.
keeping an eye on the walls because you know what kinds of terrible critters might be lurking in the depths of this dungeon.
Yep.
And as you're scanning your immediate field of vision for anything that might jump out, all of a sudden you feel this weird sensation on your ankle. You sort of might have walked into something. All of a sudden there's a
Not so
snapping.
jelly.
There's a snapping sound of something up above on the ceiling.
Yep.
And followed by the sound of something very, very heavy swinging down on a chain. Thunk! All of a sudden, an enormous tree branch, which had been suspended on chains, comes barreling down and thumps you like a battering ram.
No reflex save? Okay.
Make me a reflex save.
Okay.
Anyway.
18.
All right. Just before it hits, you manage to sort of turn to the side and sort of curl
Big
your arm
skinny.
in to try and take the force of the blow.
Yeah.
But still, there's an enormous cracking noise as you're thumped directly into Gary, who then falls over right next to you as well. The swinging log almost didn't lose any momentum as it comes to a rest very slowly. You get up, wheezing for breath, and you've taken 5 points of lethal damage.
5. Jesus.
The cats always land on their feet.
I got. Look, no.
She didn't want to waste one of her lives, okay?
Cheers.
Hey, Reese, after you rolled, put the dice on the green bit. Useless.
It was an exceptionally high roll, but
That's cool.
spooky trap.
That's okay.
You get up and
damn.
sort of shrug off the damage a little. Your arm
I'm
feels.
taking half damage, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
I was also saying, how badly are you looking?
I am 6 out of 11.
So you're a clutch of your arm. You're a bit bloody.
My arm's a little broken. I turn to Mauricio and I go, Rogues, check for traps. Maybe you might like to go first in the next room.
He's right to go.
Yeah, you're funny.
You move aside past the now heavily just sort of swaying tree branch log.
Is it just held up by like rope and stuff?
A chain.
A chain?
Sort of connected to the ceiling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're not
And
cutting
if you
that
would
down.
like to just point the torch up and sort of squint as best you can,
Yeah.
you can essentially see like the now free mechanism which was holding the log up. And you look down and determine the tripwire that you had actually,
Yeah.
your ankle had touched.
Yep, yep.
This was quite clearly put here, probably as part of the challenge. I mean,
Yeah.
mine charts don't typically have traps in
Have
them.
traps in them? Yeah.
Mine shots.
Mine charts. It's like Minecraft except more poopy panties. Anyway, you step aside of the now swaying log and continue trudging forwards.
Yep.
Mauricio, would you like to take the initiative to
Yeah, I'm gonna go
first?
first
All
and
right.
check for traps and just keep very aware of my surroundings.
You move forwards, and on your right, because you went down the left path, the partition of rock sort of comes to a breaking point, and there's sort of like a small hole which leads over to the other, shall we say, pathway. You can sort of maybe just wriggle through some of the stalactites to get to the other side. Alternatively, you can continue moving forwards through the room of doom.
I say we keep going unless anybody's that interested in what's in the other. There might just be another fucking log. Yeah, I'm gonna keep going.
Yeah.
Check for traps. Make sure that.
Okay.
Nobody
so you're
gets
moving
squished.
very, very slowly and checking
Oh yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Okay. Using your incredible sense of trap finding, you've done this kind of thing before. You used to actually be a What did you actually used to be?
A trap finder.
Oh, perfect! You used to work for a noble at one point. They had a whole bunch of henchmen and bodyguards and things, and, you know, not all of them are the brainiest of folk, so you were hired to sort of check for anything that might have tried to kill the nobleman of this description. So you've done this kind of thing before.
Cool.
You move forwards. Would you please make me a perceptione check?
My perception is +7.
Oh, all right.
Apparently. Allegedly.
Yeah, very good, very good. What'd you get?
No.
What was it?
That is a 3.
I rolled
10.
a 3, so 10.
Okay. Right. You step forwards.
Can I have one?
And you're not entirely sure if there is a trap nearby. So actually, you're doing what you kind of shouldn't do, which is sort of kicking the air in front of you just in case there's a tripwire. And your plan is that
Do
if
that
there is one,
at
you'll just
night
kind
so I
of
don't
dive
kick
to the
the air.
ground to avoid another log, perhaps. Thankfully, you don't encounter any more triggers, traps, tripwires, and you actually can move through this empty area of the room unhindered. I'll get Catwoman Gary to make me a perception check, however.
Oh shit, what? What's she done? What's she walked into?
It's 2 logs, they crush you and you die. No, I'm joking. No, but seriously.
I think it's just 17. Yeah.
All right, not a bad roll.
So when you roll, move your dice then down.
Yeah, down to the green bit so that Tom's excellent chroma key can capture the moment. You're moving. You're keeping very, very quiet so that Mauricio can do her thing between the groans and moans and throaty singings of Braxis over here.
Being in pain. Yeah.
There's a moment where you can sort of hear a tiny little jingly jangly of sorts, and whipping your eyes over to the source of the noise and sort of, hey, torch, and Braxis moves his torch over to where you're looking. You see suspended on the wall next to you on the partition of rock 2 dangling keys. One of them is named Claymont's Collectors, and the other one is named the Double Backflippers. As a little plaque above each of the keys as they hang from basically just metal hooks on the wall.
No, they're for us.
No, but how did they do that? So how did they put the names on there so fast?
Oh.
I imagine
Don't think about it too.
upon registering for the challenge, the
they're-
organisers would have known your name. Maybe Meredith McAllister
Even
didn't
though
know.
we didn't give our name until we rocked up. Don't think about it. You know? There's a big hole over here.
maybe-
That's the plot hole. Don't worry about it.
Maybe Claymont and his friends were nice enough to put the plaques up there so that you would know, and then just forgot to take their own key, I guess.
Or they have not been here yet.
Probably.
We should take both keys.
I was gonna say take both keys. I'm pretty sure that wasn't in the rules.
Gary, you reach up to snag the key, and a thought crosses your mind.
I should take both the keys.
That's the sound of Braxis getting hit by the log. That came from the
Maybe
throat.
you should check if they're trapped first. No?
Hold on. What is the thought that
Well,
Gary has?
The thought that perhaps maybe we could
Take both keys.
steal Claymont's
Or at
key.
least just put, because I'm sure that the keys will be exactly the same, right? So we don't actually need 2. So we could just take their key and hide it somewhere. So even if they come at us,
Yeah. Like, at the very least, we should take both keys.
be like, oh
Counterpoint.
no, we knocked it on the floor.
We could take their key, leave our key behind, and then when they come through, they'll be so confused they won't take any keys,
And
and
we're like,
we'll still be
damn,
in
we
front.
can't take their key because it belongs to them. What are we going to
Here's the
do?
thing, alright? I'm pretty sure, hold on, in Brax's voice, here's the thing, right? It's just me and a little
Nice.
I'm pretty sure that if they've found keys before us, they're probably taking our keys as well.
I mean,
Is it against? It's not against.
It's not against the rules. We
I don't
just
think
have to come
take it-
back with the light.
I'm not sure there are any rules, so I take
Yeah.
both keys from the wall.
Which do you grab first, just out of curiosity?
I'm
Your
going
own,
to
or are you
grab
gonna
my own key
Yeah.
first.
You reach up and basically just unhook the key. It's simple enough, and you are now in possession of this beautiful silver
pretty!
key. If you'd like to show the viewers,
Would you like to put it on the...
Mr. Green Cactus Boy.
We got a key.
It's the key of legend. Picks it up.
Wait.
Immediately puts it down.
Dangle it.
I'm good. You can
Add them to
rehook
the
that onto your
earrings.
ear, please.
Alright.
And you have a sneaking suspicion that maybe you can sabotage Claymont's collectors and take their key as well. So you reach up, touch the key, and all of a sudden there's this almighty flash. And your hand, all the muscles in it contract at the same time, and there's a burning sensation that shoots up your arm and down your spine.
Oh, I hate it when that
and
happens.
you sort of jump back from the key, and you've taken 3 points of electrical damage.
Excellent.
Oh my god, my dudes.
You stumble back, and you're
My dudes.
you'd almost lose your footing on the rocky terrain beneath you, but you sort of wave your hand as it begins to smoke at the tip of your finger.
Ooh.
Safe to say we maybe cannot take their key.
I think.
That's fair.
Well, it was worth a shot.
Can I booby trap the area though?
That's a you question.
Ooh,
No,
actually, what if we can reset up the log trap?
How are you gonna scale the walls?
I mean, you are a
Am I gonna scale the walls?
You're a skilled trap person. Let's have a look and see what we can do before having to scale the walls.
Yeah, you could try.
Let's just have a look at it, right?
Wait, is this did this cabin like end sort of thing, or does it keep going?
Now that you've encountered the secrets, I'll just kind of reveal what it looks like. So that's what it looks like. It's just a natural cavern.
When did we find the keys?
So there you are. You found, so like sort of, you went up the left-hand side there and you found the keys just about here, whereas the partition was sort of running through the middle of the cavern and this was the right-hand part there. So the log is just about there.
Reset the log?
Yeah, let's try and reset
Well,
the
let's
log.
have a look and see if we can reset the log.
I want to see what's further this way though. Or do you just want to go back and reset the lock and then
Well,
keep
we
going?
need to make it difficult for them. We
Yeah.
can't be the only ones taking
They're going to
damage.
come through this area.
Touche. Let's go.
You make your way back to the hanging log, and each of you can hear the noises of Claymont's collectors as one of the thugs sort of begins laughing. You sort of stop for a moment, perhaps anticipating that they might enter this room, but the voices fade away very slowly. And you think to yourselves, oh, this is going to be good. Mauricio, you take a look at the log, and hanging off one end actually is almost like a loose chain which still connects up to the ceiling, and turning to a section of the wall which you had missed before, there is sort of like the chain which goes up and over a pulley and dangles down the other side. So it would be possible to reset the trap if you had enough strength.
I come over and give her a hand, I think. Two people
Yeah,
pulling
two people.
would be
We'll
better
pull.
than
Let's do
one.
it. Let's
Just
do
like
it.
climb to the top.
Give me a moment.
All right,
Just a single moment. I need to double check a rule.
which is
I just need to see how many things of rage I have.
you get 3
in a-
plus your charisma times per day, I think.
Cool. So that's 5.
Yep.
All right. So what I would like to
correct
do
me if I'm wrong.
is I would like to because
You could only rage if you like perceive an enemy.
You can rage whenever you like.
yeah, because I have an inspired rage ability.
It's intelligent rage.
Get randomly angry.
No, it's I sing a song and
Yeah,
make people.
it's an inspiring.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it works similar to a bard ability than any.
It's like when you go to the gym and you're listening to music and it just makes you lift heavier because you're like,
Yeah.
Exactly that.
Let me just double check. A skald is trained to use music to inspire his allies to feats of strength and ferocity. So it is. Yeah, I do have 5.
Clicky clacky math box.
Yep, you can
Yeah.
use it whenever you like.
Yeah, it pretty much.
So you want rage.
So what would you like to do?
So, alright, so I'm thinking we need strength to be able to lift this thing up, right? And judging by the fact that you're a rogue and you're a cleric and I'm not very strong, we need all the help that we can get.
Fair.
So I'm going to do Inspire Rage.
Yep. How does that sound?
You're right. This is making me irrationally angry.
Yeah, in real life. And as your noise reverberates off the cavern walls, it's almost amplified. And,
Yeah.
and each of you, Gary and Mauricio, you feel a rage building up inside you. You feel like you could take on the world, and each of you instinctively begins flexing side to side, admiring your own muscles. Each of you grabs onto the end of the chain. And with one big heave, would you roll me a combined strength check? So both of you roll, add your strength modifier to the roll.
I'm not rolling great, am I?
So you'll get an extra +1 on your strength.
Yeah, extra +1.
So 24.
Oh no.
Excellent.
If it's a 14, what is that?
So
Plus
14,
two
so that'd be
Plus two?
+2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so 24.
Plus 3.
Each of you with the inspired strength
That was just...
from Braxis.
Oh, so 24 there, and then you get +3, +1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's 28.
Yeah, that's fair
Yeah.
enough. The 24 would have been fine as well.
Yeah.
Each of you heaves the chain, pulling it as hard as you can, basically using sort of your body weight as well as your muscles to sort of hench it down. And as you do, little by little, the log is lifted slowly to the top of the roof. And Mauricio, you find the section of the mechanism which was the trigger release for the chain. You hook it back on, turn over the latch, and the trap is once armed again as soon as you put the tripwire back into its holster on the other side of the cabin wall.
I turn and say, don't trip over it again.
Huh? What? Cool.
Don't worry,
Good
I don't
point,
think it was
Kai.
your
I'm
fault.
also learning that for the same time.
Hey, good teamwork. So I then end the rage.
Yeah, okay.
And-
So just
and
the
the
one
inspired
use.
stuff, yeah.
Yep. I'll leave it to you now. Would you like to head back, head forwards?
All right.
I want to keep going down the cabin
Yeah,
and see
let's
what
continue going this
the...
way.
You navigate safely to the end of the cabin.
Before we
and,
continue,
Oh,
Yes.
sorry. Yep.
I would just like to take a moment, breathe, and release some positive energy into the group.
Some posy vibes.
Some
Is this
positive
in
energy.
real life? Because I could do with some positive.
I have jelly
energy.
beans for that.
That's positive enough. That will do.
I'm gonna channel energy, so I'm gonna release my energy to heal damage.
Oh,
Okay.
cool. Okay.
Because Bree hasn't taken damage, it's just gonna be for me and Reese, so I believe
That's
I rolled
fair.
2d6 for that.
Nice. And remember to
fair.
+1 to this first roll. Actually, you roll 1d6, and that applies to all of your friends rather than one each. Whoa!
Good job, buddy!
MVP! So there's an extra 7 hit points for everyone.
Back up to full health.
You're welcome.
Gary, you call upon the powers of Caden Kalen, your conduit, and ask him and his drunken glory to bestow upon you the value of life
It
and
was
prosperity to your friends.
It was
Shamrock.
Shamrock.
I
Shamrock.
named him Shamrock. His
Okay,
name can
sorry.
be...
my fault. Shamrock. And with the sound of tinkling bells and almost a glitter falls down upon you as a burst of positive energy erupts from your center and envelops your friends, closing your wounds and fixing your broken arm.
It's just the arm shoot.
Just broken. There's no bones left.
Took my knife.
Nice. So one of your cleric channel positive energies is expended in this.
Oh, Jesus. I just want to say goodbye, Governor Moore. Thank you so much. Have a
Thank
good rest.
you. Yeah, you're off then.
Have a long rest.
Catch you, mate.
Nah.
Regain all your hit points.
Yes, 8-hour rest. Crinkly, crankly. I'm waiting for it to be like really, really loud chewing, and it's like.
I can do
Sorry.
that if you want.
Go ahead.
Carry on.
All right, I hate that.
I hate. Yeah.
See, there's the Mongolian throat singing, and then there's that.
Yeah.
I was off!
I prefer to listen to about 16 hours of throat singing instead of seeing you chew your chips. Got him.
Eager.
that noise. Alright. Please be aware that's right next to your microphone.
It could
Alright,
go on the floor.
Just kind of matches, sort of.
Sorry about that, Jack.
Not entirely. There we go, that'll do. You find yourselves...
It looks like a key. That's the second key.
the whole room. You find yourselves entering an area of what looks to be a man-made room. To get there in the first place, the floor beneath you actually sort of travels up quite a steep amount, and there aren't any stairs or anything, so you have to be very careful when climbing up stalactites and trying not to lose your footing on the uneven ground. And eventually you make your way to a room, which you enter, and this is what it looks like. You see an old wooden table with a few stools. Over in the corner of the room over here is some mining supplies, including 2 pickaxes and a length of rope. The rope doesn't look particularly good. It's probably going to serve a function, but this place has long been defunct and is probably a a few years since anyone's ever been here.
What condition are the pickaxes in?
You move over to the pickaxes, pick one of them up. They're made of iron, a little rusty, but they hold. They seem to serve the purpose. You sort of give one a good go against the wall. The walls are kind of just like cavern that has been chiseled away to make a smooth surface. And there's a piece of the wall sort of like spits out and flies across the floor, making a skittering noise as it does.
I'm going to pinch a pickaxe.
Yep, grab yourself a pickaxe. Anyone else who wants the other pickaxe. The last thing you notice inside of this room also is a ladder standing up against the wall over in the corner there. At first glance, it looks like one of those ladders which can sort of fold. And the more perceptive of you will notice that the ladder folded, as it currently is up against the wall, is about 10 foot in length.
So that's a really big ladder.
It's a big boy ladder.
And it leads to like a room, or is it just landing?
No, sorry, I described that wrong. It's like a step ladder. It's been put into this room for storage. You look and there's just ceiling. It doesn't lead up and into the next
so this is
level.
more of like a storage room.
Yeah, it's like a storage room.
Okay,
It's like a planning room.
Sorry.
The ladder is essentially an item, right? It's just resting against the wall. The pickaxes you can procure as you wish as well.
Yeah. So,
Anyone got a bag of holding that's big enough?
look, alright, well, this seems to lead out to the catwalk that
That's
we were
what it
looking at
appears to do.
before. My thought, to make things easier for us, is maybe if we attach the ladder to a part of the catwalk. Like, I know it's 20 foot up, but at least if we then have a ladder that goes like 10 foot down, it's just a 10-foot drop.
No, the ladder
Which
goes
isn't.
20 foot.
Yeah, it would unfold the other 10
Sorry,
foot.
let's just put
Yeah.
the ladder...
Let's use the ladder to get on the catwalk.
Yeah.
Aren't you connected with the rope?
Yeah.
secure it.
I mean, I'd trust my rope more than its rope. My rope's fresh.
I bought a rope for this adventure.
I also brought...
Do you want to waste your rope?
Yeah,
Waste
I
the
would
rope.
actually.
Like, use it up and it's gone.
rope-
we got
pretty cheap.
we got two actually.
Yeah, we got
so.
100 foot of rope.
Escape rope. Yeah, quick, use it like in Pokemon to escape the dungeon.
But whether we want to set that up now or set it up when we actually are thinking of using it.
If you wish to take the ladder with you, it is quite a bulky, heavy ladder.
Yeah,
You'll
so-
be needing to use two hands.
I think we leave the ladder there for now. I think when we're ready, we can then sort of set it up.
Okay.
right?
Roger. Okay. Apart from that, there's not a whole lot in this room besides the supplies. There's a couple of old sheets of paper which have long succumbed to age and time and moisture on the table. Not a whole lot else, really.
I mean, is it worth asking for like perception checks to see if we can find anything hidden? Or...
You may. Roll me a perception check.
Maybe
to
there's a
find,
key in the
something
room.
hidden. You scour the walls just to make sure that there are
8.
no secret notches or anything. You swing your pickaxe a few more times just to sort of, okay, that's not hollow, that's not hollow.
Yeah.
There really isn't much to this room besides what you've got in front of you.
No worries. Cool. All right.
Are you okay, Tom?
What?
Yeah, Tom's fine.
I'm trying to type things.
Yeah. Anyway.
Purple aqua.
So, shall we keep going this way?
Yes.
And see what is here?
Yep.
What's up that way is a level stone corridor.
Yep.
So it's not actually a catwalk just like that one is.
Yeah.
Rather, it's sort of like, man-made, a few wooden struts to keep the ceiling from caving in. It goes all the way to the end, probably 60 or 70 feet to a left-hand turn.
Sure.
Let's go.
Yep.
Let's go exploring.
Do you want to look for traps?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Cool. I vote that the person who had a history of looking for traps should go first.
Look, in my defense,
Seconded.
I didn't know I had a history of looking at traps until I was told I had a history
Yeah.
of looking at traps.
Hey, that's
so-
metagaming. You can't do that. Marisol would know that she had no idea what a trap is before
Yeah,
we entered.
Marisol, who the
She's just
character
bullshitting.
who had a job looking for traps. Oh, sorry, I didn't know.
Marisol was
that
like,
I had a job
they
looking
paid me
traps."
for no good reason.
Yeah.
I just sat in the pub
I
and drank
just
it
sat in
away.
the office and sent off emails. That's
I'm
what I did.
gonna look
Supervisor.
for traps.
Yep. You head first into the corridor. Braxis, you're close behind with a torch, remembering that it actually is still very dark in this section of the mine. So you're sort of like holding it up
Yeah.
so that Marisol can see in front of her.
What I can do is there like an object that you have on you that you would like to illuminate light.
You want to set something on fire?
No, I have the spell light.
Same.
Oh, we came prepared. So I can touch, paraphrasing the spell, of course, I can touch it and it can light up and you have like 20 foot of
You
light.
could make my rapier glow.
Yes.
Oh, fully sick, bro. But like a
Yeah,
fucking
buddy.
lightsaber.
Yeah, buddy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So that way, instead of me being behind you with the torch, you have your
Yeah.
own torch. I could also give you the torch, but
No, this is
Wicked.
much cooler.
yeah, this is cooler.
Make me light up Reese.
So I would like to cast the cantrip light to make her rapier.
Light is a cantrip, or is it a first level spell?
I believe it's a level 0 cantrip.
Mine was an Orison.
Okay, let's have a look. Light.
Because I don't have cast per day for my level 0 spells.
Yeah.
Unless that
Spells.
is something I have completely missed.
So it's a 0 level cantrip.
Yep.
The spell causes a touched object to glow like a torch, shedding normal light in a 20-foot radius to the point touched. It lasts 10 minutes per level. Yeah, yours would be an Orison, wouldn't it? Yeah, so pretty much the same thing, 0 level spell. So for 10 minutes per level, which is 10 minutes, your rapier will function as though it's a torch, shedding light on anything you hold it towards. A jet of magic comes forth from Braxis's throat as he conjures a wisping, swirling wind of light, and as
Wait.
he thrusts it forward with a loud,
I have acid.
it envelops your rapier, and from tip to end, it now glows with the.
So she just found out she has acid and alchemist fire.
Fuck yeah, bro.
That's the throwable jars.
Yeah, it's like a jar of fire.
Yeah.
If you need the stats.
Yeah. All right.
Cool. So
your
I
rapier
like
now
her
glows.
rapier.
Wicked. Nice. Mericiel, you step forward into the corridor, and with your rapier held out stretched, roll me a perception check, please.
That is
Can't
that's
see anything on that
16.
dice.
16.
Plus 7.
Yep. So that is a 23.
Quick maths.
Excellent. You're very clued on to the fact that there could be falling logs at any instant. And as you move through the corridor, you make sure to shine the rapier low to catch any tripwires. You're scanning the walls and the floor and the ceiling as well. And thankfully, there
I
aren't
see all.
any signs of any more traps. So as you
Damn
head
it.
up to the corner, you wanted there to be a trap. So you
I
could
just
look
think
back and be like,
we wasted
"Hey
it."
Gary, there's no traps here. Come on through." Thunk. You move to the corner of this corridor and turn to your left, where you now see an entranceway leading into another sort of area of the mine. This seems to be sort of like a mess hall kind of area where miners might have gone on their breaks and come up here to play card games. You notice as well that there's a
I don't like the black bit.
couple of crates. Just don't metagame, right? A couple of crates. Once again, these are actually full of like sort of staple foods that have long expired, and they kind of smell a little as well, like sort of rotten fruit.
I'm gonna grab one and turn to, what was your name again? Braxis.
Braxis.
And be like, you wanted second breakfast.
I don't think you
It's
did,
like
actually.
bread that has so much mold that it no longer resembles bread. It's
It's
just
just
gets up and
literally a
walks
lump
away.
of mold.
it's just fungus. Yeah.
I'm gonna pass.
Tasty.
Hey, let's focus. We can eat afterwards, all right? Let's. You're the one holding mold. That's.
You turn also to the corner of the room, and there seems to be a cabinet, which it sort of looks like a wardrobe more than anything else. And Mericiel, would you roll me a perception check as well, please?
Ooh, that's a 2.
I do 7 to that.
So.
Looks like a nice cabinet. It's got like decorative filigree all around the edges of it. It once was probably a marvelous gold, but it's now sort of worn away to a dull brown.
I think we should open it.
So, before we do anything hasty, if it wasn't for the light, would this room be pitch black?
Yes.
is there torches around the room, or like sconces or somewhere?
There are sort of steel sconces coming out from the edges of the wall. There aren't any torches in them.
Yeah.
You might be able to rummage through some of the supplies and perhaps find something if you want to. Give it a go.
Yeah, just to sort of light up the room a little bit. I'm not super comfortable, like, in a completely dark room. If there's room for sconces to put like torches in, like, let's put a torch or two in.
Yeah, okay. Do you want to use one of your own torches?
Yeah, I have 5 of them, so...
So you take the one that you're holding and just sort of rest it inside of the sconcer. Thankfully, it does fit quite nicely.
Yeah.
It doesn't fall. Provides the room with a nice sense of light now. The room is quite small. It's only probably 20, 25 foot from the corner to corner.
Oh, so we should only need one.
You'll only need one light source in here. It's still quite a dim room.
Yeah.
And you take out another torch and light that one for your own self as well.
Yeah.
You're gonna bust into the cabinet or the wardrobe.
Yeah.
All right. Go
I
and
would like to check to see if the front of it is like. I'm not gonna just open it. Let me just check to make sure that I'm not just like hurling fire into my face.
the door and the door just goes.
Yeah. Like, let me just take a hot second to see what I'm getting myself into.
you knock on the door in case there's something in there. You knock on the side.
Hello?
It seems hollow.
Yeah?
You would expect
Yeah.
that it would be hollow. You take a look at the lock mechanism on the front, and from what you can see, there's no wires or anything. There's nothing that you can recognise to be a trap, and so eventually you become...
I would just like to clarify, I'm not standing behind
Got it.
Mary Seal, I'm standing over here.
So you can take the full force of the poison tip arrow.
It's
Wicked.
time for you to get hit.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
I'm standing on the side, so you
muster up the courage to touch the handle, and remembering what happened to Gary with the key, you sort of touch it, and then touch it again, and eventually, it's a cold brass handle.
Yep.
And you give it a turn. It's stuck. It's locked. There's no way around it. This is a locked wardrobe.
Ooh, but I have thieves' tools.
All right.
I'm gonna try pick the lock.
You procure sort of like a sort of raveled satchel of little knives, little jimmies, lock picks, bobby pins.
Bobby
things.
pins are very useful.
Yeah.
Tamara did
Who is this
definitely
Tamara?
not break into something with a...
Mimic Patrice's avalanche. It opens and eats you.
Wait, this whole mine's a mimic.
you take out a small sort of iron lever and also the other pick piece, which I forget the name of, and you sort of...
A pick?
Sure.
It's a lock pick?
Whatever. Lock pick, whatever.
Lock pick.
Yeah, so you take out the lock and the pick. Sorry.
Thank God, because otherwise you wouldn't have had a lock pick, right? Duh. It's in the name, idiot. Get it right. You thrust your lever into the lock. Thankfully, it's small enough, and you just tell the other guys to, watch out while you might get poison darted. And reaching in, would you please roll me a... let me see your character sheet for a minute, Reese. I've forgotten what the skill
Yeah, I
is.
was like, I don't got one.
Mine?
It would be sleight of hand, wouldn't it?
I have a feeling it would be. I have spare character sheets if you would also like to...
Oh, yeah, yes, please.
Chris specifically was like, I don't want to make you a character sheet. Are you cool just with this sheet?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like, anything that's on that,
What
I
I'll
feel
do...
he needs to deal with.
What's the name of them? Thieves' tools.
Literal thieves' tools. It's literally thieves' tools.
Just like how they're just called lockpicks, and that's it.
I think
Alright.
it's under equipment.
Disabled device, actually, it is.
Oh, there you
so
go.
roll me a disabled device skill. Without the use of such tools, you'll incur a -2 circumstance penalty.
Hello,
but
I
you
have
don't.
Santa.
Yeah, you do.
Hello.
So just roll.
So
Yep,
roll
roll.
me, and it's a disabled device, which I think scales with dexterity.
My dexterity is 18.
18, so you're +4 to this roll.
You actually have a +8 to disable device.
Oh, I do.
Oh, you've got
Disabled
a feat as well.
device. +8.
Oh, yeah, yep. Okay, so +8 to this roll, if you please.
Well, that's good.
Oh, that was an 18. It was an 18. Oh, that would have been great.
being
What did it
bullshit.
fall
So that's a
to?
4.
So +8 moves it to 12,
12.
actually. All right.
Yeah.
You thrust in the hammer and the pick, and you're just about to, and it falls, and you think, oh, I can't give up now. I'm already pick deep in this wardrobe. So you give it a bit more of a forceful thrust, and use almost like your knuckles as a lever to lift the pins of the inside of the lock, and all of a sudden you hear a. and you turn very gently and very slowly sideways. And now that you've turned the lock inside of the mechanism to the side, you can take out your tools and open the wardrobe.
There you go. Wardrobe open.
I can't wait for the underwear to come falling out.
Inside are a couple of wooden shelves, a few journals, things that aren't of great note or interest, but you do spot up in the top right corner 2 little canisters of a red liquid with corks in each of them. And also there is a sort of a cylindrical piece of metal down on the bottom shelf, which is less of a cylinder, more of like a hexagonal pyramid. And there is like a small length of twine hanging out of one end of it.
That's a pipe bomb.
Ooh.
Okay, so are you going to communicate that you found stuff, or are you just going to grab
close it all.
Nothing in here.
No metagaming.
I'm take them. What I'm assuming is health
Hey, that's where I
potions.
put my wine. You take the strange red liquid off. Would you roll me a knowledge? Let me get my handy fucking sheet.
Knowledge Arcana.
Yeah, knowledge arcana.
Well, I rolled a 19.
All right, that'll be enough then. You've seen these before. These are definitely Helshin. They summon hell. Potions of cure light wounds.
I'm gonna stick them in my pockets.
Which they're not the best kinds of health potions that are on the market, but they're still quite expensive to find these rare items.
I'm gonna
Pocket
stick
those.
them in my pockets.
The pipe bomb, as was so eloquently put by Gary, you also procure. And would you
I'm
be
gonna
able
turn
to
around and go, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, good point. Roll me.
I'm just gonna hover it in front of people's faces and go, do you know what this is?
Actually, Brexus, you rolled a knowledge dungeoneering check before, didn't you?
Yeah.
For the blast in the central room.
Yes.
This is definitely a device that would do that. You imagine it might have a lot of potential explosive power. The twine coming out the end of it is probably a fuse. Fantastic. You are now in possession of some TNT or mining detonant of some description.
That's a bomb.
Ah, you take it.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah, I'll take the bomb.
All right.
I'll take the TNT.
Take quite a bit of care to keep it away from the torch, which is currently lit. In your
Yeah,
hand.
give it here. Give it here.
Hand it over. Check
I'm not
this
holding
out,
it.
bruh.
All right, then. Well, then.
Give it to the most responsible person here. And you find nothing else of note in this room.
Yeah. Cool.
I'm gonna shut the cupboard.
Shall we move on?
We shall. Let's peruse the other location.
Just for clarification, I don't have like a shield out or anything.
Okay, yep.
So I've just all I have out is the torch.
Just the torch, nice to note. Everyone else, are you just moving into the room with your bare hands? You know, is there anything you want to be doing before?
Well, I assume. Well, not to speak. Sorry. Go.
Nah.
Nah.
I just.
Well, I assume you'd have your rapier out because it's.
Oh,
Yeah,
true,
because
it's
of the
glowing.
light,
Yeah.
You're gonna need to check.
I'm
for
holding my
traps and
glowing.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's you, Gary.
I was just going to be using my quarterstaff as a walking stick, so...
Okay, cool.
Cool. Sound
Gotta
good?
bang them.
We move on in to the next room. What we see is a room of similar size and shape as the previous, except that there is actually a curtain which is sort of drawn across the corner of the room. From the decor in here, it sort of seems like it would have been a room where miners would have come to rest, to sleep if they're on a long shift. There's like a small sort of cabinet in the corner with like a desktop sort of thing, and it looks like it would have had a few candles in the candle holder, which are now rusty and gone. So
I want to sneakily peek around the curtain, not like.
okay.
I'm guessing it's pitch black behind the
Yeah,
door.
it's pitch black behind the. In this room, basically, you've got these like long draping black curtains, which sort of dangling down from a rooftop sort of beam. And as you move toward the edge of the curtain, just appear behind. Could you explain exactly how you do it? Do you want to like thrust the rapier in so you can see? No. You draw the curtains. Just a teeny tiny bit. Just to see.
Can't
what's
see jack
poking
shit.
through. What you see are a pair of glowing red eyes, accompanied by 2 more, and 2 more in the corner.
Oh, what have you done?
And before you know it, the curtains are actually taken out of your grasp and thrust aside by this very raggedy-haggedy looking goblin and his friends whom the eyes had belonged to, each of them sleeping in a tiny little bed.
Goblins.
Goblins. Goblins. Thanks.
You're welcome. I could see that.
And with a shrieking war cry, each of the goblins springs up and readies their weapons. Would you all please roll me initiatives? Tom, get that spooky music on. Battle combat music. Someone in chat type ~combat.
Well,
to
Bree
turn
got a
down
20. 20 plus. Where's your initiative?
6.
20. So Bree's got 26. Beck, what do you have?
I haven't rolled yet.
Okay.
Nope.
That was very quaint music.
7.
Where's my initiative? All right, yeah.
7.
7.
And then I have a 11. God dang.
Damn it. Damn it.
Dang it.
Singing it, dang it.
Oh,
Would you
well,
like
this
a
is
hand?
cool.
Yeah, I actually made these a while ago for the enrichment of my own D&D campaigns. I thought I'd bring them along just to show you guys.
Oh, they're made out of cardboard.
They are.
That's cool.
Took a long time to make this shit, so enjoy!
Oh, yeah.
I've painted plastic ones, but these look cool because they're very light.
Yeah, they're really
God,
good.
I've got the room wrong.
Oh.
Alright, so one by one, if you would roll your initiatives and let me know
Yep.
what you
So Bree's on 26.
I am on 26.
Oh shit, alright. That is a very
Why would
good.
Look,
The
I hate,
rogue has a
No,
good
but
initiative.
I arguably hate when you like waste your
Good roll.
good rolls
Yeah.
on initiative. You're
Yeah.
like, I'm not going to get another 20
Yeah,
for like
yeah, yeah.
another hour.
Yeah, now you're
That's
going to roll
it.
nothing but ones
Yeah,
and twos.
yeah.
Okay, there's the correct shape of the room. And just for decoration, we have
Bree did get an
crate
20.
in the corner there, as well as a couple of beds.
I did. Yay, for initiative. Yay.
Just trying to figure out what ranks are.
All right.
Alright, so ranks are...
No, I think I had the written down. Yeah.
Ranks.
And
Just-
ranks are what you put in your skills when you level up. So when you level up, you will get like skill points based on your intelligence modifier plus your class. And then you put those skill points into the ranks section. And that will determine what your value is.
Okay, we're not leveling up.
Yeah.
My perception was supposed to be 1 higher, but that's okay.
Show us.
I ranked. I had perception
You
ranked.
definitely said 3 goblins.
No, I said 4.
No, he said 4.
1 plus the 3 friends.
Yeah. So yeah, your perception would be 1 higher.
Yeah,
all
So
right.
if you put ranked,
we
ranks
get
into
minis?
things you're trained
You get
in,
little
it's
beads. I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't do too much in the way.
I
of
would
getting
like the
it.
purple one, please.
Hey, Blue, how you doing?
But see, I ranked
Choose.
my climb.
That's 2. Or is somebody blue?
You can use the third.
Hi.
I will
I'm
be-
blue.
Have another
No, I'm
one.
blue. I'm blue. I'm blue. I'm blue. I'm blue. 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 Blue.
I'll be white,
Is that okay on the top down?
unless you wanted white.
I'm happy with whatever.
All right.
Is
Well,
that right, Chris?
I
You're
was
blue.
clearly over here because I was like pulling the curtain
Yeah.
back and
Yar.
then went, oh no.
I'm gonna be here, and you're green. Where are you?
I think I would have been coming in behind you.
So say there.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yep.
Okay. So I'm really sorry, but I completely forgot what the hell your initiatives were. So
26.
26 for Mariciel.
Yep.
Okay. Yep. And
Braxis got an 11.
11 for Braxis.
Yep.
And lastly, we have Gary, who
7.
got 7. Okay. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Cool. First to act is Mariciel. You are astounded by the fact that there is actually someone else in here that aren't Claymont collectors. And surprised by all of the goblins that you see, you're first to act. You have your rapier outstretched before you. The goblin that is opposing you right now is a 3-foot-tall, gnashing its teeth, its red glowing eyes peering up at you with vilifying hatred, and it reaches for its rusty sword. There's really no way to describe it other than
Frosty.
A hunk of metal.
rusty. What they call them? I don't know. They usually call them like dog shankers or something, but I don't know. A sword.
Attack!
It gnarls its teeth at you, and you attack. So please roll me a 20-sided dice. Now, add your rapier. Where's your rapier in your thingy there?
+4.
+4. So add a +4 to this roll.
10.
10.
10. Okay, and unfortunately, that's a miss. You swing your sword, whoosh, and the goblin ducks out of the way, snarling back at you as it goes.
Okay. I can't attack again because this is Pathfinder First Edition.
You have a move action, if you would like to use it. If you move out of the combat, you will actually incur an attack of opportunity from this green
all
fellow.
characters have attack of opportunities?
Yes.
Yeah.
Whenever you move out of range of a character.
Dog slices and
No,
horse
Chewy's not like that.
What? Why? That's so stupid.
Only certain characters that have attacks of opportunity, like hardwired into their characters. So
Nah,
it's like
that's-
yes. You gotta be like
broken.
So yeah, rule is everyone has attacks.
In first aid, yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Okay.
Goblin number 3 runs across the room,
You're gonna get hit.
barreling towards, I believe that is
Braxis. Yes.
and lunges forwards with its dog slicer, trying to slice you like a dog.
No worries.
My minion, Tom!
My lord!
Please, would you come forwards for your dungeon master? I want you to roll that die, if that's something you can do.
7, my lord!
Okay, now, Tom, would you be able to tell me what is a 7 + 2?
I can't tell you, it's a 9.
Thank you, minion! Praxis is your AC above 9.
It's way above 9.
All right.
My
The,
AC is currently 18.
the goblin runs in and throws its dog slicer towards you and basically just chinks on your armor, and there's like a spray of sparks as its dog slicer is thrown back from the formidable metal that covers your body.
Leather.
Pardon me. There are no sparks after all. I lied. And in an instant, it looks up at you and gnashes its teeth once more, sticking its tongue out the side of its mouth. The second goblin runs in, this time moving its way around to the flank of you, Mericiel, and attempts to help its brother in gnashing at you. Tom, my minion!
My lord!
Roll another die.
You have one that's not a see-through?
Perhaps I do.
It's weirdly like it's not see-through, but it is.
All right, there we go.
That's even more.
That's probably even worse.
I have the one that you got me, actually. Do
It's a 5.
you want to use that one
Yeah,
instead?
let's use this one.
Maybe it's not so shit.
I mean, that was a 5.
Yeah, but it was a
That was a 5.
five.
That was a 5.
It was a 5.
That's a 2.
All right.
No,
You guys
it's
are
a
fine.
12.
7. Does 7 beat your armor class, Mericiel?
Spray it. No.
Fantastic.
Just gonna get you.
Another miss.
Confirm
You dodge out of the way, almost with a pirouette, as this dog slicer comes scraping towards you and clanks across the floor. Next up, we have you to act Braxis.
Yep. Alright.
The black one's very clear on video, apparently.
As a standard action, I would like to cast a cantrip called Flare.
Okay.
Flare, targeting this goblin here.
Okay.
So what that does is the cantrip creates a burst of light. If you cause the light to burst in front of a single creature, the creature is dazzled for 1 minute, unless it makes a successful fortitude save.
Okay.
So it needs to make a fortitude save, beating a 12.
Now, Reese, you have a choice. Would you like to just go ahead and cast this with no regard for your safety, or would you like to try and cast defensively so as to avoid an attack of opportunity?
I would like to cast defensively, and I also
Okay.
realize I also need to make a spell failure check.
Okay, first make me a spell failure. Roll a d100.
Alright.
When
To
did
beat, I believe, 30, is it?
It's 15 because I don't have my shield attack.
15, got it.
That is a 4.
Sadly, you fail.
Yes.
Your spell just comes to conjuration and it just peters out because you're not able to lift your elbow up, which is very integral to the gesticulation of... And it fails.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, man.
Cool.
You have a move action if you would like to use it?
I would like to not.
Okay, wicked. We move now to Goblin in the back here, who moves in a little closer. And the first thing you see, Gary, is that this goblin is holding a blast canister, much like the one you've just procured, and it excitedly laughs before taking out a flint and beginning to strike it upon the fuse of this blast canister. It catches, and over it is thrown toward the group. Now, goblins are not the greatest at pre-planning what's going on, so I shall roll some dice.
Oh, we're all gonna die.
Okay.
Don't open curtains. Is that a pretty good rule moving forwards?
It throws it right over into the back corner of the room, almost hitting the wall completely, and sort of donks to the floor. Merisiel, you spin around quickly and notice this blast canister as the fuse just disappears beyond the length of the cylinder. There's an explosion. Roll me a reflex save, if you please.
16.
All right. Tom, my minion!
No!
Roll me a six-sided die, if that is something your stupid brain can comprehend. I'm just the guy from Atmosphere.
Oh my god.
That's 5.
Okay. All right.
As he throws it out.
Thankfully, you are able to turn your face away from the explosion, but it still razzles the back of your neck and your hair as this blast of flame, which quickly extinguishes, manages to hit you for 3 points of damage. The goblin next to you is not so fortunate.
I don't know how... Oh, there it is.
Yeah,
I was like...
The goblin
right next to it.
standing
7.
beside you actually turns his face toward the canister, almost like Tim Allen's. Eyes wide open, mouth wide open, nostrils wide open, and explodes, taking the full damage.
Tasty.
That goblin is not looking very good. You sort of turn to look at your foe, and it's sort of spluttering and coughing and holding its throat. Next, we move to the final gobbo, which I believe was this one, wasn't it?
Yes.
Done that one, we've done that one. Okay. It attacks you, Merisiel, in...
That sounds about right. Sounds about right.
Tom, would you like to keep getting up, or shall I just roll?
You can roll if you can.
All right.
I can roll for you, Chris.
I'll roll behind the screen so that I can cheat.
A nat 20!
What's your AC, Merisiel?
17.
All right. You are struck by the dog slicer. And
Not cool.
I know, it's not cool. It doesn't feel great. But thankfully, the damage is not so bad. You are injured for 1 point of damage as this dog slicer basically comes across and slashes you on the bottom of your arm. There's a little trickle of blood that comes out, but it doesn't feel horrible.
Ew. That's infected.
Oh, probably. Gary, looking across the room, you see... roll me a perception check, actually, first. I should probably make you roll a perception check.
4.
All right.
So I'm looking at the floor.
Look at the floor.
There's
It
goblins?
is your turn to act. You wish.
So I got a standard action, an attack action, and a move action.
A standard action is your attack action.
Right.
Move action, and you get swift and immediate actions, but I probably wouldn't worry about those. You can do 1 move and 1 stab.
Can I attempt to reason with the goblins?
Yes, you may.
All right.
What would you like to say?
I just quickly shout, "Stop! We are not here to fight you. We are only here to find some keys." And I have diplomacy.
Okay, roll me a diplomacy check, please.
I'm gonna use the chunky boy for it.
Chunky
Nah.
boy. Chunky boy. No, chunky boy. Should have used the chunky boy.
I should have, because that's 5.
You declare your intentions to the goblins as though they are possibly
Intelligent.
able to be reasoned with. And the one that just threw the blast canister reaches into his satchel for another one and yells out back at you, "The Longshanks are trying to take our precious shiny! Stab them!"
Oh, they've got a key.
Oh, we're gonna kill him.
Yeah.
Negotiations have failed.
You notice that the blast canister that goblin has just procured is ready and primed for the ignition. If that affects your decision, you still get your standard action.
I
Is
have
it
a
the-
dagger that I can
The same
throw.
goblin?
Yeah, that one.
Yep.
So
Would
I
you
will
like
attempt to
your-
throw my dagger at the goblin with the pipe bomb.
Okay, throw your dagger, please. Make me a attack. You're going to be applying your dexterity plus your base attack bonus, whatever that is.
Whoop. Good thing that wasn't in the dice tray.
Yeah, so it was.
Net 20!
Oh my god! Wonderful. Round of applause for Nat 20 in chat.
What animal is that?
It's a kraken.
A kraken. Cool.
Would you please roll me another attack to confirm the crit?
So this just needs to hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so
So-
this is how crits work in Pathfinder.
7.
Not so good. Unfortunately, It's not a crit, but you can still roll for damage if you would like to. So your dagger, I imagine, would be 1d6?
It's
1d4.
1d4, okay.
What?
1d4 damage.
No, she got a 20.
Yeah,
That's
no,
a 4.
So you roll a 20,
Alright.
which is a crit, and then you have to roll to confirm the crit. Otherwise, it's just a hit.
That doesn't make any sense.
I'll allow it. It's
She
fine.
rolled a 20.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You get the Doblin, the Doblin pretty much directly through its chest, and it sort of recoils and sort of screams a bit, wobbling back as it does. We move now to Merciel. You
Damn,
are
he
being
didn't drop the pipe bomb.
attacked by 2 goblins, one of which has had its face
I'm
basically
gonna
melted
stab
off.
the melty face one.
Stab Melty Face, alright.
Stab melty face.
What did Melty Face ever do to you?
Is melty face distracted because he's melty face?
That's Melty Face there.
Yep.
Yeah, is he
Yeah.
distracted?
He's not distracted,
But he's, like,
spluttering.
preoccupied.
Yeah,
He's a bit dizzy.
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't
14.
even-
That's a 14.
14 plus.
Excellent. Yeah, plus 4.
So 18.
So roll me some damage and describe what you would like to do with your rapier. Shank him through his heart.
Shake through shank
Perhaps chop his toenails off.
1d6.
Perhaps chop his toes off so that we can be intolerable.
Oh,
Oh my god, that's disgusting.
It was a 6 for anyone
was
that
a
wasn't
6.
able to catch it.
yeah.
I rolled a 6.
Max damage.
You thrust your rapier up into this goblin's chest, adding to the discomfort that its face is currently experiencing. And out the sword comes through the top of the brain.
Yeah, but it also, like, because he's screaming and my sword's glowing, his, like, mouth lights up.
Eyeballs are like glowing as well.
You two roll me sanity damage, because that's the kind of shit you're seeing right now. How insane are you both?
Gnarly.
You
had a
just start
14 on that.
start weeping blood. Like you retract your rapier from this dead
out of
goblin,
light so that I
and
don't go
it slumps
crazy.
over to the side and falls deceased. One has been destroyed.
Would you like some nails?
Thank you. You can, yeah, fucking do it for me, please, for the love of God.
Would you like some nails? Also proceeds to fail at picking it
I
up.
know.
The goblin.
It's because of the shakes.
The goblin in front of you, Braxis,
Yes.
moves in again with its dog slicer.
Hello.
It screeches and thrusts its dog slicer towards you. Fucking nearly rolled an 18, fell over to the floor. So another miss, this time swiping, and you just kind of jump out of the way and return ready to counter-strike.
Yep.
Counter-strike.
Go!
D-dust.
Yeah, fucking
Did we not
Batman.
schedule anything, Tom? Because we're dumb. Yeah, okay, that's fair, that's fair. That
How you going up to that ferry? Gobbo, next to you, Merciel. You killed my friend. Longshanks, you'll never get our treasure. And it attacks you. What's your AC again?
Me? 17.
All right, you're in for some more damage.
Oh,
Its
thank
dog slicer comes thrusting up towards you, this time a more connective hit for 2 damage as it pierces your side and just kind of through the ribs. A retraction, and there's a little splutter of blood.
You're gonna.
Fall over and cough it off. Says the goblin. Braxis, we move to you.
Cool. I'm going to move here.
Yep.
And I'm going to attack this goblin with my torch.
Okay.
And I'm to pick on someone your own size. Ah!
All right, this is an improvised weapon,
Yes.
but make me an attack anyway.
So I'll roll a d20. 17 on the dice.
Yeah. Plus-
What would you like me to add?
Do your relevant bonuses, and then
None. Yep.
okay, so that's fair enough. It's a
Yep.
pretty big roll. So
Yep.
you managed to connect with your torch, striking your foe with the blunt end of it. Roll me 1d3, I believe it
A
is.
d3, so d6 divided by 2.
Yeah, divided by 2.
3.
Right, nicely
So I'll
done.
keep that.
The
so that
gobbo
people
number
see.
2. He's not looking too crash hot. You've burst him in the face, and there's like a spray of ashes and flame, and once more this goblin is sort of spluttering for its for air, and connects eyes with you after the blow, and looks sort of really agitated now that
Yep.
it's got 2 foes connecting to him. It retaliates right after Bomb Guy. Bomb Guy steps forward.
Stays there.
With the dagger
With
sticking
the
out of
dagger
his...
sticking out, basically just doesn't bother taking it out. It's seen too many episodes of VR, and has a canister. Takes out its flint once more. Die! It lights the fuse. Makes
You
a
realize
throw.
you're throwing it at your buddies.
One can only hope.
The bomb lands right here next to each of you guys. Would both of you make me a reflex save, please?
17s.
Actually, 18 for me.
Yes,
and
but you both rolled 17.
Mine is a 21.
Both of you managed to avoid the damage. You saw what Mariciel did, basically just shielding her face. So you do the same, elbows up. The goblin, which is absolutely not looking at its friend, doesn't even see the canister land directly in front of its field of vision and blast it. So each of you guys takes 1 damage. That goblin there gets basically thrown back onto its spine, and all of the front of it is just blackened. It was wearing like an old raggedy shirt, which is now just torn off completely.
Naked goblin.
Eyebrows gone. Teeth had been like blasted free from their gums. It's quite distressing. What's that?
X card on the
Okay,
teeth.
all right. Many sorries, considering. Moving now to that goblin, which had just been fucking exploded.
Would you say knocked prone?
It attempts to stand up. So, Braxis, since you're standing next to it, you see an opportunity while its hands are basically on the floor to strike down on its back. And as you do, roll me an attack.
18.
All right, how do you want to do it?
So I've swung at one goblin. Because I got my back to the explosion, it sort of goes off.
Yeah.
And then I see the other goblin get, like, knocked back. So then I just go from one goblin to the other and just crack over the head.
Bonk. Go to horny jail.
Send him to horny.
You basically just fucking bludgeon him with the end of your torch.
So as he gets up, he's like, huh?
Yeah. Bonk. And his face just kind of falls to the ground beneath, and he doesn't roll over again.
Farewell.
Nice.
Fare thee well,
Fare
goblin.
thee well, Gobbo. We move to
hydrate.
Gary.
Hydrate.
I have no hydrate. All right.
Slurp.
Who did hydrate? Where did that come from?
It's probably a really
Tish.
lovely
But
thing.
it says, it's the hydrate perk still says,
again.
pick a can, and I shall drink from it.
Was that from yours?
That was
Also-
From an
Tom's
old
stream.
Tom
Who's talking
stream.
about changing hands? I will anvil you so hard.
Yeah, change hands. Reese becomes
Nowadays,
DM.
it's just a general hydrate, which is.
Which we should probably change the words on, but...
That's
Gary.
Chris.
Gary, it's your turn.
There's no one near me.
Roll me another perception check.
There's someone near you. No.
Oh, there you go.
19.
All right.
Velocity. I need the velocity.
This guy at the back has been proving to be a problem not just for you, but his own friends. And as it reaches into its satchel once more to procure what looks to be now its final bomb, since the satchel's kind of flapping empty, you spot an opportunity. These canisters, they pretty much explode independent of who armed them. So maybe there's something you could do to prematurely detonate it and get him back.
I just need to know something about spark. Do I need to touch the thing to create a spark?
Let's have a look.
Just set the bag on fire.
A little bit.
Spark,
Set
spell.
the bag on fire.
No, it's a close range, so 25 foot. You make an unattended fine flammable object catch on fire. It works as using a flint and steel, except you can use spark in any sort of weather, and it takes much less time.
So spark. Spark the bag. Go on.
Spark the bag.
I hear voices in my brain saying, maybe
Do
we
it.
should just set the bag on fire. So I...
Meanwhile, Mauricio and Braxis are both looking back at you. Spark! Spark the bag!
So, because it's an Orison,
Yeah.
do I roll to
No,
cast?
you pretty much just cast it.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I click my fingers and I
Yep.
set the bag on fire.
Okay. As you do, he's just about to rummage through his satchel to take the bomb out, and all of a sudden it catches in flames. There's an ignition, and this goblin reaches down and goes, and just tries to hurriedly shake out the fuse, which is currently running out, and he gives you one last look. Uh-oh! There's an enormous explosion, and parts of Goblin are splattered against the back wall. There's an enormous blackened area in the middle of the room where the blast canister basically detonated within his grasp. You look on with a bit of a...
I cover my eyes against the goblin guts flying towards me.
I'm gonna duck under his goblin friend and be like, use the goblin to shield from the goblin.
Wonderful. Mauricio. The goblin in front of you...
Is the goblin
Is-
dead, or is the goblin...
Oh, he's dead.
He's goblin jam now.
Jam, yep. The goblin in front of you basically just looks back at his friend and looks back at you.
Please don't kill me, Longshanks. You can have the shiny.
You started this!
Please let us go.
What's the shiny?
Oh, let me go and I'll give it to you.
I mean, it seems like a fair trade. I think they were living here, and I think we just came through and destroyed their home.
Is this literally every stream that I've played?
Yeah.
It's like, rocks up to European village.
He
kills people.
procures the shiny from his little pocket.
It's all yours. Take it. Just let me go.
I would run. Yep, give me the key. Run.
He just barrels off out the back way that you came in.
Well,
She's gonna go make camp in this room now.
this is where we find out like they were actually like part of the the challenge. They're the challenge people that we weren't supposed to interact with.
Yeah, no.
Hello, mini honeybee. How you doing?
Hello.
All right. Thank
Shiny
you
key,
for
shiny key.
taking part.
Hell yeah,
in
we
this
got another key.
Excellent
Key.
adventure. You find yourselves now in the empty, blackened, goblin-stained room of carnage. There's not a whole lot in here now that you've exploited it all, but you are free now to make the decisions as you choose to keep exploring.
So I say we go back, get the ladder, and then head down.
I'd like to maybe just have a look, see if there's anything else in this room. Maybe if the goblins that didn't necessarily get exploded had anything valuable on them.
You
two on the
rummage
floor.
through some of the goblins' remains, shall we say. Some of them had a couple of shiny objects. Goblins love shinies, I'm sure you know. One of them has like a signet ring, another one one earring, which doesn't have a matching pair.
I'll put the earring in.
The goblin, which Merasil had thwarted, is carrying 2 gold pieces and 4 silver pieces, which it probably liked more so because it's shiny than because it's actual currency. Apart from that, there's a couple of rusty dog slices that they have. Not a whole lot else in this room apart from that. The room itself was, of course, a sleeping quarters for the miners before this mine shaft became defunct, so there's just bed, linen, scorched pillows, that sort of thing.
Cool.
All right. Shall we move on, folks?
Yeah, so I think, we go back here. I don't like you shaking your head. No.
Oh, sorry, no, that's just me sort of...
Well, I'm just wondering what's...
Don't go back there.
We're going back here to get a ladder.
Yeah, and then put the ladder down here.
Yeah,
Because
alright.
we don't want to walk through the trap.
Good point.
Yeah, okay.
So if we grab the ladder to go back down here.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's fine.
What was your thinking?
Seems silly to go back the way we came. We could go around and go back the same way.
That's true.
Well, I'll go across
I'd just be
this.
worried about accidentally falling down the structurally.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's
Like,
cool.
we can go that way.
I'm just not a double backer. It's fine. I'm a double back flipper. I don't backtrack.
Yeah, we're double back
Name of
flipping
your team,
to
Mr.
That's fine. Let's double back flip out of here.
Look, we're not cats. We don't have 9 lives.
Fine.
We move swiftly on. You guys go back through the Room of Doom and down the corridor.
We go back the safe way.
To the Safeway. You
Or
see
some would
the
say Woolworths.
Safeway. I like that joke. That's a culture
What?
joke.
That's a,
That's what Woolworths is known as in other countries. I don't actually
in,
think it's
in,
Woolworths.
in Melbourne and like the eastern states.
Yeah.
Safeway is what Woolworths was.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
just a
It's a very regional
yeah,
joke.
yeah.
It's also like country Woolworths. Safeway.
You're,
Sorry, it's
you're in the
fine.
room. There's a 10-foot ladder which is folded in half, so it's actually a 20-foot ladder.
Yep.
Looking at it more closely, you inspect the sides of it, which have sort of like rusted but still manageable metal sort of like lockings, so that you can sort of undo the ladder, lock it into place with the mechanism, and that way it sort of is a rigid, nice 20-foot long ladder.
Cool.
Who's capturing the ladder then?
I will take the ladder.
You hoist it up, and you and your friends make your way,
Making my way downtown.
Probably to like
walking
here-ish.
yep, to the catwalk.
And then put it over.
You tumble it over the edge, very carefully, sort of letting it down bit by bit, rung by rung. And eventually it does connect with the bottom of the floor, and there is just enough of the ladder to sort of like perch against the catwalk, which itself has no railings.
Yep.
You figure there's not a whole lot of point securing it in place, because as long as one of you is at the top holding, you can one by one come down, and then whoever's at the bottom can probably hold it too. So you're now free to move up and down the catwalk as you wish.
Cool. We move down the ladder.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
Just so you know, you are the strongest one in our party.
Oh shit.
That doesn't seem right. You're the freaking. Barbarian.
Yeah, mostly bard. Little bit Barian.
As you make your way to the bottom of the ladder, each of you looks over to this sort of area here where there are a couple of stools and boxes and things. You see Claymont and his two friends. Claymont's sitting atop of one of the crates, sort of like arrogantly eating an apple, and his two henchmen sort of like give you the evil eye as you turn to them. Oh, adventurers. I gotta say, we had time to stop for a meal since you were taking so long.
Here's some finger guns.
Thank you for the follow, Angel.
1818.
Angel 1818.
Yep.
Zorua Paladins.
Thank
Yes,
you.
thank you so much. Thank you so much for the follow. Finger guns.
He sort of crunches into his apple once again. I was beginning to think it would have been a no contest if we hadn't given you this extra opportunity.
Well, how many keys have you found?
I guess that's for you to know, and right, for us to know, and for you to find out.
Alright, well clearly you haven't found all the keys, otherwise you'd be...
I don't think we're in any danger of losing to buffoons like you. Anyway, continue in your quest, and I shall see you at the end of the podium.
I don't think he's got shit.
He's got nothing. He's got nothing. They got nothing.
Nothing.
They got jack shit. I mean, we got nothing. We have no keys.
We have no keys.
No keys whatsoever. I don't even know if we're looking for keys. Alright, let's go down the hole.
Time for the hole.
You head down the hole.
Actually, just before we do, I would like, would you maybe want to have a potion of cure light wounds, since you are on 4 health?
Oh, is she? I haven't counted that right.
Yeah,
yeah.
should. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get a health check. What are the rest of you on?
10.
Sweet, I got those right.
Cool.
So
So that's
is it, 1d?
1d6 plus
No, it's 1d8.
1d8
Plus 1.
plus 1.
1d8 plus 1. So roll 1d8 plus 1. That's how much health you get back.
2.
2 health! A magical effect takes hold of you, invigorating your innards, and your body begins to sort of close over wounds that had been gashed open by
Yeah,
the
but
dog
only the
slice.
little tiny ones.
Only little tiny ones, yeah. You stop bleeding, which is something.
You stop bleeding, which is something.
That's what you want when you're a player character, to not be bleeding.
You want your blood on the inside.
Yeah.
They said all the bleeding was internal. That's where the blood's supposed to be.
Thank you so much, Angel Paladins, once again.
Angel
2 hits.
1818, just to make it more easily.
Okay, Angel 1818, sorry.
No worries.
How are you enjoying the stream, everyone, by the way?
Yes,
Are we
guys,
all-
how are you? I hope you're enjoying the stream. We're having a lot of fun here.
I hope so.
Cool. All right, shall we
Down
go
the hole!
down the hole?
Down the hole!
Down the hole. Down the hole. Down the hole.
Werewolves in London.
We're 18, right?
Yeah. Sure. Yep. Cool.
Here we are at the hole. I'm going to ask you to use your imaginations to pretend that this is beneath there. I'm sure it can't be that hard. Essentially what it was just sort of like a steep sort of stairwell down to the bottom. So you can imagine coming down the stairwell to a small cavernous room. On your right is an entranceway, and on your left is an entranceway. Again, very, very dark, thanks to your torch and the rapier, which actually is just running out of steam at this point and begins to sort of flicker and fade as the spell runs out.
Would you like a top up?
Top me up!
You reinvigorate with the sound of your voice. Another blinding light. Nice.
You know what you remind me of?
A frog.
Go on.
No.
Yeah, motorcycle frog.
The dark crystal, the good ones.
Oh yeah, the good ones. I like that. Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
I've never
Yep.
These
seen
guys
it.
were
Right,
never.
though?
Yeah.
Right?
I think yeah. It was so long ago since I've seen the Dark Crystal, but like, okay.
I have not seen.
Fantastic
Dark
green
Crystal.
screening.
Haven't
Ahead of the curve
seen,
for its time. Marvelous
Labyrinth.
puppetry. Yeah, I haven't seen Labyrinth either.
Cool.
Maybe not a breeze tonight.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
Anyway.
Mine
Your
hasn't
choice.
seen it yet either.
Would you like to go left or right? Rather, that away or that away?
Left.
Beck, where would you like to go? We've made a lot of decisions. It's your turn to make a decision.
It's 'cause
Choices
she's
in
busy
your
chasing
hands.
her tail.
That is true.
Cats don't get distracted by their own tails.
They did
Okay.
their reflections, though.
I want to take a
cats
moment,
do.
and can I see if I can hear? I would like to try and hear
Yeah.
Either way, see which direction makes most sense to go
Sounds
towards.
Okay. You prick up your feline ears and just give it a good listen. Roll me a perception check, if you will.
Doink, doink.
Somebody should come up with some fan art.
18!
Becca's a cat.
18.
Go.
Nice. From what you can hear, the acoustics of this room give a lot away. That way down to the end of the cabin, to Truebeck, as we will. Actually, there's not a whole lot of openness to the noise. It's almost like if you were to go back, for instance, it would reverberate in a cavern of sorts and come back to you. It's fucking sonar we're using now. Whereas from the other way, actually you could feel the wind a little bit as well. It's sort of like more of a moving air. It seems to connect to the chasm, which you had remembered there was a wooden banister over this side of the room. So actually this, if you can imagine, if it was there,
Yeah.
you imagine that over this way connects somehow to this large ravine of sorts.
Well, knowing that the way behind us is a dead end, I think we should move towards the wind and the open space.
Yep.
You don't
Okay.
want to see if there's anything over here?
In the dead end, like keys.
Yeah, my Skyrim brain is telling me to turn around because there might be something in there to loot.
Loot goblins need
All
to
right,
loot.
all right,
Sorry.
all right.
Sorry.
So behind us is a dead end. Let's check that out first before moving forward
Sure.
into the cavern.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Okay, you move down the cavern. It's not too long to get to the open, natural, cavernous room. Once again, lots of stalactites, stalagmites, rugged
Which
terrain.
one's which, though?
Stalactites hang from the ceiling.
Hey.
Nice. Yeah, I like that.
Did we
idiom.
all
It's a
get
good one.
taught
Yeah,
that as
we
a
all got taught
child?
the same one.
I
Never used
never
it.
remembered that one. I always remembered the might reach the sky.
We always
Might
was
reach
taught
the
like
sky and-
it's mighty and therefore
Yeah.
it's like don't
And
know.
tightly holding onto the ceiling.
I think.
tight.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
And when they join, they make columns.
Moving into the room, Braxis, you've got your torch outstretched. Miraciel, your rapier, which is now glowing with the ferocity of throat singing. And Gary, you notice that as we approach this cabin, there's almost like a front of unseeable force of kind. And the light, which you would expect would expound into the room, actually doesn't. It reaches a sort of a magical sort of stopping point.
Magical curtain, as it will.
Almost a magical curtain, not a real curtain this time.
We said no
thankfully.
curtains.
And crossing over the threshold into the room itself, there is a sort of blackness that envelops you, a very, very dark feeling around you. It's not natural by any means. And Braxis, as you step into the room as well, you can see the light of your torch, but it's almost very, very dim, and holding it outstretched before you doesn't reveal any part of the
Good
room
idea. We
whatsoever.
should have come this way.
Yeah. Hey, your choice. You sure that's the right choice? Can I make a
Just
roll
know if we die, we blame you.
to see if I can sort of identify or maybe
Knowledge Arcana.
of what's going on?
Which is
I would
a
also like to do
bonus.
a knowledge arcana check.
If we were in
You
combat,
might not be able to do it.
is that
no,
a...
For sneak attack.
No, you're
probably.
not trained in it.
No,
Alright,
no,
never
I'm
mind.
just saying, I'm like,
I'm used
is a
to
knowledge roll, isn't
other
a
things.
standard roll, it's a quick roll?
Out of combat, you can just roll it, but
No,
during
I'm just
combat,
trying to figure out what the heck is going on, because I'm confused.
Okay.
And
So if I was in a turn,
yeah,
could I attack, move, and roll a knowledge check?
yeah, that's the way we've always house ruled it.
Because the
I'm sure
knowledge
there's a
check
reason
is
for
like
it.
a...
Yeah, it's like an
a
intuition
swift-
thing.
actually, you might
yeah,
be able to roll for it.
swift action, I would say.
Oh,
Okay.
no, no.
You kind of just recall things like
Yeah,
you're
so
thinking
that's
of.
how you would define
Yeah.
a swift action.
If you're going to be like trying to convince the goblins to put down their weapons, that would be more of a move action because you're like actually spending time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Question. If Knowledge Arcana is a class skill, but you do not have ranks in it, are you still able to roll?
No, you're not. Unfortunately, you have to be trained.
Yeah.
So knowledge arcana from Braxis, do you have it?
I have, because I've got Bardic Knowledge,
Okay.
so that allows me to roll for all
Yeah.
knowledge.
Gotcha. All right, make me a roll.
So I have an 8.
8. The darkness is definitely a magical kind.
Yep.
It's certainly not natural. You would expect that your torch would illuminate the room.
Yeah.
You can't put a finger on exactly what school of magic it might have come from or
Yeah.
who put it here.
Yeah. And the light from the rapier isn't
It is not, unfortunately.
affecting? Cool.
So you know not a lot?
Can I borrow your sword for a moment?
Are you going to give it back?
I intend to.
Maybe if it comes back.
Can we do swapsies? In case something comes out in the dark with bitey teeth?
I didn't collect my dagger from the goblin.
No.
Oh, dude.
I mean, you rummaged
Yeah,
through the
you would
bodies.
have collected it.
All right,
I'm not going to fucking make you stake everything.
My DM's
You
like
didn't
that
actually
too.
not
It's
off your
like,
horse yet.
Unless you
I
were,
step with my
unless
left
you
foot.
were running away from something, you would have stopped for 5 seconds to pick up your weapons without thinking about it.
In my sock. It's really pointy.
Wow.
You move into the shadow.
Anyway, yeah, you
and
can have it.
Take the rapier with you.
Well, actually, no. I just stand at the precipice of the shadow
Okay.
and I stick the rapier into it.
You stab the shadow.
Yes.
Unfortunately, the darkness doesn't seem to be affected by the rapier. You
I'm
can
not
still
trying
see.
to stab it. I'm just trying to light it up.
Yeah, I'm just playing. It seems that within this room, sources of light are dimmed very heavily. Even magical sources of light, such as the rapier.
All right. Well,
I'm gonna shove her in.
I'm giving you your sword back.
make
Do you
me-
want it
make me
back?
a
While
strength
you were
check.
sticking in the...
All right,
make me
fine,
a strength check.
Well, it's still rather dark, don't you think? I'm surprised. It doesn't really seem to be
my
lighting it
strength's
up.
14, so that's +2.
Yep. Mariciel thrusts
11.
her hands into your back, Gary, and gives you a sort of a push. You step forward a tiny bit, not far enough to stumble forward.
Check it out!
Anyway, I guess I'm gonna go into the shadow.
You move into the shadow. Who's going in with
Yeah, I'll
Gary?
go in.
Yep. Head in, and Mariciel.
I'll follow. Yeah, no, it's fine. I'm gonna pull out one of my daggers.
You reach
first.
what you would imagine to be the center of the room, judging by its dimensions. Still very, very dark. You actually can't see one another that well at all. And like I said, torch,
If you hadn't
very, very
pushed
dim.
me, I was like, I had a whole plan sort
And
of figured
Braxis, would you
out.
make me a perception check, please?
It's gonna be a trap.
Oh, God! Run, die!
You aim to get an acoustic reading from the sounds of this cavern. And so, out comes the throat singing once again. And all of a sudden, there's something amiss. You feel some kind of liquid dribble onto your shoulder, and you very quickly stop and look over and touch it. It seems to be like a gooey kind of salivary substance. And, pardon me, just before you can do anything, you look up and can't see much, but 8 hairy legs as they fall from the ceiling and try and grasp you around your head. Everyone roll me initiatives, please.
Alright, so we have. You got a 12 plus.
Plus 6.
So
18.
18 for Mauricio. That is a 13 for Braxis.
Mm-hmm.
And a.
Oh my god.
Careful.
Yeah.
Drop something.
That's not good. I've completely forgotten.
It's just the chords knocked over.
Alright, so
And 6 for Gary.
Gary 6, Braxis 18, and Mercial got...
I'm just gonna go with
As
No,
we
I
start
was 18.
combat dice.
Okay, what was Braxis?
I don't know. What were you, Reese?
I got a 13.
Okay. All of a sudden, these hairy legs clasp around you, Reese, and there's something very big and very scary jumping down on top of you. All of a sudden, something horrid and warm and fangy makes an attempt to...
Spider-like, some would say.
Spider-like, yeah.
Very spider-like. Fortunately, you're just able to sort of reach your arms up and give it a sort of a shunt as these 2 piercing fangs
You give it a
just scrape across the back of your neck. Not enough to draw blood. It was a very close call, though. And before you know it, the spider scuttles off of you and onto the floor next to you. Because of the darkness of the environment, anyone who's not within 5 foot of the spider can't see a damn thing of it, but they can hear the clacking of its mandibles as it makes this horrible kind of noise. First, we have Booter to act, who moves into the shadows away from you, Braxis. It scutters away. Mariciel, you hear the scuttling noise draw closer to you, and all of a sudden, lunging from the shadows, these 8 hairy legs, it attacks you. That's plenty.
Tell it to not.
Would you be able to roll me a fortitude saving throw?
What's that?
That's a 4.
And my fort is +2, so 6. 6.
6, not good.
You would be correct.
Fangs latch onto your arm and drive deep into your flesh. And as you sort of try and push the spider off you, its 8 horrible eyes looking back at yours, you almost scrape the fangs across your own skin as it lets go eventually. There's warmth from within your arm. You look down and it doesn't look particularly good at all. And as the warmth travels further up and down your arm, there's a good chance that something has been injected into your bloodstream.
Grab one of my ties, tie it up, tie the top of my arm.
We now move to your turn. Before you act, Merciel, please would you roll me another fortitude save?
20 on the dice.
22.
Wait, nat 20?
That's
Yeah.
at 20.
I beat it.
You hurriedly, the closest thing you have that even resembles a tourniquet of any sorts, there's a ribbon that you've sort of attached to your hair.
Okay.
With deftness, you undo the knot and swipe it out and quickly throw it around your own arm, pulling it tight as you can. And after a moment of just kind of like clenching your muscles, you even sort of massage the wound to try and get as much of the venom out as you can.
That's how first aid works.
Hey, this is fantasy,
It's
alright?
fine. Yeah, it's magic.
Don't ask questions.
You pull the tourniquet tight, giving it a wrap or two, and as the spider has slinked off into the shadows, you can now act as you wish.
Can I see my glowing sword? Because I was.
You
not that
can.
far
It's
away
in
from
your
her.
hand, and you can sort of see
Oh,
it.
it's not. It's in her hand.
It's in my hand. I
Oh.
went to give it back, and then she pushed me
Yeah,
into
no,
the dark.
no, you can't see it. Not at all.
And I can't see the spider. Do
You
I
know
know-
which way it went.
But do I know roughly which way she is?
You do.
I mean, I'm gonna walk towards her.
Yep. As you walk towards Gary, all of a sudden she appears in full view before you, and the glowing sword, of course, is there as well.
Sorry I pushed you. Can I have my sword back?
Yeah, I was going to give it back.
Thanks.
Here's your sword.
Braxis, you hear your friends having a pleasant conversation when you've just been attacked
what a
by
body
a
legend.
spider.
Here's a finger gun.
Now's not the time for pleasantries.
Thank you so much to whoever that was. No-Rad. No-Rad. No-Riad. Sorry, I had to. Great name.
Awesome.
And Merciel, you now have your rapier in your possession. You can,
Yep.
You can flaunt yourself forwards towards where you think the spider went,
Yep.
if you would like to.
Wait, you're allowed to do... Oh.
What?
You're allowed to break up your movement?
Well, you move like a little bit. You snatch the sword from Gary and you continue moving. I'm not going to make you.
That is a rule in all games.
Yeah,
Most-
fifth ed,
Fifth
first
ed,
ed.
first ed.
Passing an action is a free action.
Second ed is
Sure.
broken.
It's not. It works really well.
Would you like to stand where you are instead?
No, I'll
I'm
keep
trying-
walking towards
Alright.
the spider.
Roll me a perception check, please, and -4 because of the darkness.
That's a 4 on the dice.
Oh, okay. So
0!
you lose the spider completely. In fact, you think you've lost yourself as well. Sadly, there's nothing you can do. We move to Braxis.
Cool. I have a question.
Yes.
What type of action would I use to prepare an action?
Hydrate!
You can prepare any
Can you
action
bring me
you
a
like,
hydration?
and you can then use that action at any point between turns that you see fit. So, for example, if you tell me the trigger, like, I want to attack the spider if it comes towards me,
Sure.
then when it does, your action will go and you can have it out of sequence.
Okay, so this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
I want to take the rope that I have out of my bag,
Yeah.
lasso it, and then react when the spider is close enough to me to try and put the rope on the spider.
Absolutely.
So if we can break that down, what can I do this turn?
Okay, so you've spent your move action, you've procured a rope, which I imagine would have just been dangling from your pack.
Yep.
So you basically just take it off, tie a rudimentary knot as quickly as you can, basically just a simple sort of reef knot, and then you stand with it at the ready, sort of swinging it around and watching for the spider if it comes towards you.
Yep.
I won't let you move if you want to prepare standard action to lasso a spider.
That's fine.
That was your move action, getting the rope ready.
That's fine. So yeah, pretty much my whole turn is me getting the rope, making a lasso.
Yeah,
Yeah.
got it. We move
And
to
I'm preparing for when the spider enters my space.
noted.
Oh,
Gary,
what a bloody legend. Here's a
This
finger
one's
gun.
Dissol. Thank you for resubscribing.
this one to Saul.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
Much appreciated.
I'm not wearing my mic.
Hope you're enjoying the stream so far. It's nice and hot in here, isn't it?
No.
It's warm. It's not.
I regret
Rather,
wearing
it's hot, but it's
jeans.
not nice.
I mean, I'm hotter.
I feel fine.
You've always been hot, Foodie Snacks. Gary, it's your turn to act.
Okay, so I'm
Probably go to a
standing
doctor to get that checked out.
with you with your sword. I know my direction is forward, don't I?
Yeah. You saw Merisiel head toward the spider that away, so it can only mean that it's nearby to there. If you want to try and find the spider, you can make me a perception check.
Let's try perceiving where the spider might be. Otherwise,
So one.
that's a nat 1.
Unfortunately, you hear something behind you, a clickety-clackety kind of noise. It resembles the fangs, and you turn on the spot and almost wait in anticipation for the spider to be there.
Dice jail over here.
Is there any other kind of action that you would like to do now that you know where the spider is?
Behind me, I'm gonna keep moving forward. I'm gonna go.
Away from where you thought the spider was?
Well, I'm assuming we're trying to find a key in this place.
Right, so you're looking for the key instead.
I think if we can get the key quicker, because I don't really feel like being poisoned.
Okay. You walk forwards as far as you can away from the noise you thought you heard, and you hit the wall. It's very sort of rocky and raggedy. There's no sort of smoothness to it that you could scour to find the key immediately. But you begin making your way around, sort of feeling out for the key. You remember that in the other room it was sort of hanging from a hook, and that's what you're looking out for. Next, the spider has its turn.
And I didn't attack it, so hopefully it'll leave me alone.
Gary, you absolutely thought you could have sworn that you heard the spider behind you, but all of a sudden there's a scuttling noise from just over to your other side as you're sort of perched against the wall, and it moves behind you, and you all of a sudden hear a shriek of like a war cry from Braxis as the spider launches towards you, Braxis. Ah! And your lasso comes wobbling around.
Yep.
Roll me an attack, please. An improvised weapon. Oh no.
Mate.
2.
This thing has so many legs that trying to wrap it up in a lasso is almost impossible. You sort of like lunge it forwards, almost trying to use its own momentum as it leaps towards you to tighten the thing, but you're not in time. As the 8 legs hairy wrap around you once again, and the fangs
Oh boy.
biting down upon you. That's a very high roll. I'm not even going to ask your AC.
18 for those wondering.
Okay. Would you roll me a fortitude save?
A
please?
fortitude
Yes.
saving roll. No worries. Jesus.
Oh, I can't wait to kill you guys.
That is a 12.
You take 1 point of piercing damage from the spider's fangs. Once more, you say, "Get off!" and you almost elbowed you in the face there, sorry. Unfortunately, a warmth within your arm, once again, sort of like Merisiel, and it begins to spread up and down. It's not good.
Sure.
Merisiel, you're to act. You heard your friend.
I'm gonna head towards that noise.
You head towards the noise. You find he and the spider locked in furious combat, and because of your vision of it now, you can roll me an attack.
Stabby, stabby.
Yeah. Your arm feels much better, by the way.
13.
13 plus 4.
Now, technically, I would like to ask a
17.
Yes.
Would the spider be considered flanked?
If I'm on the other side.
So from the way that you're flanking it, so
You've got to do, because you couldn't put them down because you didn't
I'm
want us to know
gonna
where the
say
spider
no
was.
because it's too hard to keep track of.
Too many legs.
This is more theatre of the mind.
Yes.
It has a lot of legs.
Yeah.
That is a hit against the spider. Please roll me some damage.
7.
Woohoo!
I just look at the character.
It screeches. There's a horrible sort of
I do get-
insectoid screech that comes out of
yes.
it.
So my sneak attack
Exactly
is when...
like that. Thank you, Gary.
So my sneak attack is when it's unable to defend itself effectively from my attack, and I can strike a vital spot
Yeah.
for extra
Hang on.
damage.
Let me consult my Dungeon Master guide.
It's my attack deals an additional damage anytime my target would be denied a dexterity bonus to
Okay.
AC.
Sadly, you're not able to strike it with sneak attack this time.
Dang it.
You imagine that a spider like this living in a room so dark might be able to see you coming,
Yeah.
whereas most of the time if someone can't see you coming, you can stick them with a pointy end. Okay, Raxus, you're to act.
Is the spider still on me?
It is right in front of you. Also, roll me a fort save, please.
Sure. First, we'll do the fort saving throw. Plus 5. 20 plus 5.
Hey, well,
25?
nat 20. Nat 20.
I sweat out the virus.
Yeah, you basically flex so hard that all this venom just comes shooting out of you like a fountain. You know that massaging it's probably not a good idea, so rather you just kind of like grab your own arm and sort of like keep it held for a little moment.
It's like popping a zip.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And you find that your arm eventually loses the tingly, warm feeling as your body fights off the infection. You now have a chance to act with your lasso and/or torch.
I would like to attach the rope. So I guess drop the torch because that's not doing anything for me at the moment. I'd like to attach the rope to the spider.
Oh yeah.
Not in any debilitating way. Just attach the rope to the
Okay. Make me a grappling check, please.
Right.
So you're rolling. You add your CMB, and you're
Right.
trying to fight.
Frickin' heck
zero.
is a CMB?
Yeah. There's a combat maneuver bonus.
Oh.
10. Okay.
It's got 8 legs.
Yeah.
You reach forward with the lasso, and you kind of sort of
You should have
dive
just
on
gone
top of
for
it
a leg.
heroically, trying to maybe
Yeah, but
put it
it's
around
got
one of its
7
legs as it's flailing around. It's just not happening. You
Yeah.
kind of can't pick where its legs is going to be, and you sort of try once, but miss, unfortunately.
Yeah.
If
Okay.
he attaches it to one of
Would
the
that
legs
be-
and then
that-
holds
that'd be a
on,
standard,
it'll
Yeah, that's
know
your
where it
standard
is.
action, I'm afraid. Sorry.
Cool.
Yeah, starting a song is standard action as well.
Yep.
right?
Yes,
Sorry,
it
Braxis.
does
Come on.
have a sneak attack for flanking. It's just that I wasn't flanking
Yeah.
because it's real dark.
Yeah, it's super dark. You don't even know where your friend is so that you can flank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gary,
Otherwise, I would have definitely flanked.
you're searching the wall. Is that what you keep doing to find the key and get the fuck out of here?
Can I see my friends fighting this spider?
You can hear them, and they're crying in pain. Oh God, your friends, they're dying without you, and there's nothing you can do except maybe turn around and help them. But not impossible to get the key and get the fuck out. So what would you like to do? I mean, you're already at the wall, right?
I'm trying to attach this rope to the spider so then I can cast light on the rope and then wrap it around the fucking room. But this spider is given, like, in case people are like, what is he trying to do? I'm like,
Yeah.
I thought similar that I didn't think you were trying to grapple it. I thought you were trying to attach something on it so that we could find it
once I
easier.
get the rope
So you
on
can
it,
ride
it'd be
it.
like light, and then you have 50 foot of rope.
But also, if you just
going around
hold it on to the rope as well, it's like if it starts running, it's taking
Yeah.
you with it, and then we can just follow your screen.
Follow me, yeah.
All right.
Start throat singing.
I hear Braxis cry out with failure once again, and I turn around and
rope's hard.
run towards the noise.
You run towards the noise. Appearing in your field of vision, firstly, is Miss Mericiel. Sorry. Mericiel, with her back turned to you and front turned to the spider. Oh my God, it appears in view. You have a chance to act now with your weapon of choice.
I take my quarterstaff and I go to
Bonk. Roll me an attack, please.
8.
Sadly, not a hit. You basically bounce it off one of its hairy legs, and it's got 7 more, so it's not super displeased with that. The spider turns to you with a ferocious sort of... all of its 8 eyes
What was
illuminated.
Can you do that for the camera?
Oh, what a bloody legend. Here's finger guns.
Sir Nicholas, 777, thank you for the follow, much appreciated.
Kill the
Yeah.
spider. We're trying.
Yeah.
We're not
Yeah.
taking it for a picnic or anything.
Spider is hard to kill.
Spider jumps toward you, Mericiel. Obviously, 1 dose of venom was not enough, so it attacks you.
That's fair.
What's your AC?
17.
A miss! It dives to the side, making
go
a big bite, but you manage to just sort of, and it finds itself now stuck between you and Gary. But first,
Between!
Mericiel, with a small readjustment of where you're standing, plus you can ascertain that your friend Gary is standing between you and the spider. Sorry, spider is between you and Gary. You readjust a little, taking a 5-foot step, and you can do your sneak shit now if you would like.
I can just do it, or is it my turn?
You gotta
It's your
like it.
turn. Like,
Yeah.
It's my turn.
I'm trying to be
no, that's
all
what I
like
was saying.
flavorful.
Flavorful. No, I just needed to know if it was doing like a bonus action because it moved, or if I was.
Oh no, you're right.
Oh no.
9.
That's not good.
That's a 9.
That's yeah. That's
9
a
also means no in German.
It does.
9.
9.
9.
Oh my God. Yep, you miss,
9.
unfortunately. It was a good try.
Yep.
You stab toward where it is and basically just like catch it on the end of its abdomen where the silky web would come out.
Go for it.
Where is Braxis in relation to my location currently? Can I touch him?
Close.
you, Spider, Miraciel, Braxis.
Sorry, too far away.
Yeah, well, he's far. You don't exactly know how far away, but he's just sort of not within your immediate field of vision.
Yeah.
He can't be any more than 10 foot away.
No, that's fine.
Braxis, your act now. Please
cool.
kill the spider.
Just hit it. Just hit it with a sword.
I dropped my thing. Anything else is a standard action to pull out. I'm going to use one of my inspired rage.
Yeah?
So I'm just gonna...
You're gonna punch a spider.
No, I'm going to sing a song, and then you're gonna punch a spider.
Y'all punch the
Punch
spider.
the That's not the same one as you did last time.
Yeah, they're all
Beautiful.
different,
I
don't worry
love
about
it. It's so good.
Ask questions.
Right, so everyone gets +2 to their strength, +2 to their con, which will affect your fortitude saving throws.
Nice.
-1 AC and +1 to your will saving throws, provided you are wanting to enter rage.
What was the last one after AC?
+1 to will saving throws.
It's not, but my rapier is actually not strength. So it's not.
You can choose with the rapier to use
Can
weapon
you?
finesse to use dex or strength.
Yeah.
So that's what you've been doing so far. If it worked out that strength is actually better when you're raging, you could choose to instead do it with
Yeah,
strength.
So wait, mine would be
not particular.
Yeah, not
No.
particularly helpful. But I mean, the
Well,
extra con is
I'm
nice.
gonna.
You get extra hit
I'll
points.
save.
That was an accident. again,
So
do it again.
I choose to enter rage.
I accept the
I
rage.
accept the rage.
We all
Hey,
accept the
nice.
rage.
The throat singing reverberates off the walls and enters your ears once more. And once again, just like in the trap room, you feel yourselves strengthened and emboldened by the sound of Braxis's throat singing.
So that will affect...
Gary, you're to act now.
Just for people to understand, that will affect your attack rolls. Because you get +1 strength.
Oh, yeah,
Mod.
yep.
Yeah, 'cause it's
Modifier.
+2 strength. So it's +1 strength mod. And yeah, so you should be able to hit things better now.
Cool.
Cool, Gary, go.
I don't think my quarterstaff is affected by strength because I don't have an attack bonus. Oh no, I don't have
It
an
is.
attack bonus to my strength.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah, so,
okay.
You are now facing the spider. Thankfully, it is getting flanked by Miraciel on the other side, and it's sort of turned its attention away to retaliate. So you find an
Makes it
opportunity to
flat-footed,
strike it. Basically, yeah. Bonk.
Nat 1, but it becomes 3.
That one doesn't matter. You
Yeah,
fail.
Do I have to roll again? And if I hit
I'll
nat
give you a
1?
choice. Would you like calamitous failure or double the sadness?
Oh, no.
I'll take double sadness.
Double sadness. Okay. You bring over your quarterstaff, ready to give it a big thunk. Bonk. And what actually happens is its abdomen is so squishy that upon applying the force, it sort of bounces back, and you weren't expecting it, and your quarterstaff goes flying and sort of clattering somewhere behind you.
Somewhere in the dark.
You're now without your weapon, and there's no finding it in this darkness.
Yep.
Many sorries.
Have a dagger, shut up.
The spider retaliates, turning around to
Don't
bite
let the
you.
spider know, alright?
The spider got a nat one.
The spider bites Gary's abdomen and bounces off and loses its fangs.
Each of you that are flanking the spider, I'll allow you an attack of opportunity, as its attention is so divided that actually it panics and just tries to sort of like shoot web up to the ceiling and begin climbing. And each of you sees an opportunity to retaliate. So Miraciel first.
Yep. That's a 17 on dice.
That
hits.
nearly went to the 7, by the way.
Please, would you roll me damage
Is that with sneak attack?
with sneak attack?
Yeah.
So an extra d6 of damage, if you please.
5.
5
Plus,
Nice.
plus 2.
Okay.
Cute little fuzzy
Braxis,
tooth.
I'm going to punch it because I currently have no weapons
make
in hand.
me an unarmed strike, which is -4 penalty.
So that's a 6 plus what my rage would be 7.
Yep.
Minus 4 would take me down
10
to
11. Oh wait, I see what you're saying. So 3.
3.
Right.
Yeah.
It's too quick. Actually, you don't want to get your arm in the way of Miraciel's rapier,
Yeah.
which looks like it's actually chopping this thing to pieces. So you're just like, oh,
I
okay.
Her character's tagline is, "If I've got a big problem, I cut it into smaller pieces, and most of the time that solves it."
Hey, I like that philosophy. It's a good one. Lastly, Gary, attack of opportunity.
I
Punch
don't
the
have
spider.
I don't have any weapons prepared, so I punch the spider. And because this is big energy, we go for the chunky boy.
Chunky boy.
Chunky
let's
boy.
go.
Big dice energy.
That's alright, it's
Raging
an 8.
song and everything.
Yeah, so that adds 2 to my strength, I guess.
So plus 1 to the modifiers. What's
yeah,
your strength
your mod
modifier
would be
plus your
1.
BAB?
So your strength goes up to 13, so
Yep.
then the mod goes up to by 1. So 6 plus 1. 7.
Wait, you rolled a 6.
Yeah, roll a
Plus
6.
1 to 7. What's your
And then-
base attack bonus?
0.
1. Oh, 0. Okay.
You know what? I didn't hit it.
Yeah. She did the same as me.
The spider launches itself up to the ceiling, and actually you can hear like a noise as it appears to be in distress. There's a brief moment where you gather the idea that the spider might actually have fled, or at least attempted to stay on the ceiling where you guys can't get it. I'll leave it to you to decide if you want to try and scrabble and finish it off, or perhaps maybe grab the key and get out of here.
Well, we don't fucking know where the key is.
Well, you'll have to find it.
That's what I'm saying. Should we start looking for a key, guys? We should start looking for your staff.
I'm gonna start looking for my staff. Do I have an idea of which direction it kind of went in?
Yeah, you spend the relevant maybe minute or so just kind of like, my glasses. And eventually, you eventually find something that resembles a wooden pole, and you pick it up, and sure
Next
enough,
minute,
it's your
it's
quarterstaff.
actually a spider leg.
Marasil, you head to the wall,
I'm
feeling around. Would you make me a sleight of hand check, please?
That's a
12.
12. What's sleight of hand?
So
Dexterity?
skills.
Skills.
Sleight of hand is plus 8. So
Oh,
20.
fuck yeah. Okay, you run your hand along the wall, and all of a sudden, you feel the coldness of a plaque or something metal under your finger, and
Shit.
immediately you think about that
50-50,
time
yeah.
Gary got exploded with electricity energy, so you actually take your hand away and calmly
Can I like
assess the
hop on my-
situation.
yeah.
Take your rapier up and have a look, and sure enough, one says Claymont Collectors and the other says the Double Back Flippers.
And there's still a key under the Claymont
Yeah,
Collectors.
I think they're just waiting
they're
to
waiting
attack
for
us
us
to
to
take
roll.
all of our keys.
So you very, very carefully take the Claymont, sorry, not the Claymont Collectors. That would be funny.
Owls.
The Double Backflips key. And
Oh, can I
you have
flick off their key via sword?
I suspect
secured a third key.
Third key.
Woohoo!
How many keys were we after again?
4.
4. Okay, yep.
We need one more. I
I'm gonna
also
health check just to make sure I got those correct.
9.
6.
7?
Nailed it.
Woo! Well done, Tom. I just want to say, before we move on, A, if you would like a drink break or whatever, just let me know. I know this is going for a while. B, can we get a actual round of applause for Tom, who is here but not participating and is doing so much of the work. And we don't actually pay you enough attention.
He's been running around trying to fix stuff
Yeah.
from the get-go.
So yeah, in
I've
chat,
also
say
been
thanks
watching
Tom in
him.
chat and give him some love because
Do my-
Tom absolutely didn't have to be here, but he was just to support my first DMing session. Anyway,
No.
all good? Are we all ready to?
I would like to do an action.
Yes. What would you like to do?
So the spider's on the roof, right?
Somewhere. Yeah.
Somewhere.
No, just leave it.
It's magically dark.
Alright, I'll leave it. I'll leave
No,
it.
because like if Clayton's people do decide to not attack us and they're like, shit, we gotta find something. Like,
Yeah.
we want to leave as much trouble for them as possible.
Oh, you know, I
a
just
good
had
point.
a really good
Bring
idea.
the spider
You
with us.
want to wrangle the spider and take it with us?
It's, let's get out of here. I'll explain the idea after we get out.
It doesn't
out
take
of
you
the-
long to
Out
exit
of
the
the
room.
ear holes of the spider.
Yeah.
You move out of the room. You follow the circumference of the room around
my
to the
God,
entrance.
we can see again.
And step out of the darkness and into an area where you can see, thankfully. The spider, you imagine, is so hurt that it probably just wanted to leave you alone. And both you, Braxis, and Merciel, you check your arms to make sure that nothing's wrong. Aside from a bit of bruising and some trickle of blood, it appears that your tourniquet has worked quite well, and Braxis, you just
You flexed
manly
it
man
out.
flexed
Flexed
the
it, yeah.
venom. Either the venom just didn't seep far enough into you to get hold of you. You both seem fine.
Yeah.
Just a like a PSA for Australia.
What?
Don't tourniquet your arm if you get bit by a snake.
Yeah, okay.
Don't do it.
Yeah, because once you release it, it just releases the venom in your system in kind of a full force kind of situation.
Okay, maybe
better to just-
I'm not a doctor.
Better to just wrap it
I'm a
and
dungeon
pressure the
master, not a
entire
doctor.
area,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
just one section.
right.
I'm just going by what Hollywood tells me, all right?
Yeah.
And
Apparently
you
it
tourniquet.
works. No, in Papua New Guinea, the snake's venom there, that's how it works or some shit, because we had one person that came over, but Australian venom's different, hence the snakes.
That's terrifying. Snakes have different kinds of venom to fuck you over in different ways.
Yes.
Wow.
Anyway.
Cool. All right, so we have moved out.
Yep. You reach the stairway back up to the main room, remembering that there is another direction that you haven't yet
We've
been.
got
Let's
one
head
more
down
key
that
to
way.
get, right?
Let's head down that way.
Before we do, I want to have a bit
of healing?
Group huddle, right? Because we all know what's gonna happen. We're gonna rock up.
They're gonna
be
try and-
like,
yeah.
"We found
Fight.
all the keys.
I say we
So-
hide, we need to
We need to find the fourth key before we can hide.
decide what to do.
Yeah,
Yes,
but
I think we don't go in there with
all 4 keys.
all 4 keys.
Right. Because they're just gonna wait for us to rock up and unlock the door.
Yeah,
So that's gonna be
and then they're gonna rush it.
the issue. So what I'm thinking is maybe we can convince them that they need to go in that room with the spider.
Or we could say that we were leaving because we
Is
couldn't
there-
get the fucking
Hold on.
final key.
I need to check my skills.
Like we
I
could,
have-
we could.
3 in bluffing.
Intimidate.
Yeah, but what if we
I
like
have a 2 in bluff.
knock each other up just a little bit and like just in terms of cosmetic knock ups, and then we come up and be like, couldn't do it, couldn't defeat the spider. Or
No,
couldn't-
what I'm thinking is if we can try and convince them that the diamond is in there, right?
They fucking know it's through the door with the keys though.
But if we bluff them enough,
Okay, you can try.
or we just kill them, like
So,
we're not gonna like.
out of curiosity, can I use bluff in this situation even though I'm not
Yes.
trained in?
Wait,
okay.
better idea. You say that one of us comes up. So
One of us pretends to be dead. They hold the keys. The other 2 go up. But you never split the party.
that's the
I
problem.
don't want to split the party.
It would be like if there was a way that we could sneak so that, but there's not because they're sitting right there.
No, I think it's we just collect the 3 keys and then we. All right, how's this sound? Right, we get the 4th key.
Yeah.
Say we only got 3, and then we just. I just realised we're talking about this next to the opening.
Well, we wouldn't have exactly been shouting it
Yeah.
though.
But what I say.
Hey guys, listen to our
Shut
plan.
up! Shut up! So what I'm
What a bloody legend. He's bigger guns.
Final key, we can't find it.
Thank you so much.
5E.
Plot points 5e.
Thank you for the follow.
I love it.
So what about this, right?
Giant spider's gonna eat us.
We just go. We know you guys are waiting. You go get your key. We've got ours. You only need to get 1 key, and then we'll unlock the door together. Because clearly, we're gonna have a fight. That's it's gonna happen. They're not just gonna let us walk out.
Look, at this point, is it not just it's self-defense because we know they're coming.
That's what I'm saying. So
Hey,
Yeah,
remember
so-
how we made the joke about murdering them, but only in
but
self-defense?
The
Yeah.
thing is, we'll have all 4 keys. So when they fuck off and fight the spider,
I don't
we
think
can just
they're
unlock
gonna...
the door.
Okay,
and leave.
try, but I don't think they're gonna fucking fuck off.
I mean, it's
But
worth
let's
a shot.
go.
But anyway,
no.
let's get the next key, right?
You move along the corridor. Once again, rugged, a little thin in places, so you have to sort of like shimmy your way through. And eventually you come to a terrifying sight. Actually, the floor abruptly ends at the very edge of this enormous chasm that you had seen earlier from the balcony, over the railings. And as you sort of look up, about 40 foot above you are the edges of the chasm sort of level off into ledges on either side. And those of you who are daring enough to peer your head out of this essentially hole that you're in and look up behind you, you can see the wooden railings from this edge of the room up there. So you're somewhere beneath this portion of the map.
All right.
Before you, which of you has gone first, actually?
That would have probably been me looking for traps
There you
and
go.
with the dagger.
Mauricio. Before you, what you see is a small, no more than 6 inches wide ledge of rocks which are sort of poking out of the side of this chasm, and they follow about maybe 10 foot along the wall to an ending point. And there's a glint of light which is illuminated by the light from above in the circular room, which refracts off what you can only imagine is a small metal key or pair of keys at the very end of the ledge. And
How good are you at like projecting your voice?
I mean, I'm pretty good at projecting.
Could you like fake a falling scream?
What's your idea?
We just make them think that not all of us are gonna come back up.
I feel like that would.
It's gonna reverb into their room.
But all of us. Yeah.
And we give you the keys.
Yeah. Alright, cool. Yeah. Alright. I would like to do that. I'd like to make it sound like I'm falling.
okay, make me a bluff check.
A bluff
Hang
check?
on.
What's that?
I'm giving you a bit of luck.
Okay,
The
explain.
luck cleric comes in.
Explain what's going
Yep.
on.
So touch a willing creature, give them advantage on a d20 roll, and I can do that 3 times. So may the Father of Luck guide you.
Wait, advantage?
Yeah, so you
Yeah.
roll twice and you take the higher number.
It's essentially advantage. It's not
okay.
called advantage. Basically, you roll
it's-
twice, take the higher
yeah,
result.
Okay. I was like, I know advantage. That's fifth.
Yeah.
Alright.
Make them bluff.
That's what I
roll,
know
please.
advantage is. Do you want 6 or 6?
That put them in the middle of green screen. That was fucking dreadful.
What the fuck, dudes? I'm so sorry. Are you okay?
Hey, do you get a bonus to that roll or what?
Yeah, so it's an 8.
Wicked. Okay, so you rolled an 8.
No, that fucked up.
You basically shout up. What was your intention of shouting?
Oh, just I'm falling!
You wait
You laugh.
to see if you can hear the boys up there, and eventually you actually can sort of just see up over the railing. Claymont has moved over and is sort of like leaning on the banister and looking down over you.
Can he see us?
He can see you, yeah.
He can most definitely see it.
Oh, as if a prank like that would have worked. Come on, you'll have to try a little better.
Let's just kill these guys.
Well,
Let's
go
collect the
ahead.
key and mess them up.
I would love to see this. Come on, boys. And both of his boys make their way to his flank and sort of like lean on the banister and just sort of watch you as you're about to take your efforts to procure the key.
I'll go.
So,
Come on now, we
what,
haven't got all
it's
day.
just going
It's a
across
ledge.
the
You
ledge?
gotta just balance across the ledge. I'll
Any
go.
little ledge just on the face of the rock.
I will.
You'll
Alright,
have
you
to
go.
sort of
Yeah.
turn sideways and shuffle along.
I mean, how good are you? I actually don't know what I've got
So-
because I don't got nothing.
Alright,
so I've got dexterity, but I don't forget. I have
You've
got
got
acrobatics
climb?
and climb.
Yeah,
So I
so-
feel like maybe I should go.
Well, I also have acrobatics. I don't have climb. So I guess what would be the more relevant skill check here?
You're not sure in
There's a
character.
fucking thing
What?
on your eyebrow, and I just want
Yeah.
to get it. Oh,
Thanks.
that makes me feel better.
Which of you is the most talented at moving across really small surfaces?
Me.
Would it not be the cat in the group?
Well, what's your acrobatics?
I have an +1 to my acrobatics.
Yeah.
My climb, I have a +1. What else were we talking about?
It's climb and acrobatics at the moment.
Yeah, so a dexterity ability of 1. And
So
a
if
climb
I
and-
take my armor off, I have an acrobatics of 9.
Okay.
Jesus, that is a big acrobat.
Yeah.
You
So
should do some
I'm
climbing.
gonna take
He's
my
cat shaming you there.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
gonna
fine.
take my armor off.
I took too
and,
much time
um,
studying, not enough time climbing.
Yeah.
Try and be agile.
You begin taking off your leather armor, and Claymont taunts down at you. Oh, the situation getting a bit
Oh,
hot,
what a bloody
is it?
legend.
And his
He's a finger
friends
gun.
sort of start giggling.
Apex GamerCon, thank you for the follow.
Thank you so much. I hope you're enjoying the stream.
Exclamation your favorite color in chat.
Exclamation, your favorite color in
We
chat.
should have been smart and had you scream and then like stand out of view and then had us be like,
Clever.
But I fucked
That's
up.
why you're the brains.
Yeah.
Tried, I'm sorry.
He jeers down at you, and his friends begin sort of, just sort of laughing.
Yeah.
And you shrug it off and take off your armor. Make sure that you're not carrying anything heavy like a 20-foot ladder.
Yep. 20-foot ladders gone.
And you take your back up against the wall of the chasm and notice the sliver of rock face about 6 inches in width as you maybe second guess this, but eventually muster the courage to start shifting sideways.
Yep.
Please, would you make me a climb check?
Of course, it's a fucking.
Yeah.
17.
17.
Not bad. Very good roll.
Yep.
I'm glad, because this is a bottomless cavern.
Yep.
Still coming back to
Just along to the end, and just on the wall behind you, and you can read the plaques, I'm not going to make you fucking... you can see the nearest one to you is the double backflippers, Claremont's collectors. Each has a key hanging. You just reach in, just grab the key and very carefully put it into your pocket.
Yep.
And as you do, you have collected the fourth and final key.
Hey.
Keys.
At this moment, Claremont elbows one of his friends and says, "Watch this." And he snaps his fingers and points towards you. All of a sudden, your trousers slip down around your ankles, revealing your undergarments, which I imagine are white with little red love hearts on them.
Yes, that is 100% correct.
And his friends just sort of erupt into laughter.
Alright.
And Claremont very happily crosses his arms. "Oh, good luck to you now."
I'll just shout back to him. Okay, if I fall, you've got to come down here and get the key.
"Oh, they say all is fair in love and war."
That doesn't
This-
make any sense,
But you
buddy.
need to come back. You need to do this.
Eventually,
That's-
after you worms are out of the way, perhaps. But for now, I should like to see how you get back.
You're a big idiot.
You just made shit harder for yourself.
Oh, this is going to be great.
Can I attempt to do something?
Yep.
So I have a rope. I would like to tie my dagger to it so it has a bit of weight on the end.
Yeah.
What, are you gonna throw a dagger at me?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. You take the rope and you sort of tie it around the hilt of the dagger as best you can.
Yeah, I try and wrap it as much as I can so it's not... basically, I'm just trying to create an anchor.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah. So I wish to attempt to throw it out
Yeah.
to Braxis to help him come back with his pants around his ankles.
Okay. You throw it. Braxis, would you make me a reflex save, please?
Reflex save.
Oh, okay.
9.
You're too afraid to put too much weight forwards just in case you fall, so actually you only put one hand out, and the dagger sort of falls short and swings down and clanks against the rock. Gary, you hoist it back up, and you want to try again?
Do you want me to try again?
There's a hoot of laughter from the monkeys up above on the balcony.
Can I unwrap the dagger and throw it at them?
I was about to say, at this point, can I fling a dagger at them?
Would you like
I want to fling a dagger at them.
First,
I mean, am I
you go.
able to like pull my pants up? Like, is that...
probably not.
You'd have to do like a ballet.
Gary, you make
because
another
you'd
throw.
have to not
Okay,
like
yeah.
bend. You'd have to like shimmy
Any
down
special
flat.
requests, or just kind
You know
of...
what I mean?
I just attempt to throw it again, maybe aiming a bit higher.
All right, you roll me an attack roll, please.
Or, even better, am I able to kick my pants off?
Probably not.
want no pants.
It's like if you move,
have
because
to
they're around
undo
your
your-
ankles.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
have
yeah,
to undo
If
your
you
boots.
if you displace your body weight, there's a good chance you'll fall, and there's no
Sure.
coming back
Yeah.
if you fall.
Okay, so I rolled
what'd
an
you roll?
11. My dagger has an attack bonus of 0.
Okay, you throw the dagger. This time it actually lands between the rock wall and the back of Braxis's neck, and dangles around your side, and just managed to reach up and take it in your hand.
Yeah.
And you've got it now sort of close to your chest as your...
Hold on. Just to give us all the help we can get, I need to see the range of my inspiring
30 foot, I believe.
30 foot. How far away am I?
From your friends, 10 foot, no less
10
than
foot?
10 foot.
All right, guys. Gonna inspiring rage again. So we all get +1 to our strength.
Come on, Maricel, we're gonna pull him in.
Yeah.
Pull him in.
I would,
him in.
I would
Pull him
like
in.
to tie the rope around my waist.
Yep.
As well as
You reach down to your belt and
Yep.
sort of just
You
have
mean the belt
enough-
that's currently around his ankles?
Oh yeah, that's a very good
Just
around your
around
underwear.
waist.
Your
Yeah.
underwear.
Yeah, my underwear belt.
Through the,
The belt
slit
that I have on
on
my
your
If you
underwear.
do it around
out
your...
the legging, and you just sort of like do a rudimentary
He wants
kind
to
of
be like a
knot.
Superman.
Tie it tight. If you fall, you're going to get the biggest wedgie in the world.
Yep, that's fine. But I won't die.
And
theoretically,
both Mariciel and Gary, each of you has another end of the rope.
don't pull unless I fuck up.
Okay, yeah.
That's fair.
Right.
Roll me a climb check, would you please? And because you're being helped, I want you to +2 to the roll.
Okay, so +2 is a 14, +1 because I'm raging, is a 15.
But does
Okay,
he not get a
excellent.
negative for having his pants fucking around his ankles?
I have taken that into account.
That may
Okay,
also
good.
make the DC higher.
Yeah,
Um,
that's fair, that's fair.
Thankfully, there isn't much issue. You sort of shuffle back. Because they're around your ankles, you can still sort of shuffle with your pants around them.
You can do like the whoop.
And thanks to the security of the rope, you find a moment where maybe you might have fallen just at the end, but your friends are able to sort of pull you back onto the ledge and over the thing. You reach down, pull your pants back up.
Yeah.
And you hear the hooting laughter from above as Claymont and his friends return to whichever crate they were sitting on to eat some apples. You have 4 keys.
Cool.
Excellent work.
Right. Game plan.
I start by taking a moment to just meditate and release some energy to the group. Because I can do that 6 times a day. So
Thank you.
Thanks.
Let's heal up.
What do we get?
So it does...
D6.
Yeah, 1d6. It did say 1d6 per player, but I guess I'll just roll 1d6.
Yeah, roll
Just
1
for
and
the
then...
sake of quick.
I mean, you got 6
Yeah.
per day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Apex Gamercon.
It's
Fuck.
1.
That's
One.
fine.
One
Go ahead,
health.
take 1 health back.
So you're down to 4 channels left.
Yep.
I mean, would you like to just do another one?
No pressure, just, I'm
You
really
could do another one.
Yeah, alright. I'll do another one. I'll just be like,
Discharge.
it'll go out and just be a bit like...
Good meme. Good
I'm
meme.
like-
Health you roll?
Hold on, we'll figure that out once we do one more.
We're resolving another channel positive energy here.
There we go.
That's
Yeah,
better.
plus
That's
3.
So
That's
that puts
3.
me up to 11.
11 for Braxis.
You got
I'm
4,
up to
Brie.
10.
10
I got
for
4.
Merciel.
Why?
Well, because I did 1.
Oh yeah, no,
And I've
I
done it
already
again.
did that.
So 10.
So 10.
Cool. We're all up to full health. So 8, 11, and 10.
Wicked.
We're not dying today, boys!
So, look, jokes aside, I'm not here to murder people,
I just came here to do a challenge.
but I feel like these guys are going to get a stern talking to when we get up there.
Oh yeah.
So,
Don't worry, I have some diplomacy under my belt.
I would like to draw my sword and my shield.
Yeah.
Just,
Wicked. Go.
Yep,
Is a
yep.
rapier a two-handed weapon or a one-handed
it's a one-handed weapon.
I'm gonna draw out a dagger as well.
Yep.
sure.
Nice.
I'm just gonna be holding my...
threaten the shit out of them.
No, I'm gonna come up if they'd be like, ooh.
Also,
I'm just
I
holding my
Fadink, I
quarter
like
staff.
Fuddick.
Fadink is how it's called now. And Gary, you've got your pole of doom, your bop and batten,
your bop and stick.
A quarter staff.
Mary bop and stick.
Your connector pens.
Leave me alone.
You walk up the stairway back into the central room,
Talk about convenient. Stairs.
Oh yeah, sorry.
and once again you see Claymont and his friends, almost still recovering from the laughter of the prank, looking over at you as you come up. Oh, didn't fall, did we? Well, I'm glad for you. Perhaps now it's time for you to take your reward from the other room.
Hydrate.
Hydrate.
I need a Pimax.
Oh, can you send me another V, please?
I still have water.
So at this time, Braxis is like tired.
He's
Fucking dumb.
And he's
throat's sore.
sick of this. And it's like, look, I know what's gonna happen. I know what the go is. We're gonna unlock the door, and then you're gonna mug us on the way.
Oh no, never. Someone of my esteem would never pull a dirty tactic.
Can I do a sense motive?
Make a sense motive check.
Oh, thank you.
9.
I mean, he's so disingenuous. There's no saying that anything that comes out of his mouth is going to be truthful.
Yeah.
The intentions of that group don't seem to be on doing the test properly. They haven't collected any keys.
Yeah.
They've essentially watched you collect the 4th and final key.
Yeah.
You put 2 and 2 together, they're probably going to pull a Swifty on you.
Yeah. All right.
By all means, heroes, it seems that you have won the challenge. Why don't you go in and collect your reward?
Here's what I offer. And I'll put the sword away and gesture for the keys.
Yeah. The shinies!
Keys. Check some
hurts
keys.
me.
Yep.
100 goblins tumble over the catwalk. Shinies!
So I have the keys.
Oh, bravo! You've done a stellar job, I must say.
So I'm gonna walk over to here,
Yeah.
and I'll just hold my hand over, and I'll go. Either we can sort this out, and you start going collecting keys, or I drop these, and then you have to collect the keys anyway.
Oh, my! An ultimatum. Oh, however will I recover from such a threat? Very well, have it your way. Come on, boys, let's go and find our own keys. And they sort of stand up begrudgingly and, boss, are you sure about this? Yes, buffoon, come on. I didn't say that for no reason. Off you go. and his two henchmen walk off in the direction of where you had gone first, into the room with the log in it.
Yep.
And he gives you a sort of a stern look. Well, I wish you all the best. And off he goes.
Not back at you,
Rick.
you dickhead.
Cool. So
Do
they
you
walk
want
off.
to let go?
No, God, no. God, no, I'm not
Yeah! Suck it!
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll wait for you then. Cool. I will then pass a key to people. Yeah, you guys have
Nice.
keys.
Oh,
They're out of my hands.
I will throw them accidentally.
So they've walked through that room there.
Yep,
Yeah,
they've
go
walked
away.
into that room.
Yeah, cool. Do we hear the log like?
You're far too far away to
Okay, cool.
hear anything.
All right.
You're gonna head to the...
I think we're
What's
gonna
up, baby?
Someone's asking how the campaign's going so far.
No, it's going.
Fruitful foot.
Pretty good.
I'm actually
Pretty good.
really
we
enjoying
managed to
it.
pick
Yeah.
up our
You
pants from
I'm-
around our
I'm-
ankles.
Yeah.
The props.
I'm
I
also
like you.
I'm also just loving playing Pathfinder. It
Yeah.
makes me want to play more Pathfinder.
It's quite intuitive, although it's like 10 years
My
old.
brain is hurting a little bit because every time I go to do something and it's like, no.
It's just remembering the rules. Oh,
Yeah.
relearning rules.
Yeah.
I just
right.
roll with it at this point. I'm like,
Yeah.
can't do that? All right.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, we got to make this quick because they'll be back.
Right.
They're probably waiting in the next room.
Oh, yeah.
Let's
Let's go.
You head to the enormous sort of steel door through which there are 4 keyholes. Each of you puts one key into the right slot. Thankfully, they're shape-coded. And each of them goes in, each of them turns sideways. And Mercial, you're the last to turn the locking mechanism. There's a huge click. You hear the interior of the door, parts are moving. And it's up to you now if you would like to pull the door to. It opens outwards.
Sure. Can I? Yep. I'm just. Is there any traps? Probably not. Hey. Let's hope not.
just open
Just
the door.
go.
Let's open the door and find out.
You open the door.
I got my shield ready.
I can channel energy 3 more times.
Inside are 2 very hungry dragons in trench coats.
You have released the Tarrasque.
Yes, thank God we're at the Tarrasque part. I was starting to get bored. You enter a section of the room.
Tarrasque is essentially a Godzilla of the Pathfinder world. I think it's also a monster in
Yeah,
D&D.
it's like the biggest
Pathfinder
baddest
isn't
monster.
D&D.
No.
Fucking never.
So, for those who don't know, here's a little background knowledge. So, Pathfinder was developed by ex Wizards of the Coast employees. So what happened was they were in the process of developing 4th edition because they had just released 3.5. So they were in the process of developing 4th edition, and there were a few older members of the company that were like, 4th edition isn't exactly like becoming what we envisioned D&D to be. So they decided to leave and form Pazio?
Yeah.
We'll go off
And
the fun-
created
creator
Pathfinder.
really playing
And
games.
so Pathfinder is essentially the unofficial Dungeons & Dragons 4th edition, or as in my group, we often refer to it as Dungeons & Dragons 3.75.
Yeah.
And then Wizards of the Coast released 4th edition, and 4th edition is regarded as not a great system.
Right.
So that's where Pathfinder sort of came out and sort of became the common system for role-playing at that time. And then they Wizards came back and released 5th edition, which is now the most common because that's the most accessible. So there you go, a little bit of
Well, that clubs like me play D&D.
yeah.
Interesting. It sort of reminds me of the story about how like Dota and League of Legends came about. It just evolved from
Yeah.
what they loved. Yeah. Cool.
You guys should play 2E though. 2E's fun.
Not a great system is putting the community's reaction mildly.
Yeah. It was genuinely head. There are some cool things in
sucks.
4th edition, but yeah, overall it's not a great system. But yeah. Anyway, sorry.
You move into the immaculate room of doom.
Are there actually 2 dragons in a trench coat in there, or was that just
That
flair?
was true.
It was a flare. Yeah, it was flavour. An enormous, open, natural cavern sprawls out in front of you. And as you turn the chiseled corridor into the first section of it, you see before you a large area of open space, a few mining utensils and sort of like, lanterns and old knickknacks over in the corner, long abandoned. On the opposite side of you is a wooden door which has painted onto it, not part of challenge on the door.
Yeah.
And
What's behind
over
the
to your
door?
left-hand side, a gaping natural chasm, a ravine that like splits the entire room in twain and falls off down into the darkness. Any of you who are courageous enough to peer over the edge can see 40 foot below the ledge that you were just precariously perched on, and into the darkness below. The room itself is dark completely, but thankfully your two sources of light, your rapier is probably going to get regened by old mate over here.
Hey, buddy.
Is enough to make out details, but not necessarily great detail about the room. However, positioning your torch at a very specific angle, it once again reflects off something which has a glossy surface. Over on the other side of the chasm, there appears to be some sort of object on top of what looks to be like a wooden table, a couple of other knickknacks and things, and also the very distinct shape and form of a minecart rail, which comes to a stop on the
How
other
the
side
fuck
of the
did we get
cabin.
over there?
What's the distance between here?
It's approximately 20 foot.
20 foot, you say? So would you say if there was, say, a foldable ladder that was 20 foot long,
Oh my god.
would that reach both sides?
You step over to the edge, click the ladder into place now that it's 20 foot, and you sort of like rest it standing
Hang
up
on,
at
we
the
go
very
back
edge.
to get the ladder first, alright?
we
Let's...
gotta
We
grab
do
the
have to go
ladder.
back to grab it.
Oh, did you actually leave it?
Yeah, we left the ladder. Oh,
We were
like
not
it's
carrying-
attached on the.
Ah, yeah.
We
were
okay,
not carrying
Were
the
we
ladder
meant to
around.
carry the ladder with us?
Oh yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, it would have been there.
Sorry. Yeah.
You said it was heavy.
Hurriedly walk back out into the other room, check for Claymont and his goons. No one there. You sort of snatch the ladder and take it back in. There, rectified.
What if we wait out here for a little bit and see if they come out and follow us in?
Actually,
Alright,
the other...
hold on. What behind the steel doors? Is there anything behind the steel doors?
The door that you came through with the keys.
Yeah,
Not particularly. It's just like a chiseled sort of corridor.
sure. If I was to like shut it, would I be able to open it from our end?
Yeah, the
Oh, from
door
the
behind you.
inside?
Yep.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
door, now that it's been unlocked, is basically just it
It's been
functions as
unlocked.
a
It's a
regular
door.
door. It's a heavy door.
Yeah,
but-
it's a
So
heavy.
that's what I'm saying. If we leave it open, but we like wait up here or something and see
I'm
if
not
they follow
doing
us
that.
in.
Let's
Nah,
get the thing.
Because
I like
The
being
thing is
sneaky.
even
Nobody else
though-
does.
What would
I
you-
want to ambush.
What would
so
Mirasil
bad.
like to do? What would you like to do?
Ambush.
Yeah?
I
I'll
just,
leave it to you to decide, one by one, what you would like to do.
at the moment, I just kind of want to see, like, does that mine cart go anywhere? Like, those tracks, do they lead off into the darkness?
You step to the edge of the chasm, close enough so that you don't fucking fall over.
Ah.
And with what little light you have, you
I
see
do have low light
that-
vision.
Low light vision.
Yeah.
That won't help, actually.
Oh,
This
well,
is a very, very dark room. The rails themselves are empty of any minecarts, but they seem to enter sort of like a small kind of tunnel off in the side of the cavern. You imagine that would, of course, run through that tunnel into another room.
Tunnel. Secret tunnel.
Secret tunnel, just small enough for a minecart to fit through and its load. Remembering that this mine shaft has been defunct for a number of years, so there's every possibility that it doesn't really
leads
lead anywhere
nowhere.
interesting.
Yep.
Brexus,
Yep.
you procure the ladder and re-enter the room, judging sort of how far the ladder goes up versus how far to the other side of the cabin. You're quite confident that this ladder might reach over.
Yep.
If not, I do have some, like, I can think of a way that we can make it longer. Well, I can just tie rope to one of the rungs. So if you need to push it a little bit further to give you more traction on the other side, two people can hold one side.
True. Alright, so I'm gonna like
Indiana Jones.
slowly lower it down just to see if it will meet the end.
It's a lengthy wooden ladder.
Yeah.
It's not heavy, but actually because of how physics works, the further away the end of it is, the harder it is for you to...
Okay.
You should have slid it. Slide it.
If you want to let it just kind of drop...
No, alright,
no?
hold on. Can I... Yeah, alright, well, yeah, we'll slide it then. So
Wait.
put it
Put it down.
on. Yep. The ladder down, yeah.
Put it down. I take my rope out and I tie to the top. Now that end that's tied at the top, lift it up.
Lift up.
Mm-hmm.
Now we lower it down.
Like like a moat.
Yeah.
Like a
Drawbridge.
Yeah,
drawbridge.
drawbridge.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so we like.
You enact your fantastical plan.
Yeah.
Marisol, what would you like to do? You can do anything.
I mean, you
I'm
can,
gonna be like.
you can keep an eye out, right?
That's what I want. I want
yeah.
to keep an eye out so that if they rush in.
Oh, what a
Because
bloody
I'm
legend.
like,
His
do
finger
I
gun.
keep an eye out?
Oh, kitchen. Thank you so much.
My question is, do I keep an
Hey.
eye out outside of the room or inside of the room?
I think inside of the room, right? Because if you're outside of the room, you're just gonna get ganged up by 3 people.
That's true.
Which isn't
So if I
necessarily
just
good.
stand over here, how big's the crate?
The crate is just about as tall as you are, really.
So I could just like,
It's
chill,
quite a
like-
hefty kind of crate. You imagine it might have been filled with rocks and debris and stuff.
I mean,
Yes,
you do
I have
like
stealth. That's what I'm
like
saying.
a
So if I
+7 to
just
stealth.
kind of like chill behind the crate and
Yeah.
kind of hide.
But also,
Yeah.
seeing how the room is laid out, you could very much just hang out, sort of.
In the alcove.
I was just thinking here, because I have to come in through this
Oh,
way
yeah.
anyway, so
Yeah.
you can just hang out here.
Just like behind a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be a little sneaky, little stealthy. I'll put my rapier behind me so that it's out, but I'm like squishing it against the wall so that you can't really,
Roll to not stab yourself in the ass.
Yeah.
so that you can't really see the light, if you get what I mean.
Gotcha.
Oh, I can turn the light off.
Yeah, but it's dark in here. I want the
Yeah,
light.
but
You're
it's behind,
leaning
it's
on it.
behind your back.
Yes, but
I would,
so that I pull it out
you know
when
what?
I can.
To make you feel more comfortable,
Yes.
I still have 3 torches.
Okay, that's
So if
fine.
you want,
Yep.
we can
Alright,
put some
fine.
torches up just to make you feel comfortable.
No, I don't want light.
No. Let's
I don't want them to go-
let's
I don't
get
want them
this
to be
all
like,
sorted
yes,
out.
I know where I am.
So you want your
but I
rapier
want the
out.
option of light.
You want your rapier out, but you're hiding it because it's lit. But you don't want us to turn it off because the room we're in is dark.
No. I want
Trying to figure
it.
out what you want. I just want to make you happy, Bree.
What do you want?
If
Not that
I
simple.
hide it
I
so
want
that
you
they
to want
can't.
to do the dishes.
So if I hide it so that they can't see it, but so that when they come around the corner and I can see them,
Yeah.
I
You know
still
what
have
also
a source
does
of light.
that?
Okay, a torch, sure.
Yeah.
But I'd have to light the torch.
No, torches. I would
Alright,
light the torch.
you take the torches
and
with you.
then
Go
put
for
the-
it.
Chris, can
Take the torches
can
with
I
you.
put some torches around?
And his name is John C.
Thank you so much, King Kitchen, rating with a party of 25.
Oh, King Kitchen, rating with a
That's
party of
great.
25.
Excellent.
Oh crap,
Timing.
guys! Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Oh, what a bloody
To the
legend.
finale.
His
Thank
finger
you.
gun.
That explains the follow earlier.
Welcome in, everyone, to
Kurava.
the stream.
Oh, what a bloody legend.
Kurava.
His finger gun.
Fruitful foot.
Foot.
1, 2, 3.
The girl who
Oh,
bakes.
what a bloody legend.
Yeah.
His
I
finger
bet
gun.
she's
Yeah, time to cook.
All right, if you're going to be joining us by following in the next couple of minutes, we acknowledge
what a
you.
bloody
We
legend.
thank you
His
for
finger
doing it.
gun.
We're going to keep going.
Because we're
Beast
about.
food, thank you.
All right,
BS.
put a torch. Put.
Oh,
No,
what a
you
bloody
take
legend.
the torches
His
with
finger
you.
gun.
I won't take any torches. The whole point of this was that I would be hiding
Alright,
in
so
the
you're gonna hide in the
dark
dark? Sure.
Oh, what a bloody legend. His
Okay.
finger gun.
they
Sure.
come around, and
No worries.
then I use the light to see better.
Alright, we'll
I
leave you in
have
the
a question.
Yes.
Yes. what's
Do
the-
rapiers use sheaths, or do they just like...
holster. Like you
Yes.
just put it
Yeah,
through
it's like a loop.
But I don't
loop
have
in your
quick
belt.
draw.
No.
Right, all right.
Oh.
I was very specific.
okay.
I thought this all out.
You,
If I
you take a
follow the
hiding
light,
position.
but then it's still out, so I don't
so
have to
much.
pull it out.
Moving
Also,
on.
can we get some finger guns in chat? Just.
You take up a hiding position.
Yes.
Mariel, fucking
Fan-
Marisol.
Marisol.
You have your rapier at your side.
I'm gonna hide,
You're
yeah.
going to hide it behind your body such that it's still glowing, but it's not giving off
Yes,
light into
light.
the room.
Sure.
Hiding for the potential of Claymont and his collectors to enter the room.
Yep.
You two
what they
wrangling the
collect.
ladder manage to use your feet to sort of like stop the end of the ladder and lower it down with the rope attached to the top very, very gently
Yep.
until eventually it rests nice and neatly on the other side of the chasm.
Cool.
And you sort of step over onto the ladder and give it a bit of a push to make sure that it's not gonna fall.
Yep.
Thankfully, you did put it down the way where it won't snap the other way. It falls sort of like that way.
Yep.
Yeah.
So good contingency there.
Cool. Yep.
You're confident that this ladder will probably hold your weight one at a time.
Yes. So my
Yes, you go.
thinking is that you stay on this side just to make sure that the ladder stays in place, and then I'll acrobatics over. Once again, shirt off.
Right, yeah.
Taking my armor off so I get my full acrobatics. So I'll acrobatics over.
Totally fine.
Because
we
I also have
accept.
feather fall.
That's fine.
So if I fall, at least I'll land safe at the bottom of the cavern. I don't know if I can get back up, but yeah.
You'd be alive.
Yes. Okay. So I think we're gonna do that. So
We could just keep throwing food to you. You'd just be able to live out your life.
Yeah, I'll come up once a week and I'll just like throw a pile of food down. It's on you to make sure.
You could just once we finish the challenge, go to town, get some help. That'd be a thing you could do to help your dear friend Braxis.
Are we friends? How long have we known each other before?
Look, I'd probably come back for you, all right?
Oh, probably.
But also-
I like my odds on that one.
Yeah.
Also, you haven't gone across the chasm yet, have you?
No.
Take a bit of luck.
Aww.
All right, let's try not to roll double
You
sixes.
invoke Shamrock, your
Alright,
god.
so
The god of luck, Shamrock, bestows on thee some good shit.
oh, sick.
Love
God,
that.
shit.
Love
That's
that
my
good shit.
favorite verse from the good
Oh,
book.
what a bloody legend. He's a bigger gun.
Thank you, Separate.
Thank you.
Cool. So I'm going to try and balance and go across
Okay.
with shirt off.
Sure-footedly, you've taken your leather armor off and you've put any items down that might encumber you.
Yep.
You very timidly step over the edge. Are you trying to acrobatics? Because what that would involve is sort of like jump footing across each rung one by one to get across
I
quite
mean, it's
hurriedly.
like balancing, right? Like that's.
Okay, so you're just going to sort of make sure that you have your arms outstretched.
You're doing the
balanced.
balance beams.
Okay.
I would consider that.
All right, make me an acrobatics check. In that
Okay,
case.
with luck.
Yes,
With a
take
bit
your
of
luck.
luck. Hopefully you don't fall. I really hope you don't fall.
17 plus 9 is 26.
Excellent work.
Thank God.
You've done this quite a number of times before. Thankfully, you're very sure-footed,
Will
very
you win
dexterous.
the circus?
Yes.
Actually, yeah,
That's
that was a
right.
minor and a circus folk.
Yeah.
You make your way to the halfway point and think, all right, too late to turn around now, and very carefully waddle your way over to the other side of the chasm, and you do make it
Awesome.
without incident.
Cool.
Before you now, I imagine you still have your torch with
Yes.
you. You see, once more, the rails, which are directly at your feet, crates, boxes, little knickknacks and things over in the corner. And last thing you see, perched atop a table over at the very far end of the room, the lion's eye diamond as it rests gently on the surface.
I'd like to do a perception check to see if there's like any, if I can visually see like any traps or like something moving.
Like a string. or
You take a
something that
look
you could
at the close by crates,
Yep.
and you actually shift the lid off one of them to see what's inside. And what you're met with causes you to become quite aghast. Actually, this was the main mining chamber before this area became defunct.
Yep.
And what lies within these crates are masses and masses of explosive material. Hundreds of those blast chambers, which would have been used bit by bit to quarry
That's
into
where
the
they got
mines
the
deeper and
pipe
deeper.
bombs.
And you can only imagine that the other crate has a similar stock hidden within.
Right.
Now that you've taken the lid off and you sort of like taken one out to sort of have a look,
Yep.
show Gary.
Guys, they got bombs.
Oh shit, that's the bomb.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So I'll approach the table
Yep.
where I assume the lion's eye diamond is.
You make your way over to the lion's eye diamond.
Making your way downtown.
Just before you do, Mauricio, you're standing hiding, half watching to see if your friend falls to his death,
Ow.
half keeping an eye on the corridor to your left, and all of a sudden you hear voices, specifically the voices of Henry and Hugo, the brutes at Claymont's side, as they guffaw and strut into the room right next to you. Unless you want to act prematurely, they appear at the entranceway and just sort of take a look around and see what's going on.
I'm hiding.
Okay. Ho! Made it to the very end, have we?
So Clayton
Excellent.
is with them.
Yeah, Claymont is standing at the front with his two cronies
I don't
behind
care
him.
about him enough to remember his name.
That guy. I see your attempt at an apparatus as, well, it looks a little rickety, doesn't it? Anyway, congratulations on procuring the Lion's Eye Diamond. And who was that? King Kitchen?
Silver medal Taliban.
Oh, I see.
So
Yay.
How's it going?
Hello.
Hey, how you doing? Thank you for the raid.
Thank you for tuning in.
Much appreciated.
Yeah.
Fuck,
Tom,
two
go
raids.
sit in the corner.
raids.
Two raids.
Oh, guys,
we're doing
thank
it.
you so much. Guys, welcome.
Yeah, we're always thankful for the support. Hope you enjoy what's going on here.
The end.
Not what we normally do, but still very fun.
Yeah.
It is.
And if you guys like it,
You should bully
should probably
Chris
do
to do more.
yeah.
Bully Chris to
Bully
do
Chris.
more.
No, no
Chris.
bullying. No
Or
bullying.
just
Just bully Chris and Jeff.
Jesus.
Thanks, Tom.
Just nicely
I love
ask
the dice.
if we could do some more role playing things. Because
Yeah,
Chris loves doing role playing stuff.
I
love
love doing
role
role-playing
playing
stuff.
Beck
Jinx.
loves doing role playing stuff.
and Bree.
Bree does it
And Bree loves
occasionally.
us.
Just loves her friends.
Bree loves role playing stuff. Tom not so much, but Tom loves
That's
me.
not even a joke.
Oh,
I fully.
100
so
minutes
much.
Kai, do more.
You couldn't make people think that.
I am
here to
fully
play
open with
games.
my opinion that board games are better than tabletop RPGs.
Uh,
Just someone has to use his
That's not for
imagination.
everyone.
Have
Something
a
like
good
this.
sleep,
Yeah.
Silver Medal Tavern, and
Oh
thank
no,
you for the
I've
host.
played
Much
D&D
appreciated.
much
with him
appreciated,
before. I played D&D with him before, and Callum. It was not a good time.
You played it with
Alright.
me. Thank
Yes,
you very
but
much.
you remember that?
Yeah.
It was
So-
not a good time.
So
time.
shall we get back on?
Let's get
Yeah,
back
so
on track.
he's looking at our rickety.
Claymont struts into the room, takes one look at your ladder, which is very precariously perched at the edge of the chasm.
Yeah.
Well, I must congratulate you on procuring the Lion's Eye Diamond. Now it's time to hand it over.
Yugi boy.
Bring it here, go on. And his thugs
Alright.
sort of step up menacingly behind his shoulders, each cracking their knuckles and punching their open fists.
I just want you to know that I, for a hot second, thought I should drop the ladder because you're still on the other side of the chasm.
Can't get there now!
To be fair, I was waiting for them
what a
to be
bloody
like,
legend.
"Oh,
He's
what
big
a
gun."
good ladder!" Like, idiots! You are idiots.
You should grab the ladder and yank it.
I mean, to be fair, I could, but then that's
There's a rope on that end. You can just pull it.
you guys are on that side. All right. All right. So I grabbed the Lion's Eye
Yep.
diamond because I've got to grab it, right?
Yeah.
All good King Kitchen,
I
thanks for
actually don't have
being
a game
here.
piece for that, so just pretend that you're in possession of a beautiful gemstone.
If I grab it. That's my bargaining chip.
That's fair. That's fair.
Also, I don't know what kind of prize we're gonna get for winning this, but I kind of want to see it.
All right.
It's friendship.
So does this have like a is that closed off?
It's not closed off, the tunnel. No, it looks like it would only fit like a small kind of minecart in it, though. And if you wish to use it to hide, it might be a bit of a squeeze.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
Claymont sort of extends his hand out. Come on, bring it across.
I need you guys to back up.
Oh, I really want to go up and
Oh,
kick
I
him.
won't be doing that. You see, after all, my friends and I are so deserving of the enrichment of the experience. We're so deserving of the praise of Mayor Edith McAllister. We simply can't return to town without the light.
I
Yeah,
wanna come up
but
and
like
kick him in the back.
we've got to come through the tunnel. Do you not You are the thickest man I have had to deal with, and I've dealt with some thick people. Let me come across. I need you to back away. We've got to come through you anyway. I'm not asking you to leave.
I'm not making any bargains, young man.
I'm
You'll
not
come
making.
across.
Just fuck off.
Must I make this messy? Come on now.
Oh, God
I'll give
damn
you
it.
one last chance. Bring it to me now, or things will
Yeah,
go
bring
poorly.
it to him, Reese.
I want to go up and kick him.
I'm gonna pocket the diamond,
Uh-huh.
and I'm like, all right, well, I'm coming across.
Have it your way. And
I'm coming across.
He wanted you to throw it to him.
Oh, right. No, I'm coming across to give you the
he
diamond.
goes to see you, about to pocket the diamond.
Yeah.
And thinking quickly, Claymont turns into a monster. Not literally. He becomes monstrous because the first thing he does is extends one of his thin fingers, pointing it directly at you, or perhaps something nearby to you. And with a flash, a jet of red energy shoots across the room, and all of a sudden there's a behind you. You look back,
Oh,
the crate full of explosive pods has been ignited, set alight. Some of the fuses are beginning to smolder, and eventually one of them catches fire.
Yeah.
You have a quick moment to decide exactly what you want to do, both of you as well.
I'm gonna take this confusion to run up and stab him in the back.
I'm piss bolting it across the ladder.
And
Like
I'm-
I'm trying to get.
All right.
Okay.
Can you
run across
can
the
you
ladder?
grab the rope? Because I still have the end of the rope on my side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because she was
Roll
pulling
me.
it.
Actually, you're probably at this point you're well versed in these pods, these electric explosive pods. When you were fighting the goblins just before, it didn't take a whole lot of time before the fuse ran out.
Yeah.
Actually, this is a dire situation.
I think I'd just
You've got a
yeah.
piss bolt.
Yeah.
So you're piss bolting across the ladder.
Yep.
What would you like to do, Beck, in a
Also
split
known
second?
as running across the ladder.
Yeah.
For people who
Probably
don't know
pissing
what,
as well.
what piss bolt means.
Just block the bad guys, easy.
I just realised that there may not be like Australian people watching as well, so I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna piss bolt across the ladder.
Yeah, people are like, what does
To
that
be fair,
mean?
I don't exactly know what that means either.
Bolt like piss.
Alright, you piss bolt. You.
What am I?
Braxis, make me a acrobatics check and don't fail. Mauricio, what would you like to do?
Oh, I'm coming and like stabbing him to
Okay.
try and break him.
And
Yes.
Gary?
I don't know where anyone is in relation to me. So
You're just at the edge, having helped Braxis across with the ladder, so you're at sort of the end of the ladder as it's across the chasm. Claymont is just behind you. Mauricio is a little further up behind, hidden by the rocks. And of course, your freaky friend is trying to run fast back across
I
the
actually
ladder.
want to stab him in the knee, so I'm not going for the kill.
Okay. You make me an attack roll.
Yes.
I got a 12.
Okay. You begin running as fast as you can across the ladder, hearing the hissing of the fuses behind you as each of them begin to ignite one by one. There's not a whole lot of time. You essentially make the judgment call to just kind of dive as far forward as you can so that you're not exploded,
Yeah.
and maybe the ladder will survive.
Yeah.
You stab Claymont in the back of the leg. Roll me an attack. What
I
was
rolled
it?
a 14 and I've got a +4, so 18.
And sneak, so I'm gonna give him flat-footed as well. So that's a nice chunk of damage. Roll me damage,
Yep.
please.
Do I get sneak attack?
Yes, you do. And you, Gary, what would you like to do?
So that's
seeing that
Yep.
Reese has maybe tripped on a rung as he starts the leap, I move
10.
to where he should connect with the wall in an attempt to catch him should he fall.
Okay, he's probably 3/4 of the way across the ladder and has basically just dove to maybe make it, right? All of a sudden, you stab Claymont in the back of his leg.
Yep.
He screeches out, and his two cronies turn to you and menacingly give you a bit of a grin as they're about to lay into you.
That's fair. That's going to give you two enough time to
Without-
be like,
Let me take a good beating for you.
Without any warning, all of a sudden there's an almighty, resounding and everything goes silent for all of you as your eardrums are pierced and almost busted. There's an enormous flash of bright light, and anyone who wasn't quick enough to close their eyes in time is now seeing blue and green blotches, and it's just like being blinded or looking at the sun for too long. The entire room fills with a cacophony and an explosive force that throws everyone backwards from where they're standing. Claymont and his friends are actually thrown into you, Mary Seal, and hit against the back wall. Gary, you're thrown sort of back towards, away from where the ladder was, toward the entrance,
Hey,
and
this
sort of
might
thump
help you.
against the side of the cavern.
Superman.
pushing you forward.
Perfect. And lastly, you, Braxis, you have made a dive and you're now being jetted and propelled forward even more, and you sort of see the edge of the chasm in your field of view go a little too far past your feet, and you think, oh no, and you look like upwards to forwards toward the wall, and you thump into the edge of the wall, hitting your face as you go. The entire room is just, all of a sudden, becomes this blackened and smoking battleground, really.
We should leave.
He's literally
Each
the
of you-
stupidest person.
Each of you takes a moment to gather yourselves, still ringing in your ear. Braxis, you try and stand up and fall back over again. You're so disoriented. Both of Claymont's thugs seem to just be completely knocked out cold. Claymont himself sort of sits up and sort of sways back and forth, sitting on his bottom. And then all of a sudden, you hear some crunching from above, what little you can through the ringing in your ears. The first rocks begin to fall. Powder sediment
drag
begins
him
to
out.
sprinkle down on top of you.
Can fucking stay here for all I
Yeah,
care.
but what if they say that we murdered them?
I can't let them die. Alright, I'm going to...
You look down at what you thought you might have been holding the lion-side diamond, and it's gone. You hurriedly look around on the floor, perhaps you dropped it somewhere, and you see it, sure enough, close to the edge of where the cliff is,
Fucking grab
just
it.
on this side there.
Grab it.
The ceiling gives way a little more, and this time a huge boulder falls into the chasm, and you can hear the bouncing as it hits rock face off rock face.
Grab
The
it,
whole
grab
ceiling
it,
is
let's
beginning
go.
to collapse in.
I'm going to inspire rage. So.
I love it.
Just to give us the extra bonuses, I'm going to go after the lion's eye.
Okay, you dive forward for the lion's eye diamond. You almost have to stumble and fall onto it.
Yeah.
You reach out your hand, it's within arm's reach, but just as you do, Claymont staggers to his feet, and completely disoriented, a boulder falls from the ceiling, hits him in the back of his shoulder, and he is flung forwards and skitters across the ground right to the edge of the cliff, where he goes over, and just as he's about to fall, you've got a call to make now. Do you reach out and grab his hand? He's close enough within arm's reach to you.
I grab him.
All right, make me a grapple check.
What do you want added onto this?
Fuck.
No.
Oh no.
That's a 4 on the dice, so...
You quickly go to grab him by the pants, but he eventually just kind of topples over out of your reach and falls just hanging by his own volition off the back of the cliff, almost like facing outwards into the chasm below. Both of you two now have an action to take if you would like, remembering that powder is just falling from above you and rocks are giving
I'm
way.
gonna run forwards and try. Oh, I wouldn't.
You're
go after the
chaotic
shiny.
neutral.
I'm going for the diamond.
Yeah, you're chaotic neutral.
I'm going for the diamond.
I run to help Claymont because it is now that I remember I am chaotic good.
Remember, you guys also have... If you have chosen, you have rage.
Yeah,
Oh,
but I'm
I
taking
have
my
rage, and I'm Rage Billy picking up the diamonds.
I'm angrily grabbing him by his stupid hair and hoisting him out of the hole.
You move over to the edge of the cliff, and Claymont is just kind of there dangling backwards. Someone please, save me!
Wait,
Don't
so
leave me here to die!
is he front out into the chasm or front forward into rock?
He's front out into the chasm, sort of holding on backwards with his arms like...
Yeah, alright, I try and grab him.
Please, someone, grab me, help me!
I attempt to grab him.
Yeah, okay, make me a grapple check.
Oh, 16!
Plus 1, 17.
Plus 1 is
In the green.
17.
Got to preview rolls back. Jeez.
Yeah.
You grasp Claymont, and you heave him as best you can with the strength of the raging sun coursing through your veins. And just as you pull him far enough up so that you can slide his bum over the edge of the chasm, there's another enormous tremor, and the ceiling actually sort of begins sagging with all of the weight of the rock being dislodged by the explosion, about to cave in. Now you've got to make a decision. You're going to pull him up to his feet, sling his arm over your shoulder, and maybe get out, or are you just going to leave him where he is?
Oh, let's try and get him out.
Okay, you
What
heave
about
him
the
up.
other two?
They're unconscious. Like, I don't know how we're going to
They're
help
fucking
them.
dead.
Yeah.
Plus, they're kind of on their way out. Maybe we can worry about them once we're...
Yeah, true.
Mauricio, you grab the lion's eye diamond
Yeah.
and pocket it very quickly, determining that you have to get to the corridor. You have to get to the corridor. Braxis, you get to your feet and decide to... What do you do?
I want to try and get the other guys up.
Okay.
Yeah.
You go over and give Gary a hand. You grasp Claymont by the shoulder.
Sorry.
Oh, the other
just
two?
boys.
The other two,
Okay.
yeah.
You run over to them. At this moment, there's another tremor, and there are two of them. There's one of you. Do you want to save one? Do you want to get the hell out of here? What are you going to do? Make a decision.
Try and save 2.
Okay. You grasp both of them by their shoulders, and you give them a heave. Make me a strength check, please.
Sure. 12.
Okay. Dragging them ever so slowly as you can, you heave with all of your might, and the raging song coursing through you as well. Oh yeah, and each of you, with what you have managed to grasp, make your way as fast as you can, heaving what weight that there is to the corridor, just as the entire roof begins to collapse with all of these boulders falling into the chasm. And basically there's such impact that there's a plume of dust and smoke and debris that comes like barreling through the corridor. And as you
what a bloody
stagger your
legend.
way out...
It's Finger Guns.
Thank you!
Thank you for
Thank
the
you so
follow.
much for the follow, Halo Warriors. Love the name. You emerge from the room into the circular sort of entrance area. The smoke settles around you, and each of you is now plastered with this like soot and debris. You've managed to drag both Claymont and his 2 goons out with you, along with the lion's eye diamond.
Though I have lost my leather armor because I didn't get
That's a fraud. Each of you looks down to assess the damage. There are cuts and bruises and scrapes all over you. Any of you...
I'm rage still, apparently, because
Yep.
we all are. I'm going to go up to Claymont and put my dagger against his throat and be like, what sort of a fucking idiot are you?
Oh my god, thank you. Thank you for saving me. You could have left me to die. Why
Yeah,
didn't
remind me again why we didn't.
Can we discuss this outside of the mine? I would be very comfortable discussing
Yes.
this outside of the mine.
Yes, let's
Let's
get
go.
out of here.
Get up and go.
Each of you makes the judgment call, get the fuck out of the mines. You stagger to the entranceway and out, leaving the dungeoned area. It's a lengthy walk back to Ashmouth Town. In that time, the tinnitus fades away. Each of you has your vision restored to normal.
Yay!
And you're quite shaken up, badly bruised. Claymont and his friends are actually very badly hurt, so I'll leave it to you, Gary, if you'd like to spend some healing
no,
to
don't
rescue
do it.
them as well.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna do it. Like, I'm kind of pissed. So, because I'm chaotic, I'm gonna release my energy in the form of a fart.
Okay.
Because fuck them, they can be healed, but they're not gonna like it.
All right, you bend over and release a toot that has some very positive properties.
Yeah.
It doesn't really smell much like methane, more like butterflies and lollipops.
Give them 2 health.
All of your friends are restored by 2 hit points. Discharge. Fuzzy little tits.
And that's how I choose to heal everyone at the end of this.
And
I mean, we're fine. We're still full health, essentially. Like,
you'll
yeah.
find a moment as you're trudging back to Ashmouth to sort of get a sense of where Claymont's coming from. You ask him at first, very angrily and agitated, what the fuck was he thinking? Like,
Yes.
what a stupid thing to do. And then you eventually learn a little bit more about him, and
Daddy
he
didn't
thanks
love
you.
me.
He thanks you quite. Actually, I'll roleplay it.
Sure.
Oh, something
Thank you so
turned up.
much for saving me back there. You didn't need to. In fact, I don't know why you did.
Look,
I don't know why they did either, to be
I
honest.
I can't let someone die. Right? If you had attacked us and it ended up being a fight, sure, it may have been different.
But I did. I made the call to ignite the explosives.
Explosives the
Yeah,
things.
yeah, I know.
I made a bad decision.
Yes.
I admit that. So I
And
suppose.
honestly, we probably should have let him die because, you know, survival of the
Thank you so
fittest
much.
and all that shit.
Tasman, for that.
Yeah.
This dude's gonna go on and reproduce. I feel sorry for his children.
Look, I am a strong
Feel
believer.
sorry for the person he reproduces with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a strong believer that you can change as a person.
So you're giving me a second chance.
Yes.
Thank you. I wish there were more men like you in the world. Well, perhaps I ought to reevaluate how I've been taking things so far. After all, you could have left me to die, but you didn't. It was very noble of you. I shall make sure that the mayor knows everything.
Oh,
We're
what a
gonna
bloody
come
legend.
with you.
No.
Bring it
Tasman
up.
thinks you should have died.
Cheers, Tasman. Look, I really appreciate that.
They did.
All,
They
all
saved
that
us
I
both.
ask is that you strive to be a better person.
Of course, after witnessing your solidarity today, I think I will.
Yeah.
Seriously, thank you, all of you. And he elbows his friends, and they sort of, yeah, thanks.
We're not done this
And each of you wanders back to Ashmouth Town, descending from the mountains and following the signposts back to the centre of town. It's middle afternoon or so, and actually all the townsfolk are still going about their business, but upon seeing you arrive back, each of them hurriedly sort of ushers over their friends and family to all gather once more in the village square, and Mayor Edith McAllister is prompt to take up her position on top of the sort of raised platform, and addresses you as you return. Welcome back, each of you. I do hope that your challenge was satisfactory.
I would like to report this man is an idiot.
Yes.
Who?
I point at
Claymont steps
Claymont.
forward.
Claymont, yeah.
It's true, Mayor McAllister. I made some bad decisions in the challenge. I aimed to take the Lion's Eye Diamond for myself unfairly, but it was because of the generosity and the forgiveness of these double backflippers.
Is it not a great
great name.
And that's when we perform the actual
The double
backflip and kill him.
And there's like a freeze frame. And if it were not for them, I would surely be dead, and my friends too. We willingly admit defeat. Your champions of this challenge are the double backflippers.
I would also like to report that your mine is no longer stable. I know you are no longer using it, but I would suggest not sending anybody up there.
Yeah, look, man, I'm going to be a bit honest. Mine's a bit cooked. I don't know what's happened to my accent now. The dust has gotten into my vocal cords, and that's what's changed my voice.
No, you sound different.
Look, the mine's not great. It sort of exploded. There was an accident.
Oh, God.
Yes. Look,
right.
Clayton.
Like I said,
It
he's
would
an
have
idiot.
helped if you didn't keep live explosives in there.
That is true.
Oh, no. The live explosives were not part of the test at all. Didn't the organisers say anything to you in there?
What
No.
organisers?
What organized?
Wait.
Yeah.
Where were they? They were supposed to be keeping an eye on you.
Were they goblins,
Were they
perchance?
goblins?
Goblins! Oh, God. No goblins were supposed to be part of the test.
Did we
Well,
go
there
into
was
the...
a goblin that had a key.
Hold on. Did we go into the right mine?
Well, we got the lion's
We got the
eye
lion's
diamond.
eye,
got
so we
it.
went into the right mine.
No, hold on. Let's pull out. Is this what we were...
Well, that certainly is the lion's eye diamond.
cool.
Congratulations.
We
All
went
right.
to-
Well, there was a giant. When we went in, there was already the staircase up to the cat's walk had been exploded. There was goblins. There was no supervisors, and this man set off an entire fucking minecart
Hold
full
on.
of explosives.
Clay,
Yes.
I want you to be truthful with me. We gave you the second chance, right? This is where you get to be truthful, right? Did you or the boys mess with the mine?
No, I didn't sabotage any part of it.
So all of that
telling you
stuff was
truthfully.
there.
Perhaps if there were goblins in the area, they might have made their way in and perhaps they slew the organisers and took the mines for themselves.
But we
Who's
didn't
to
find
say?
any bodies.
Yeah. Unless we didn't live in the mine.
Roll me a sense motive.
I will once I deconstruct. 16.
Why?
He's being almost
my wisdom's
almost certainly telling the truth. He's in a moment of vulnerability.
Yeah.
He has no reason to lie, considering that he nearly just died.
Yeah.
Something obviously has gone awry with the test.
Yeah.
It
Since
appears
day one of his new life.
that the organisers who were supposed to be there overseeing the challenge have obviously either been driven away or killed by the goblins, and the goblins have presented themselves as an unseen danger to you, unbeknownst to the villagers of Ashmouth.
Well, that wasn't fun.
Well, you may have a goblin problem.
A small
No,
one,
it's
because there was
fine.
only one left.
There was only one left. We did kill them.
Yeah, we let one of the goblins run away.
For a small
Well,
price.
this is Mayor McAllister talking.
Yep.
I must say that you've done exceptionally well considering the circumstances, not only rescuing the relic as per the challenge, but...
Don't worry, we put the trap back the way we found it too.
Oh, yes, that. Well, it wasn't supposed to be quite as bludgeoning. And she takes a look at your arm, which has this massive purple bruise still on it. I suppose the organisers ought to have put a pillow on the end or something, but maybe they perished before
Should've just
such
put a
duties were
sheet.
being undertaken.
Yeah.
Anyway, none the matter. It's good that you're all here and you're all safe, and everyone, 3 cheers for the heroes of Ashmouth. Hip hip hooray! Hooray! Hip hip hooray!
And then we're just standing there clapping ourselves.
Yeah, $1 billion. $1 billion.
Billion dollars.
And each of you, left-handed handshake. Each of you is treated to a hearty meal at Mary Wormsworth Tavern. Bacon! And lots and lots of bacon and eggs to go around. And almost half the village has decided to join in with the celebrations. You eventually build rapport with Claymont Pursley, determine that, yeah, he fucked up and he's truly, truly sorry for acting in such a
I still
abhorrent
don't
way.
trust him.
My D&D brain is like, he's either going to become like an adversary for if this was a campaign, right? He'd be
Yeah.
like the main
Like a
adversary for the
long-running,
campaign.
yeah.
Or he is now a useful ally. It's like, hey,
He's like Prince Zuko.
Yeah, we're like, hey, we might need to talk to Clayman.
Yeah. Hey man, remember that time we saved your life?
Yeah, what's going on with the boys?
Anyway. Thank you, Mackay.
Thank you, Kai.
Congratulations, biddies.
Much appreciated.
And that was the Rescue the Relic section.
Let's get a recap of the whole story for anyone that missed it.
All right, who wants to recap?
We woke up from a big night of partying to the inn lady being like, "You're missing the opening ceremonies."
And we hightailed it out, at which point Clayton and his men already started picking some shit with us.
They threw
they were dicks.
bacon at his head.
Yeah, I got a bit
did.
of bacon thrown at my head.
It was yummy.
I noted it down as free bacon.
Free bacon.
We got free bacon.
Inventory plus one bacon.
Yeah. So then we got told that we had to do a challenge to find the Lion's Eye diamond in the mines. So then we proceeded to go to the mines, following Clayton and his men.
Claymont. So
Claymont.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Claymont and his men. Sorry.
Nobody can remember.
Your name's
Yeah.
Clayton now.
He's just extra number 3.
Yeah. And then we got to the mines and we...
Shit was already
Yeah.
falling apart.
We scrounged around for some keys. We fought some goblins. We fought a spider. The spider's still in there.
That's the sound that the
did
spider
we tell
makes.
her about the spider? We should probably tell the bear about the spider.
Let's not worry about it.
Thank you, Sean. For your
I'm sure
props.
we'll do like a full debrief with the mayor.
Yeah.
Wrap up the stream with a quick game of TM.
I was looking at Terra Mystica and I was like, we should wrap up with Terra Mystica.
Hell no, I'm so sweaty. I'm going straight outside.
Yeah, we had some altercations with Claymont and his boys. Then we got to the main part where the diamond was. Got the diamond, the whole thing blew up, and then we managed to escape with everyone in tow. So I think that covers everything.
And I very importantly...
There's a ladder.
So I very
helps.
importantly grabbed the diamond, because that's
Yes.
what we were there to get.
Yeah, I think we
glad.
still... I reckon if we left the diamond and just helped the boys, we probably would have done
More
it.
cinematic ending. It would have been like at the end of The Last Crusade,
Yeah.
where you're basically reaching for the diamond, and Braxis is like, no, Merciel, let it go. Let it go. It's this really cathartic moment where you just let it fall. No, that was really fun.
Yeah.
The shiny.
Yeah, I
that was-
hope you guys had fun, because I love DMing.
Oh, I should have taken it and then gone. It was lost. Oh no.
Oh no, it's gone.
Yeah.
It's bad luck.
I loved the game. It was really cool. Chris, you're a great DM.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Beck, Bree,
Round of applause for
awesome
Chris.
players. Round of applause for everyone.
Yeah, everyone. You all did
Clap
great.
ourselves again.
You all had some great moments.
I also really want to play more Pathfinder. Like,
Yeah.
creating the character and then actually playing Pathfinder again, I'm like,
You're like,
this is so much more in depth than fifth.
I got the
ed.
taste.
I've also got like most of the books. Like, I have like
Yeah.
20 Pathfinder books.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like, I
Nice.
better start using them again.
Thanks, Kai.
So
That's kind.
yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, playing first edition hurt my brain and I disagree with it on
Sure.
very many levels. But
Fair
that's
enough.
fine.
Once you played Second Ed, I imagine it's just more streamlined and yeah. But I guess I'll have to read Second Ed, and the next time we do this, we'll definitely jump into a different thing. We could do like Call of Cthulhu, Fifth Ed, or anything.
Yeah.
If the viewers at home enjoyed this
Call of
kind of
Cthulhu.
content, I know it's different than what
Yeah.
we usually do on the
I
show.
have
yeah.
not played Call of Cthulhu.
I have a lot of Call of Cthulhu books, so we
I'd
should
be
do
down
that.
to play Call of Cthulhu.
I'm also currently writing a Aliens one shot because I picked
Hell
up
yeah.
the Aliens role playing game, and that is sick. That's
Yeah.
really cool. So yeah.
All right, next DM.
Yeah,
Aliens?
yeah,
All right,
yeah. Might have to do that.
The day the Avatar role-playing book comes out, I am getting it.
Oh, wicked.
Sure.
We've got the Labyrinth role-playing game too that we haven't played.
Maricel, favourite moment?
Favorite moment?
Yep. Was it when
Stabbing him in the
you
legs.
stabbed him in the calf and caused him to essentially die?
Yeah,
But very nearly.
yeah.
Brexus, what was your favourite moment? Getting pantsed?
Yeah, it was like probably the interaction after we got hit with the trap, and I'm like, this is why the rogues go first.
Yeah.
Because the rogues can look for the traps.
And you were like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Gary, favourite moment?
I just really liked my like ladder drawbridge idea.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it
very
was
clever.
Just like a
was
smart
smart.
idea.
I was going to make that ladder undergo some structural damage if it just like thump hit the other side.
I will actually say we had some quiet 5-head plays playing through this. Like a lot of role-playing times I've played Pathfinder, just beat it with it.
Yeah.
But like through this, there was a lot of like, hey, we could do this, we could do that. Let's, like that was fun.
Yeah.
Actually making an effort to interact with the environment.
I like that style of play.
Yeah.
I think that's I like playing like when you. I think it's called like Big Brain.
Oh no.
But when you're like, let's not just charge into it. Let's think what we can do.
I mean, for everything, I wanted to find a way to diplomatically handle the
Yeah.
situation rather than have
I
to
mean,
kill everything in
You
the cave.
tried.
You
with
tried.
the
With
goblin.
That
the
goblin.
goblins, I
And they
tried.
went.
He was not having any of it.
Yeah, and then you rolled a 1.
Yeah.
I never said I was good at it.
It was
I
a
just said I
brilliant
wanted to give it a
once.
go.
When you were fighting the spider
no.
and you just like tried to bonk it and you were just like, oh no,
Oh.
My
it's gone.
stick's gone.
Ah, my glasses.
I will say, for a group that sort of did not have any... We had a damage dealer, but we didn't have, like, many damage dealers.
No, because I couldn't flank anyone.
Yeah.
I was like,
I know.
I want to flank the spider. You can't see the spider.
And me and Becca just like, we're trying to help.
That was a bit of a wet noodle fight, I must admit.
Yeah.
So.
Oh,
But
Yeah.
ranking Pathfinder, 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love me some
I certainly
Pathfinder.
like the fact that the character sheet, it pretty much holds your hand
Yeah.
throughout the
Yeah.
whole thing. It's like, it gives you, it's I like the hand holding, but it's mostly just because like all of the D&D that I've experienced is all like homebrew stuff. Like it started off being 5th ed, and then you play with a bunch of novices and it's like, cool, we're just gonna add luck as
Yeah.
a stat
Yeah.
in this game. So you can roll your luck to see if you actually succeed in this stupid thing you're trying to do.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. It's
I
like Reese, with your +9 acrobatics, do a
Do a
double backflip.
backflip.
Do a double
Do a
backflip.
double backflip.
14 + 9 is a 23.
That's a double backflip.
Double
That's a
backflip.
triple double
That is a
backflip.
running jump, turn around, launch off the ground, double backflip, land on Claymont Persley's shoulders, and the circus act begins.
And then I snap
But
his neck.
I'd like to
like Rey
say,
Mysterio.
I'd like to say, because I've played Pathfinder, I've now played Pathfinder 1st Edition, I've played 2nd Edition, I've played a bunch of different 5e games, and it really comes down to the DM.
Yes.
oh
So,
yeah,
like,
for sure.
thank you, Chris. This was a fun game.
Yeah, and I
you.
think, Chris, you did a great job, like, re-explaining the rules and just letting us
Uh-huh.
go,
Okay.
we want to do this. And
You're
you-
like, no.
Yeah, cool.
Quick would
Roll
be
this
like,
dice
cool,
and add
so-
that number.
yeah.
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 That's the DM's responsibility, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You want your players to be having fun, not doing math.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's my
freaking
outlook
hate
on it.
Cool.
Last but not least, we should all thank Tom.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Tom, for... Come on camera if you like. Come on camera.
Trying to
Say
fix
hello.
everything.
Tom has been painstakingly babysitting all of the technicalities and the machines
Because
and
everything
computers.
decided to break
Yeah.
within 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Tom was constantly on
We
the
just
ball.
see Tom running
Yeah.
around in the background going, the batteries!
Yeah, pretty much.
It's
And
Stream Deck breaking, to be honest. I've had to do everything by hand.
Oh.
I was like, ah.
Tom's been sitting here for 4 hours making sure that things are going right, and I really appreciate
And
that,
bringing
Tom.
us drinks.
So yeah, and bringing us drinks and making
And
sure that
snacks.
I can just sort of like get into the zone, and all of you
Yeah.
guys can go in deep into the game.
Jesus Christ.
So
Alright.
yeah, thank you for that.
All
right.
Any last thoughts from anyone on set?
More D&D.
More RPG.
More role playing.
More TTRPG.
I just call it
role-playing
D&D.
games.
I do as
Yeah.
well. I'm like, I'm playing D&D tonight, and then when people are like, oh yeah, la, la, and actually interested, I'm like, I need to backtrack
Yeah,
and
hold on.
explain what exactly I'm doing.
I need to play. I'm playing this specific.
Yeah.
rule set.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Lots of fun. You guys in chat were awesome. Thank you for staying with us for
Yeah.
all this time. I want to play more. I certainly want to DM as well.
Yeah.
So,
Nerds of
Absolutely.
the Quest will
Yeah.
probably become a real actual
Yeah.
thing.
Make it a thing.
So.
yeah,
Nerds of the
Nerds
Quest.
Once a month, maybe?
Yeah, yeah,
Hell
we can
yeah.
certainly fit that in. Well, I mean,
Maybe not on Saturdays with how many extra board games we're getting sent.
Yeah.
that is true.
But
We
we
can
make it work.
we
Hey,
can
hey guys,
figure
hey
something out.
guys. Bonus stream.
Bonus supplementary Nerds of the Quest streams. Yay
Suddenly
or nay.
Sundays become our role-playing streams.
Yup.
Sorry.
More.
right, that
Cheers,
was Sunday
guys.
morning.
Sunday morning.
Props for
We
chats.
need to sit down and
If she
figure out.
takes the Fridays, when am I streaming?
Yeah, we're gonna sit down and figure out stream schedules. Anyway, Bree, any last thoughts?
I like sticking things with pointy sticks.
Cool.
With shiny pointy sticks.
Shiny pointy
That was a
sticks.
torch for most of that.
Oh yeah.
I love playing with you guys. You bring a lot of fun and joy to the table. And yeah, as a DM, it's always amazing watching what they do and just letting them go nuts. So yeah,
Yeah.
that was fun.
unbridled chaos.
Yes, unbridled
And
chaos.
yeah,
Hit nail on the
once
head.
again, thank you guys, chat. I know we didn't talk to chat that much today, but thank you for all sticking around and being fairly talkative among yourselves. Like that was
Tricky,
awesome.
because board games you can kind of see what's going on, so you
Yeah.
can take a break to look down. Where this, it's like if I'm not looking, I'm not gonna know what the heck is going on my turn.
Like I'd flick through my book, and then Chris would be like, "Reese, what do you do?" What's happening?
Yeah, there's no turns per se, so it's very much like involved. So,
So,
No, but
anyway,
thanks, Chat, for
we should probably wrap up the stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who are we
Jesus,
rating,
it's
Tom?
550?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna take photos.
Nah, I got
We got
places
carried
to be.
away.
I gotta go
I'm
home
ready
and
to go
eat.
home.
Yeah,
Have a
thanks for
nap.
sticking around. You
I'm
guys
gonna
and
read
playing.
Spambro because I want to see what she's drawing.
Hey! Good friend Spambro, guys. Give her the finger guns. Give her the
Show her the love.
finger bangs.
Don't.
Tell her she's awesome. Spambro's a good friend of ours. We will.
Catch you during the week.
Yes. Yep. We have streams happening. My brain's fried. I can't figure out what streams.
What do we do? Monday, hopefully cartographers because it didn't work last week because of thunderstorms. Tuesday, what are you doing?
We got Beck
Oh
tomorrow.
yeah, that's right. You
No,
told
it's
us last night
fine.
you're
Don't
doing
worry
tomorrow.
So we got
about
Beck tomorrow.
Yeah,
Photographers Monday, Tuesday. I need to chat to you about because if we're filming, I would prefer not to stream.
No, that's
at the same time. Wednesday we have Stardew.
Yay!
Yep, Stardew this week. Thursday,
Probably
Lachlan's
Spyro.
back with Spyro.
The raid
Friday,
stuff?
you're with
I'm
Tomb Raider.
eventually coming back with Tomb Raider. Hopefully this Friday, unless anything
Yeah.
explodes again.
And
It was
then-
meant to be yesterday. It didn't work out for me.
And then Saturday, we're playing more board games.
Between Two Castles, the Mad King Ludwig, thankfully sent to us by Stunmeyer Games.
Yep.
So
Awesome. All right, well, guys, thank you so much. Have a good one, and we'll see you all next time.
Bye.
Goodbye.